Hi, this is Larry King welcoming you to the Opie and Anthony Show right here on Sirius XM's satellite radio. What the hell am I doing here?
Isn't it brilliant? Forget it. The thing's out of control. Out of control.
Great guests, interesting interviews, and of course, your phone calls as well.
Gets my nipples hard. You know what I mean, son?
Are you
out of your mind?
It's not the most talked about, not the most written about, and certainly not the most listened to show in the history of radio, but I'm still proud to intro it.
Oh, you're going to have a ball.
Yeah, good.
America's most trusted name in news, the Opie and Anthony radio show.
Let's welcome our hosts, Opie and Anthony. By the way, who's Jim Norton?
Yeah, good morning. By the way. By the way. By the way. Can't even say by the way. By the way. What's wrong with that guy? By the way.
We liked him.
Jim Norton. Of course.
In the end, we really liked Larry King.
He was entertaining, as they say.
Sometimes you just gotta fold, right?
Yeah.
We couldn't stick to our guns on the Larry King thing. He came in here and he was really cool.
We can't stick to our guns on anybody that we make fun of once they come in.
We do all right.
Our percentage is pretty low of people that we continue really fucking over and hating
Name
after
one.
they come in here.
Name one.
Jesse the Body, and that was Jimmy.
What are you talking about?
Well, he came in.
Yeah.
We thought he was a douche.
Yeah.
He came in and was a bigger douche than we even anticipated.
Yeah. And then what happened?
And then Jimmy laid into him.
Yeah.
We didn't sit there and kiss his ass.
Right.
And Jimmy laid into him, and he left and never came back.
So that's sticking to our guns? What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. But it's so rare.
Oh, no, I mean, give me an example of someone we didn't stick to our guns with.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you just confused the hell out of me.
I'm
like,
sorry.
Of course we stuck to our guns with Jesse Ventura.
Whoopi?
Yeah, but that was fun.
We caved in so fucking
We
hard.
cave in all the time.
That was fun, though. When that was a big setup, man.
Sarah Jessica Parker?
That was fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just
Larry,
fun.
Of course.
Whoopi came in.
Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan was great, better than I thought he was going to be.
We never really bashed Pierce.
Oh yeah,
though.
I bashed Piers
Really?
Morgan.
Did
yeah,
you?
when
Really?
he came in, and because last of that show, I told him I didn't like the way he did Chips, but I mean he turned out to be a cool guy. And what's that?
Wait, what show?
The
America's Got Talent?
Yeah, he didn't like Mr. Cooney. But he was a fun interview, and I had bashed him before, saying he was a kind of a prick and pompous, and I didn't like him.
Bill Donahue?
Bill Donahue's another one.
I still kind of show it. You guys moved on.
I have no dislike for that
I
guy
haven't moved
whatsoever.
on from that fucking guy at all.
There are a couple that we each have, different
Of course.
feelings about, but
Me and Bill
Yeah.
Donahue, I know what that guy really is about, and he would do it again tomorrow.
I think other guests, but
I think we do all right.
we sure warmed up to Steve the Whistler.
What? We should have him back.
Dustin Diamond.
I told you that I saw Steve the Whistler on 72nd Street. He gave me a look, and I'm like, okay, he so
remembers.
knows who I am. Sometimes I wonder if I get the look when I'm walking around, but in this case, yeah.
Yeah, he
oh
knew.
yeah. And then he stopped his whistle and walked really fast away from me.
Steve the Whistler Herbst,
Why
the
hasn't he?
2002 International Grand Champion.
Is that his website now?
Yeah. and
Why
it's
hasn't he
just-
updated his website?
Because he hasn't won in 9 years.
He's still sitting on the back of that shitty car
Yeah.
with his Whistler license plate.
The old license plate.
It's the old Liberty plate, I think.
Yeah.
He has a cool sweater.
That says debut CD. That CD is now 9 years old.
Yeah.
Do we have any Steve the
Wow.
Whistler in the system?
He was inducted into the 2007 Whistlers Hall of Fame.
That's the last thing that's on his
more
website.
updated.
Do you think when it's all done that Steve the Whistler will be one of the major moments from this radio show?
I think so. I thought you said you think when it's all said and done, he blows his fucking head off.
Fucking, I can't get enough of Steve the Whistler.
Where's any gigs?
He might be done finally.
Yeah.
I think we've moved on from whistling.
Giving up. Oh, look
Yeah.
at that.
I hate the Percy photo that they have, the action shot.
Every picture of him, he's whistling, so it always looks like he's just going, whoa.
Yeah.
E-Rock's got some Steve the Whistler for us.
E-Rock.
I just want a song. I don't want us fucking with him. People have heard that bit enough.
He really can whistle.
Oh, I don't have any of his songs in there.
Oh,
Come on,
Rock.
what's the matter with you?
Oh, you got some.
do?
Unreal player.
Come on.
This is so bad.
Son of a bitch can whistle a tune.
But who cares? Where's the audience for this? Even America's Got Talent didn't grab his shit.
You are not listening to this in your car.
No.
On your fucking iPhone.
No.
You just. Oh.
What's it sound like?
Like shit.
It sounds like
guy whistling.
oldie time radio being tuned in.
Yeah.
But even if you're a bad whistler, you're an okay whistler. You know what I mean? Like, that's a great whistler, but if I start whistling, it's similar enough.
Can you whistle?
Of course. And he's running it through some kind of processor.
Oh, I'm sure.
Is he? I
He
can't
gets that-
whistle. I've never learned how to whistle. My whole life, I wanted to be one of those guys that could go like, whistle! Like with the fingers in the mouth. Like,
Yeah,
you ever see
oh,
those
yeah.
guys that could whistle and fucking blow the windows out of a place?
I don't need the fingers in
Maybe
the
the-
mouth. I could just go like...
Maybe the tranny penises just knocked your teeth.
No, that's not what happened.
knocked your teeth around where you can't whistle anymore.
No, that would actually help me whistle.
Oh, you could do the two-finger whistle?
No, I can't do any. Who did that?
Of course.
God,
Yes, yeah, well, of course you can.
is he awful.
That's what we call girls.
Oh, is he awful.
Who's whistling still?
Mars.
Wait, Steve the Whistler's still whistling
Yes.
without the music? Okay, let's listen without the music.
Yeah. Okay. This is so annoying.
What is he trying to
It's
accomplish?
so fucking
What is
annoying.
he doing? You think he bores his family to death around the holidays?
yeah.
You guys know it's
Oh,
a
Christmas,
tradition.
yeah.
Christmas songs.
Everyone gather around.
In his sweater. They're all eating chestnuts.
I bet you want to bang his front teeth with a hammer.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh, just make it so he can't whistle anymore.
I can't do it.
Just
My
get
whistling career.
just that one chip that fucks up
What's
his
that?
oh boy, fucks up his whistling, and the dentist can't get it back.
I could do that. Now I got it. Turn that down a
can't
second.
do it.
I think I got it. Fuck. Here goes a Christmas song. Here it is. There. Where's my fucking album?
Wow, that's really good.
Where's
That's
my
really good.
fucking
Now
album?
go right to Steve the Whistler to prove that that's comparable to what Steve's doing with his crap.
I put some echo on it. I'm golden.
It's the same shit.
Gold. It's gold, Jerry. Gold.
What makes him special? His sweater
And his license plate.
and his license plate.
And his
you don't-
license
Yeah,
plate.
you don't have a whistling license plate.
And that big, heavy, dumb sweater.
You have to spell it all weird. And
And the
then,
horrible old man car that he drives.
can we hear another song?
Sure.
I don't even know what song this is.
Yeah, what song was that?
That was Tura Lura Lura.
How about you play one and we guess what the song is?
That sounds to blast at a dictator's house at 3 in the morning to get him to come out. Get it? It's annoying. See? That's what they did to Noriega.
Holy shit. We have a neighbor situation in Rhode Island we got to get to in a second.
What?
Chris, don't go anywhere. We're going to do another whistling song here.
Oh. Amber waves of grain. Here it is. Big one.
Is that Mountaintop?
Purple Mountain's Majesty.
Majesty.
And the whole fruited plain.
Above the fruity plains. That's the studio next door. There he goes.
I used to think it was funny as a kid. Someone would say God shaved his grace.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
We would all laugh.
many dogs are in the apartments right now with their heads just tilting? That adorable dog tilting head with their ears straight up, hanging like little triangles from the side of their head.
When they're curious, they hear something they're not sure what it is.
Oh, yeah, and they tilt their head.
And their little pink lipstick dick sticks straight out over the rug. What's cuter than a curious dog with a heart-on?
With a heart-on with that yellow fucking discharge coming out of his dick.
My friend Jimmy made his dog come on me. He had a dog named Fred. It's true. He had a little awful mutt named Fred. He jerked him off on me. It's true.
Why, man?
So he was just like tugging the dog's penis. Either that or was piss.
Nah, I doubt it was piss.
I don't think he was either.
Where were your parents when all this craziness was going on?
This was in the lobby in North Brunswick of a terrible motel.
You took the dog to the motel?
No, we used to walk through there. We used to cut through. I don't remember why. We would go there
to jerk the dog off.
How old were you?
Maybe 14 or whatever. We used to go there. I used to go drunk and take food off room service trays in the hallway
Nice.
that had been eaten.
Ah, you know something?
I would walk through and eat food.
Sometimes they leave some
Veritable
nice stuff.
smorgasbord.
Right.
It's a cornucopia of
I would
food.
do that.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Steve the Whistler, any updates there, Sam, before we move on? That website's just frozen in time?
Just 2007 Whistling Hall of Fame. At that point,
There's a Hall of Fame.
Of course there
Sure
is.
there is. You have to be 25 years from pussy to be eligible.
What kind of car is that, by the way? Is that a Buick LeSabre?
A Dudabager.
I don't know.
That is just an awful vehicle.
Yeah.
And he's all proud of it. He's in the woods. Where is he? He's in the woods with his car.
Yeah.
Look at his boots.
He's got his boots.
He's got his boots.
He's perfectly symmetrical in that shot.
Yeah.
That's
What kind of pussy does whistling get you think?
Oh, none.
Hall of Fame pussy.
Hall of Fame pussy.
Girls will fuck you to stop.
What kind of woman would go to a whistling show, you think? I really want to know more about this
new
whistling
picture.
shit. Huh?
Does he look at him? He's in that sweater. He's making a face that looks like he just buried the corpse of a young girl in those woods behind him.
Probably whistles a happy tune as he's shoveling a shallow grave.
Yeah. Her little ribbons being covered.
He's got a P.O. box for contact, but then he's also got his PR company for media requests.
Should we get him back on the show?
Oh boy,
We want you back on the show.
Want me to put out some feelers and see if
10 years later, because I bet you that bit's about 10 years old now.
Yeah.
What's the license to roam? Other links.
Ooh, other links for Steve the Whistler. Here we go.
Oh, it's custom license plates.
Oh no, that's
Why would you have a website for
because he got his custom Whistler license plate, I bet.
From this company.
But you could just go to the DMV.
Yeah.
You just go to the DMV.
You know what? I bet he couldn't get that plate, and it's not legit.
Oh, it's a fake plate.
So he got this place to get him a Whistler plate, put it on, took the picture, had to take it off.
Oh, because he doesn't want to be pulled over.
Because it's not his real fucking plate.
Boy.
He's even in 2011, he's still hilarious.
He just put it on to look cool for the picture.
To look cool with that plate between his fucking ridiculous boots.
You think that's what's going on?
He was inducted in 2007 into the Whistler Hall of Fame. So you mean to tell me that after he was on our show, he was inducted? Yeah. Like he was gunning for that?
I guess.
5 more years in the trenches till he finally got in.
Yeah.
What's that ceremony? I bet you that the ceremony Pesci went to in Goodfellas was better attended than the Whistling Hall of Fame.
I bet you there's only
Oh no.
I bet you there's only 20 whistlers in the world and 17 of them get into the Hall of Fame.
And then the recipient of the 2003, 4, and 5 International Whistling Entertainer of the Year Award.
Well, who was his competition?
International Opie. That's worldwide.
I imagine he had to deal with some guy from Sweden.
Yeah.
Some just asshole from
trying
Sweden.
to take the throne.
Yeah.
I'm thinking a Russian, too.
And a Russian?
need to
Doing one of
hurry.
those Russian...
No.
Oh, Chippy Jim. I'm thinking one of those Russian guys that do the Russian dance.
No
that
Russians.
wacky Cossack dance or something.
No.
And since the website link for the fake license plates is on his website, it means he brokered a deal. And he said, look,
Oh,
if you
yeah.
hook me up with a free plate, I'll give you a link on my...
What do you want? I want Whistler.
On my dead website. This is what's called a dead website.
Dead site.
It's just dead.
Box
no updates,
7044 after gas station, New York, New York.
Available for commercials, movie soundtracks, television, radio appearances,
Anything.
concert performances, and private functions.
Concert performances.
How much do you think it would charge him for him to just come over to my house and whistle for a while?
That'd be great. Yeah, I'll do it. What do you got?
Or while you take a shit, you make him stand outside the bathroom and whistle for you. It helps your bowels move.
Hire him for your parents' anniversary, Sam.
I will.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Just muffled by the door a little. He's got to stand there. You open the door when you're done. He gets a waft of your fucking sewer ass, and you pay him in small bills, and he leaves. Stupid Steve the Whistler.
You hear it through the door. That's funny.
How many? Yeah, that's true. How many tapes do you think he sends in to Irish Spring? Look, I'm good. Or Old Spice.
Yeah, he wants to be the new guy, probably.
Yeah.
All right, well, good for you, Steve the Whistler.
The muffled sound through the door. Oh, that's great.
The muffled sound. And he's so happy when he hears the of the toilet paper on the roll. He knows you're done. Looks at his watch. Oh, boy.
Or he loves when he hears the grunt and the kerplosh in the water. It's another job well done.
He doesn't like when he hears plop, 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 plop. Those rabbit pellet ones. You're going to be there a while. You're not done. He's got to fucking switch songs.
Or he hates when he hears the flush before the belt getting pulled up because he knows you got at least a double flusher going.
Double flusher. You'll be wiping a while. He's still outside.
Wow, you can whistle. Maybe you should take him on.
I should take him
you
on.
You should take his crown. How great would that be?
That I take his crown.
The ultimate insult.
As
Anthony joins the whistling world and takes his fucking international crown.
Well, I'd hate to have to fucking cut off myself from any pussy.
But it's all he's got.
It really is.
How great would it be to take away the one thing he has?
But I think he'd be magnanimous. He'd be one of those guys that comes up and shakes your hand and goes, you know what?
Right.
It was a good battle. You're just, the better whistler won. Like, shut up. Punch him in his face.
But then you take the international award and throw it in the garbage on the way out. Right in front of everybody.
Just smash it on the floor.
Right.
Walk away going, whistling a happy tune.
Can we hear another Steve the Whistler song?
One more little Steve the Whistler. I would love to.
And by the way, in 2005, it was a guy from the Netherlands that took the title.
I told you.
The Netherlands.
You could just tell those people would be into whistling.
What if he uses the same piano player every time?
Piano player wants to fucking... He's got to booze up before he goes there. Can't take it. I can't get that high.
This is the sad part of a Chaplin movie.
Yeah, silent movie. Chaplin's just walking around all depressed. His pockets are out. He goes, I got no money.
Yeah, he's looking for Jackie Coogan, the kid.
Yeah, the cop is chasing him, pushing his hat up with his billy club. Big eyes pointing at him. He's running now.
He jumps up real quick and then runs.
Yeah,
They always jump up real quick and then run for some reason those days.
They were live action cartoon people.
Is that a graph of his bad breath?
The little real player psychedelic images.
How awful is Real
It's
Player?
like watching a laser light show from the 80s.
Nice.
Real Player's horrible.
Who uses Real Player?
Nobody.
It's got a website with .rm files on it.
Oh my God.
Steve the Whistler. Yes, I whistle.
Yes, but not out of my mouth. Out of my backside.
How long is the Steve the Whistler bit, E-Rock?
It's 32 minutes.
Wow.
Fuck, man. When was the last time we played
We
it?
fucked with him for
We played
a
a
long
lot.
time.
We could
Yeah.
play it again.
When was the last time we played it, though?
I think when we did the Cringing Moments special.
Oh, really?
So I think earlier in the year.
I think we should just, like, at the during the shit show, You do, the after show.
Oh, okay.
Just do what Sam normally does, where it's like, Steve the Whistler, and you'll be fucking with him, and Steve will go, I don't think the after Opie and Anthony. Well, that was, some shit. It's like bits just end in the bit. There's no sense that the bit actually naturally ended.
Sometimes we get tired of the bit playing, so I just tell E-Rock, just throw the sweeper.
Just put a sweeper in. After Opie, Sam Roberts. And then he's like, yeah, that was, a little taste of it.
I say this.
I laugh so hard when that happens, by the way. It's one of my favorite parts of the after shit show.
After O&A live.
It just stops. He just stops anything.
I say this I like the after show, right?
Okay.
Who do you get any feedback from those guys at all? Any direction? Anything?
No. I mean, every now, very rarely, but
Air check. Could you see if they air check them?
no, they kind of, as long as you guys are okay with it,
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
all right with it.
they just let me do whatever.
We called in yesterday on the way home. We're all right with it. Yeah.
You had some celebrity call-in yesterday, though.
Yeah.
I love when there's when the Club Soda Kenny vehicle calls in, because it's everybody and and sometimes Chip shows
Yeah.
up. And
Fucking
Oh, yeah.
Chip.
I heard yesterday. I heard some Chip.
Yeah, I had to drive home with Chip.
He was helping you out with
entire
the text.
fucking time.
well, he didn't
yesterday.
realize his phone was still on. And the whole time he was just, I hate that E-Rock. And he hadn't hung up his phone.
Have you gotten any feedback within the past week or something from, like, Gary or anything?
You mean this week?
Yeah.
Gary's.
It's been a great week of O&A radio.
Yeah,
so I would assume that
we have had an amazing week. Any
Yeah.
feedback from Gary?
He's on vacation.
What?
Yeah. He's on vacation this week.
What do you mean?
I thought we talked about this yesterday and the day before.
No, I don't remember talking about it at all, Sam. What are you talking about?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
He's not here?
Gary?
Yeah.
No.
I could have sworn I even saw him yesterday.
Yeah, I thought I saw him
Like
too.
down the hall or something.
Didn't he peek his head in when Guy Fieri was cooking up those steaks?
Yeah.
No, he's not in the state. He's out on vacation.
Well, how the fuck did we put that whole Guy Fieri thing together if he's
Without
on
him?
vacation?
Well, I mean, we made do.
We actually have pulled off some amazing shows this week without any assistance from Gary.
Gary's on vacation this week.
But what does he do that makes us go, holy shit, Gary's on vacation, this hasn't gotten done, or we need this, and I can't wait till he gets back because then we can do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean that.
Why didn't any of us panic? Because he was going on vacation.
Yeah.
You would think there'd be a panic in the air, like, oh, God, I don't know if we're going to be able to do the show.
Exactly. Who had to step up
Right.
to fulfill what he normally does so our show can run?
It's actually the guy who does the toilets had to step down.
The guy that's in there mopping sometimes.
No, not him. The other guy they send in who has to use his fingernails to scrape the bottom of the ridge of the bowl.
So you mean to tell me that we've had no interruption in any way, shape, or form to our show because Gary's on vacation?
Well, I'll tell you, it's been a great week of radio.
What had to be put on the back burner for a week because
Right.
he's not here?
Very good. Very good.
What was, it, what was he even working on that we don't know about?
What was he working on that is now postponed for 1 week?
Obviously,
because he's been away.
Obviously, he's not working on your raise or getting us interns.
Right,
So
that's
what
true,
does he
that's
do?
true.
What does he do?
Well, I don't know. I'm not his direct superior or anything like that, so I don't know exactly what his responsibility
I
is.
will say one thing that has suffered is that tube of head polish has gone untouched in a week.
Well, I do miss him. I'm going to go home and watch Powder.
Yes, right now Gary's in a cafeteria somewhere explaining why all the forks are stuck to his arm.
It must suck to be a not good-looking guy and bald. That's a horrible combination. At least if you're losing your hair, you can tell your family, look at my face. I got a good face.
I'm all right.
I'm all right. Hair doesn't matter if you have a good face.
Wow.
Wait, he's really not here this week?
No, he's
I
not.
It's a
thought he
joke,
was
right?
in.
I'm not kidding. I'll tell you, Rob Cross stepped up. He led the meeting this week, the staff meeting.
Yeah, but
Now would Gary normally lead it?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
but isn't Rob Cross an intern in the management program?
No, Rob Cross is not an intern.
He actually has power?
Yes, he oversees some of the programs on this channel.
What does he oversee?
Well, he focuses more on Ron and Fez and
So their
special delivery.
Is their show on vacation then?
No, Ron and Fez?
Yeah.
No, Rob is here taking care of Ron and Fez.
Well,
Gary is the one who's not here.
He's really not
I
here.
assume because he's not here, Ron and Fez would be like, we got to take off too because we can't function without him.
Yeah, the whole channel
The
should shut
channel's
down.
really,
If the
we should
guy
just power
quote
down.
that oversees the thing is on vacation, the whole fucking channel should shut down.
we should power down.
No, Gary just
Let's
pretty
power
much
down.
concentrates on this show.
Yeah?
That's his main responsibility and focus. which is
Really?
good. I mean,
God, I
have a
hope
guy-
he doesn't tell his family and friends that.
Well, that's what his
Oh my God!
job is,
Wow.
I think.
You think when he's not here, he actually tells his family and friends, "Yeah, I oversee that whole thing."
yeah.
I'm a very important part of that whole organization.
that's me.
Oh, I know they've been doing it for 20 some odd years at this point. One of the guys has been in Radio 30. They've been together about 17 or so. But I'm really the main fucking guy over there.
I'm the guy.
If it wasn't for me, I think that whole show would collapse. You think he has those conversations?
Oh, yeah.
Either those or, hey, do you know where I could get a gun?
Well, that's my goal.
That's your goal.
Oh, God.
What?
That's a horrible thing to say.
What happened?
He said either that or get a gun, and you said that's my goal.
I want to get a gun.
Oh,
Well, who wouldn't?
It's not safe out there, Sam. What are you
It is
talking about?
I
very
misunderstood
unsafe out
then.
there.
Yeah.
It's my mistake.
Yeah.
My mistake.
So when is he back from vacation?
I think he's just gone for the week, and he'll be back on Monday refreshed.
Honestly, I'll tell you the truth.
Okay.
He knows he's not that important. So,
shit.
so that's why he takes his vacation whenever. Like, if
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
really important, he would take his vacation when we take our vacation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
lot
I mean,
easier.
he's got other responsibilities here as well.
What are some of his other responsibilities at Sirius XM
I know he
Because
does.
maybe he could just do all that.
besides this show? Yeah.
Maybe he could do all that full time.
We could give him
Because
some
I honestly
extra
think
time.
at this point we'd be better off without him.
Oh my God!
If
Well,
you
the
want to make it
show's-
really real.
The show's functioning perfectly without him.
Well, yeah, but I mean, people are stepping out. Maybe as time went on.
Who's stepping up?
Well, Rob ran the meeting.
I like Rob.
He's a good guy.
After his internship, I think he could get a low-level job in
Opie,
management.
You're not listening. I told you he's not an intern.
He's an intern in that program.
He's not an intern.
You can't
has-
just become a manager. They fucking
No.
bring you up.
He has a
you start
desk.
by getting coffee for Bladder and Greenstein, and eventually they give you a little low-level fucking management job. I look forward to that day for him.
He has a desk and he's got an office. He's got office space.
What does Gary do?
Gary, he runs. I'm not sure exactly
Because I know when I have real issues, I just go right to Bladder.
Okay.
Is this the week he had to go to DeVry to get his diploma?
I think he graduated from college that wasn't DeVry. I'm
wasn't
not sure which
DeVry?
school, but
Oh, okay.
I can't
Just
be.
wondering.
No,
Just wondering.
he does run a couple music channels. He's in charge of this show. He does a whole bunch.
Couple
of
of
Not
music
in
channels.
charge of this show.
In charge of the show.
Shut that shit up right away.
Oh,
I'm
man.
not going to allow that.
Well, like
He can make believe he kind of oversees this shit.
Yeah.
That's fine. He's not in charge of me, Anthony, or Jim Norton. I'll tell you right the fuck now.
I've gone to him when I have problems.
Oh, they call him Spitshine Gary. His head looks like a fucking mirrors. You see yourself in him. Head like fucking mirrors.
Well, that's not a commentary on his managerial style.
Might not notice.
All right, so he's on vacation, I guess.
Yes,
I guess.
we already talked.
I could swear I at least saw him, like maybe the back of his head.
This is one of those when a tree falls in the woods thing. Like, I don't know if he's really on vacation because I wouldn't know on a regular basis when he's here.
Yeah.
The only time I know he's here is when he's like trying to corner me for some nonsense. Which is whatever. It's always nonsense.
I know for a
Wow.
fact he's on vacation, and I'm looking forward to him coming back. Get some more stuff done.
All right, fair enough.
He's a behind-the-scenes guy. You guys are more focused with on the air.
Behind the scenes.
What
What happens back there?
I want to ask the entire staff,
No, don't ask everybody.
and you can even write it on a piece of paper to keep it very anonymous. What was the last thing he did for the show? I really want to know. Something that we would know about.
Yes, write it down.
Because if I had to, I wouldn't be able to come up with anything.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I'm seeing right now. There is somebody, I'm not going to give away any names, who couldn't grab a pen and paper fast enough. Could not grab a pen and paper fast enough and is jotting down furiously.
It's a food order.
Okay, you gave it away.
Well, maybe we're throwing people off, Sam. You never know. You never know.
He's right. He's still writing.
Because I wouldn't be able to answer that question. Would you be able to answer that question?
Last thing.
He did for the show.
He probably told me something on the way to the elevator, but I don't remember.
He was helpful. He was a point guy for me when organizing the Comic-Con trip.
Oh,
You did do that.
he was point guy.
Yeah, but you could get a travel agent for that. I could call a travel agency and they could do exactly what he did.
Do it
for me.
online yourself.
Right.
Just plink away at some keys,
Well, no,
and before
I
you
mean-
know it, you got a trip.
I did. He approved.
Amazing.
He approved everything, and that's what I mean.
And I told someone this yesterday. The mistake Gary made was telling me that we were making progress on interns. So now I'm done
The
with
mistake Gary made was saying, "Okay, I'll take the
them.
job."
Well, that's his mistake. But when he said we're making progress on interns, and that was at least 4 to 5 months ago, I'm like, I'm done with this guy.
It was so long ago.
Maybe he's working on it, and it's out of his control.
Well, then don't tell me you're making progress. Do we have an answer to the question?
Okay. This is what he does. As per someone. Keeps pursuing events you say no to a long time ago and tells us not to talk about it because he's handling it. So shit we've said no to continues to be pursued.
Yeah.
And then tells us not to talk about it because he's on it.
He's on it.
He's on it. He's on it.
Rip that up.
Okay, what are they going to do? A handwriting?
No,
Yeah,
give
we can't
me
check
that.
hoof prints.
I don't trust this place at all. I'll put it in my back pocket and dispose of it properly.
Hilarious.
All right.
Here it is. Yeah, Denver Pest saying Gary is every middle manager in America.
Thank you. And that's why we do this. And
Middle management.
because we do this because people can relate, and then we get kind of bitched at.
Yeah.
Oh man, but this is why we do it. Everyone
middle
deals with this
management.
shit. Middle management sucks a dick.
Gary's going to be like, oh, they started the show. Oh, listen, Steve the Whistler, they're bashing him. Good, I'm in the clear. Did that make a left turn?
Yeah, made a sharp right.
Left. If I was him, I would quit with dignity.
How's that?
And just tell the company, look, I'm
Arbud
more
Dwyer.
suited.
Dwight Private Pile left the Marine Corps.
Yeah, exactly. And just say I'm more suited for like music channels. They're right. They don't need me. I was hoping they did, but they just don't.
Yeah. That's a
He more.
shame
I
he had.
mean, he works with the.
What?
He works with the staff more than
Yeah.
He works more closely with the staff, I guess, than you guys.
So again, aside from pursuing shit that we said no about,
That's not what I said.
what? Oh, I know you didn't say that. What does he do behind the scenes?
Well, like he's a point guy on big events, like things like Comic-Con, and when we have to.
Sam, don't talk and hit buttons while you're talking.
I don't have buttons.
Was he at the Hard Rock Cafe?
Yeah, he was there.
He was there.
I saw
He was
him.
banging cocktail waitresses 2 at a time.
Wow, was that good
I
timing?
love when a button's just sitting there,
Oh my God.
glowing.
And be honest now.
Yeah.
Do you remember seeing him at the Hard Rock Cafe? Because he was the point man.
No.
Are you being honest?
I'm being honest with you.
I know
So,
that there were walkthroughs of the Hard Rock leading up to the event that he went on.
Well, I know the broadcast sounded terrific.
Wow.
Oh,
The sound of it
one of our
sounded
best
great.
remotes ever.
Yeah.
Oh, is that good? He was at the Hard Rock. He was banging cocktail waitresses 2 at a time. Idiot. You picture that dunderhead fucking Hard Rock girls?
Yep, but we walk in. Yep, ba-da.
Mo Green. That's funny.
I think a lot of companies would do well just getting rid of middle management.
Yeah. Look at the
And
money
then
you
pass
could
the
save.
savings on to the workers.
And then you know what you do? You get rid of middle management. You do that for like a month. And then you assess what is getting done and what isn't getting done. And then you perhaps even rehire a couple for the positions that weren't getting done, for things that weren't getting done. But you would never have to rehire them all. That's for sure.
Oh, fuck no.
It would be a very small percentage.
Fuck no.
Because you'd be like, are things getting to? Oh yeah, well, you laid them off for a little while.
When is Rob Cross's internship over?
I goddamn
end of the
told you
summer.
this.
I goddamn told you this. He says.
He's not an intern.
Are we going to throw him a party?
He runs XMU.
We should take him out after his internship's done because I kind of like the guy.
When's his semester up?
I think it's a summer internship for him.
Summer?
No, I told you this. He's been here since we first got here. He runs some of the programming on this channel. He runs
what programming?
I love this vague. Some of the
so
program.
vague.
He runs some music channels. It's all I don't
vague.
know.
Rob is in charge of XMU, and he does a great job on that. And
That's college radio, isn't it?
XMU. That's XM's version of college radio.
All right,
it's indie.
It's supposed to be college radio. That's what. Hence the U.
I got another question for Anthony. XMU, ready?
Yeah.
And we came from the XM world.
Yes.
I'm going to give you 5 guesses to try to figure out what channel that is. And you work for the company.
All right. This is like Lotto.
It is Lotto. So you're openly admitting you're just going to take a complete stab at this.
XM 93.
All right, 93. What's on 93?
There's three guesses, right?
5.
Hang on.
No, let's go 3 because
okay.
3's good enough.
XM. I'm not looking at anything. XM 65.
93, 65.
Okay. XM. No, it's out of the 20. XM. 57.
57. Because this leads to point 2.
And now we'll go.
A lot of these channels can be turned off.
2 more. Let's just say XM.
Yeah.
130.
130.
130, and then we'll go with the last one. We'll go XM.
You got a lot of high numbers here. You want to go a little lower?
No, I know the lower ones. It wouldn't be there.
Fair enough.
All right, I'm gonna go 116.
116. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go 117.
Price is right, bitch.
We could change. We could turn some of these channels off. I think it's time that we get a second channel. And then we throw a lot of our guys on that second channel. Do way the fuck better than a lot of these other dumb things.
What is it?
I don't think there is an XM93. That was your first guess.
Okay.
Dope.
Second guess, XM65 is old school hip hop backspin.
That's I must because I was just listening to that.
Backspin is kind of cool.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Like the good old days.
Yeah.
Seemed less threatening.
Yeah, when rap was fun.
Rap was fun.
When rap was fun.
Hop, hip hop, you don't stop a rockin'.
I got my hat and it matches my collar. It's different than now.
Oh yeah, much less threatening.
XM57 is the Grateful Dead channel.
Oh,
I should have known that one.
XM130 is POTUS.
POTUS.
Yes.
That was Hugh Panero's idea.
That's POTUS to sleep.
That was Hugh Panero's only idea that he ever came up with.
Then it should have been gingivitis.
And XM116 is Kids Place.
Wow. Oh, see? I should have known.
So you weren't even close.
No.
Kevin from Connecticut, it's 35.
Is it?
Yes.
Yes, it
According
is.
to you knew all the lower ones.
I was thinking like 20s and stuff.
Now Sam goes, he does a good job programming XM35.
Yes, he does.
What makes a good job in that case?
The listeners of Sirius XMU are all happy with the way the station sounds, to my knowledge.
So the listener
And he gets banned.
The listener of XMU really likes it.
I said listeners.
Oh, I just heard one.
And he's had people up here. He's done events with interviews, and the Antlers were up here, and
really
MGMT, and
I like MGMT, that's for sure.
Well,
but they're heard on other channels, right?
The Antlers aren't.
Who are the Antlers?
They're an indie band.
We're not hip enough to know the Antlers.
Yeah.
That sucks.
They were on Leno.
They were? What's their song? Do I know their song?
Probably not.
Do they sing with the Uncles?
No, it's
no, it's
Antler. Antler, like an animal.
All right, so he does a good job with that.
All right,
and he programs some of the, and he focuses more on the Ron and Fez show and special delivery. He does a great job with special delivery.
I want to make a request to the company right now. Sirius XM satellite radio. We want a second channel. Because a lot of these channels are nonsense. Let's be honest with each other.
Yeah, we could just knock that
Give us
off.
another channel. We'll move some of our boys in, and I think you would have a fine fucking
think
channel.
so.
Think podcast.
What are you taking off?
Huh?
What channel are you replacing?
XMU.
XMU is easy.
No, that's Rob's channel.
Oh, wow. Come on.
Why would you? People like XMU.
Isn't it just college radio? So
No,
So
it's-
just tune in 89 point something, and you'll get the same music.
It's indie
Yeah.
rock.
Huh?
Indie rock.
What's indie rock?
Independent
like
rock and roll. No,
No, it's from Indianapolis, stupid.
Oh, sorry. I missed
Neither
that.
of those two.
Want to congratulate Green Day, voted the greatest punk band of all time.
Really? Punk?
Yeah, exactly. They couldn't be more mainstream.
Mainstream.
Who the fuck voted for them?
I think it was Rolling Stone had a huge fucking poll.
Well, Rolling Stone stinks.
But you can't have Green Day as a punk band. Maybe they sort of started like that. I don't know. I
Yeah.
remember as soon as Green Day hit, they were mainstream right away.
Yeah.
Right away.
What's a Green Day?
Do they
punk
even have
song?
punk elements?
Dude, I can't think of one punk vibe I've ever heard from those
No,
guys.
they're catchy, poppy tunes.
They're extremely catchy.
Yeah.
They know how to write pop music.
The Clash. Where's the Sex Pistols?
Oh, wait, is this the
Clash.
list?
Number 4.
All right, so let me go down the list. Is this
Oh
from
my
Rolling Stone?
God.
Yes.
Oh, Travis wants in on this too. Good.
Oh,
Bad
this-
Brains should be on the list. Social Distortion should be on the list. The Misfits absolutely should be on the list.
Black Flag.
Number 7, Black Flag on the list. 6, Iggy and the Stooges. These are punk
Yeah.
rock bands. 6. 5, Dead Kennedys. Yes. 4, Sex Pistols. Yes. The Ramones, of course. At number 3, The Clash. I have.
They wound
they're-
up getting popular, but they got popular like as a punk band.
Were they really?
They were considered punk, but
Who?
Clash.
The Clash,
Absolutely.
But they got poppy.
They certainly had a lot of poppy
Fuck,
stuff.
you play a little Clash, E-Rock?
Oh my God! Go with fucking Lost in the Supermarket or Train. Well, Train in Vain is
I'm
popular.
sure he was going to go with.
Well, what were you going to go with,
Lost in the
E-Rock?
Supermarket. That's his dream.
Yeah, he was going to go with Rocket.
No, you can't go rock the. Actually, I was.
Them? Rock the Casbah? It's not punk.
Actually, I was wrong too. You got to go like earlier to prove that they're punk.
yeah.
Because Lost in the Supermarket is just a nice song.
Why did I
Has
scream
no
that?
punk elements whatsoever.
Yeah, Rock the Casbah.
You were gonna play
That's
rock
what he was
the
going to
Casbah.
play.
No.
Yeah, that's
What were you gonna
Rock the Casbah.
What about should I stay or should I go?
Those are all
It's
the.
always taste,
that's what he was
taste,
gonna play.
taste. I think it's just the way they sing that make them punk.
That's not a punk song either.
You've
So-
got me wet, as long as you sound like you're Cockney.
Yeah.
No, the Clash and Joe Strummer were
But
definitely.
I haven't heard of punk. The ones you're naming, Rock the Casbah, Should
Give
I
me a
Stay or
list of
Should I
Clash
Go?
songs, and we'll do it for you, E-Rock. You're picking all their biggest hits.
We should play one that we haven't named yet to see what he would play.
All right, yeah.
That's true.
What would you play?
Go ahead.
And it's really hip to fucking. like
He's
the
reading
Clash,
the
by
list.
way.
I'll tell you what he's doing right now. He's reading the list, trying to find the title of the song.
A title
sounds
that
punky.
sounds punky.
Hey, this is cool. Boots in the Face. I'll play that.
The one I like isn't in here, so
What song?
Oh.
Guns of Brixton.
Yeah,
That's not
it's a
in
good
here.
song.
I would go London Calling.
London Calling.
London Calling.
It's a song that people know, and it's sort of has some punk.
Phony
Beatlemania
Beatlemania spit in the dust.
I would go with this
You
one.
gotta just sound angry.
This would be the one that keeps everyone interested. A song you know, and it's sort of punky.
This was the intro music to my college radio punk show.
Ah, nice.
Oh.
So I can confirm that this is punk.
Wow. What was it called? The Twink Punk?
Was that your decision or Rob's?
Yeah, that was Rob's.
There's no way he was the program director for that
I
college.
don't know what he did.
Well, I just played this on the Boneyard, actually.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
The boys and girls.
Put these guys above the fucking Sex Pistols, though.
Well, I mean, the Sex Pistols had one album. They were more famous for their act than they were for their music.
I liked the Clash
I really like the Clash.
back in the day.
I still like them. And then Green Day is your number one punk band of all
Green
time.
Day
It's just so stupid.
beats out all those as a punk band.
Now you want to know why?
If I was that midget that sings for them, I would tell everyone, look, I just want to tell the world we're not a punk band. Thank you for considering us one, but we're just not. Well, we're on fucking Broadway, and we had, well, it used to be on Broadway, and we came up with a million poppy hit songs.
And had like a ballad that was played at funerals and shit.
Yeah, I can't listen to
What song is that?
Jesus.
I can't even
What song is it?
It's that
we
ballad.
went down that road.
What?
Time of Your Life.
They did a good version, a good cover of Working Class Hero.
Yeah, they did.
Which I heard a Bobby Fischer tribute after he died. It was that's how I heard of their. They have a great cover of this.
I like them a lot, but they're not punk.
Well, then they probably shouldn't have posted the link to vote on their own website.
Of course they shouldn't have. They should have respect for themselves and tell the community we're not a punk band.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, this was a readers poll, and like the biggest Green Day fan site and their official website both posted about it.
Okay, so
Hey,
that's what happened. You can't really. I don't think Iggy and the Stooges are getting a website and putting a link up.
They really wanted to win the contest. Yeah. Fucking assholes.
Because Rolling Stone knows what punk rock is.
This is a great song, by the way. Yeah. Not that I have to tell anyone.
They hurt you at home and they hit you at school.
He almost sounds like Lennon there, huh? A little bit.
They hate if you're clever.
I think he's starring in the American Idiot movie that they're doing.
Oh, John Lennon?
No, Billy Joe.
Billy Joe, John Lennon.
Want to go to break with this? Turn us up. We'll be back.
Yeah, I gotta eat.
A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. When they tortured and scared you for 20-odd years, then they expect you to pick a career when you can't really function, you're so full of fear. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. You doped with religion and sex and TV, and you think you're so clever and classless and free, but you're still peasants as far as I can see. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. There's room at the top, they're telling you still, but first you must learn how to smile and to kill. If you wanna be like all the folks on the hill. A working class hero is something to be. Working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. Hero will just follow me. If you want to be a hero, well, just follow me.
Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
Oh, yeah. Play it, Doyle. He can turn this up as loud as he wants. The law's on his side. He knows he plays his cards with the chief of police, so his neighbor can go fuck himself.
Bob Thornton's birthday today. That's why.
Wow, good one.
56 years young today. Whoa.
You gotta play through it.
Gotta play through it.
More birthdays. Richard Belzer, 67.
Wow.
Wow, is he really?
Barack Obama, the big 5-0 today.
Yeah, he was joking about it on.
Yeah, I guess the
on
country's
TV.
fine because when I see the president making jokes, I say to myself, the country's fine.
You feel better about everything?
Of course. They were talking about how America was going to collapse a mere week ago, and now you got the president on TV making jokes.
Making some jokes.
So everything's fine.
Any movie you see where the president is dealing with turmoil and a horrible situation, they're never joking.
Yeah.
You know? Watch Armageddon.
Yeah.
President's not joking in that motherfucker.
Roger Clemens, 49 years old.
Oh, the rocket.
And on a personal note, my dad would have been 81 today.
Oh, well, you know. It's the circle of life, Opie. The circle.
80-fucking-1. Holy shit.
Wow.
That's old.
That's doable, though.
Yes.
Tony Bennett just turned 85. He's rocking.
Tony Bennett.
81. Fuck. And here's one that's going to make a few of you feel very old today. And now, it's a new bit, by the way. How old was Travis when blank happened? Is the new bit. We just started it today.
Yeah.
Travis was... I got to do the math. 2 years old. Travis was 2 years old when this happened.
2 years old. His mom left with a Jew. No? Who's older? Oh.
The first time he kicked his underwear onto a ceiling fan?
Nice. Travis is 30.
So 28 years ago.
So he was 2 years old when this happened.
All right, wait, what year was
This is a much better way to do this bit that we've been doing for a while now.
Yes. 81.
Travis was 2. And he's one of the big fucking producers for this radio show now.
Ooh.
83 that was.
Yeah, Travis was 2. So he has no memory of this happening. And we certainly have a vivid memory of this happening. It's a sports memory.
Oh, wait, 83.
Mm-hmm.
The guy kicked the goal?
Do you know when your dad's birthday is?
Yeah, December 28th.
Reagan was shot.
28th?
Yeah.
July 29th.
I don't think I ever knew that. Reagan was shot 28 years ago today?
No, I'm just guessing.
It's a sports thing.
Sports, I'm sorry.
Oh, you just tricked me.
That was a hell of a sport.
Yeah, well, for Hinckley it was.
Caught a bullet with his lung.
That was actually it was a good rebound off him to Brady. It was passed. A sport thing 28 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. Robin Yount hit a double.
Oh, very good.
Alan Bannister grounded it. By the way, when I was in 1979, it's the only baseball card collection I ever collected the entire one through just buying packs and got it.
Oh.
And my friend Neil Grant, I couldn't get Alan Bannister from the Chicago White Sox, was the last one in the cunting series. And then Neil Grant had it and traded me for something, and he brought it in tinfoil. And I got my Alan Bannister card.
In tinfoil.
But it was okay. He was in good shape.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I just wanted to get a really, really awful story.
I like it. 28 years ago today, Travis was 2. Dave Winfield killed a seagull.
Wow. That's a while ago.
Seagull. Winfield killed a seagull, and Travis's mom fucked one.
A seagull?
Oh, shit. God.
And 67 years ago today, Anne Frank lost her game of hide and seek.
That's... okay.
She was arrested by the Nazis.
Ali Oxenfree.
The Nazis got Anne Frank.
They came
Was
out.
that 3 weeks before the end of the war or something they got her? It was really right before the end of World War II.
Who's the landlord of that building that she was hiding in? Because now the poor landlord can't fucking change that building ever.
Oh, yeah, right?
Maybe he wants to remodel or something.
Yeah, do something in the attic. Put AC up there.
Maybe make it into a really nice condo with a lot of windows and stuff. By the way, Anthony.
Yes.
all the punk people are checking in, and I think they're making some really good points. They are mentioning bands I've never fucking heard of in my life.
Well, those are probably good punk bands.
And we've been in the music world off and on our entire lives, right? So I think Rolling Stone's list, you pretty much have to get rid of that entire list.
Yeah.
Because those are mainstream punk bands.
Popularity contest.
And you can't really say punk and mainstream at the same time. So I bet you, if I was Rolling Stone, I would go, okay, this list was nice, but now we're going to do a real fucking list of punk bands. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what is, who are they saying?
Like the Voidoids. Exactly.
The Voidoids.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them coming in. That's going to just bore everyone to death. But those are probably real punk bands that people in the know, understand and like.
What about G.G. Allen?
He just threw shit around.
Terrible.
No, he was horrid.
The Murder Junkies?
Yeah.
Hey,
fucking just
blah, 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 duty on you, blah, 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 blah. We got it. Crazy. He was crazy, but...
I like watching G.G. Allen documentaries and stuff, but he didn't...
Pissing on the audience, shitting.
Well, he was respectful of Johnny Cash.
Was he?
Worshipped Johnny Cash. And when they met... I don't think he met Johnny Cash, but they went to a Johnny Cash show, and he was very well behaved. And then he met somebody in Cash's family... Might have been his daughter or whatever, and he was very gentlemanly.
Hey,
we got no penis.
Did he ever do a Johnny Cash song, G.G. Allen?
I don't know.
How could you know?
Yeah, burning fire, burning shit on the fire. That's good. Attack your own audience with feces. Terrific.
And wonder why they don't come back.
Exactly. Why would they? You're in a warehouse performing.
Right. Your shows have to be on the QT. That's great.
My friend Elizabeth was good friends with Merle.
Yeah, Merle with the backwards Hitler. He sported.
Oh yeah, he did.
He went backwards Hitler.
Gigi's covered in blood and shit, and what a disaster.
The Buzzcocks.
The Buzzcocks.
All right. Stupid Al Sharpton. You want to get into this shit or what?
Of course.
Do you have parties for your birthday when you turn a certain age?
Me?
Yeah, I don't.
An actual party?
Yeah, I don't.
No, but it's it's
depressing, right?
No, not anymore. It was depressing when I was in a dead-end relationship with nothing fucking going on in my life.
Yeah, you just kind of.
Now that I got stuff going on, it's kind of cool again.
Birthdays?
Yeah.
Do you have
all right,
parties?
man.
I never have them.
No, I'm not a party guy, like a birthday party.
What kind of party you want?
I'll have a shindig. But it won't be like your typical fucking happy birthday.
Are you in a relationship now, Jimmy?
No.
I think it makes it tougher when you're a little older and you're not in a relationship and you have a birthday.
I just realized.
To be honest with you.
But my ex and I are still friends, and I don't know where it will go, but we've been broken up for almost 4 months.
Damn.
I can't fucking believe that.
Wow. Time does go by.
I can't believe that. I just realized it last night. But yeah, I never throw birthday parties because I would never know who to invite.
No, you just maybe get some people together.
Yeah, you, of course.
Party hats. Well, party hats.
I'm waiting for something to happen. It might not happen, though.
Really?
No.
No? Okay.
That's all. I saw Voss last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Voss is coming in.
He is. He brought me a Phil Necro ball signed. He got it signed.
Did he?
He's a good guy.
How does he know it was Phil Necro?
He probably mispronounced it and had to be corrected, and that's how I remember.
Phil Negro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or Philip Necro. Philip Necro.
My dad does not leave me pennies in the street. A lot of people are asking. What?
Oh.
It's a question, Sam.
Oh, that's...
Well, my dad did flick the lights. What day was that? A couple weeks ago. Actually, it might have been a combo of me and Aunt's dead dads.
Oh, yeah,
the lights.
the power.
And by the way, the lights haven't flickered since. And Sam witnessed that shit.
It is odd, right?
Right when I was about to mock the dead and how, see, they can't give us signs, all of a sudden these lights went fucking dim and back up.
And you said,
Yes.
if you're around, if you have this power, make the lights flicker.
Look, it's a big day for my dad in heaven. He's 81 today, so fucking show me another sign, motherfucker.
Oh, boy.
Another.
Prove to me.
He showed you a sign.
Prove to me that was just one of those things that was a coincidence.
How can you have so little faith? You need another sign 2 weeks later?
Why not? If you could do it once, you could do it 100 times, right?
We dimmed the light, and then he flicked it back on.
Huh?
We dimmed the light.
Well, no, I don't want to fuck around with what we did last time, because maybe if we dim the lights, that's why it happens. So just do
now
it.
You just gotta
do
say,
it. Do it.
Go ahead.
Do it.
Go ahead. If you're hanging around, go ahead. Make the lights do anything.
Stop fingering Marilyn Monroe and flick these fucking lights.
Yeah, maybe it's like, oh, this kid with these fucking lights again. Jesus.
I gave him a sign.
Help me out.
I was proud of my dad when I was coming of age, that 13, 14, 15, and you start snooping around a little bit in the house. Found a trunk of my dad's, and there was nudes of Marilyn Monroe. I'm like, my dad jerks off to Marilyn Monroe nudes.
Jesus.
It was the greatest find ever. It just meant so much to me because he wasn't a Playboy guy. I don't think my mom would have allowed him to have a subscription to Playboy. We're waiting, Sam. No lights flickering today.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Not yet, but like you
on
said,
his birthday too.
we may be busy
on his
fingering
birthday.
someone.
They're just having fun.
Yeah. You think our pops are hanging out?
Who knows?
My
Is there
dad
a bar up there.
Well, my dad's way cooler than me, so I would imagine there's a very good possibility of that, sir.
As long as there's a place to get a beverage.
Yeah. All right, we can't wait for the fucking lights to flicker.
Yeah,
Sam,
yeah.
So we're gonna move on. Is that okay with you?
So yeah, it's okay by me. Let your dad rest in peace.
Why, man? It's his birthday. Fucking flick these goddamn lights.
Party.
Make
Well,
believe.
maybe- yeah,
make
Party?
believe.
Who do you invite? Yeah.
All his friends.
I'm gonna wait for something to happen again.
Nothing's going to happen.
Nothing.
I actually don't care.
Should I wait?
What?
Nothing.
I'm waiting for something to happen. Sometimes you gotta wait and let something develop. Nothing.
Nothing.
No, because I wouldn't have went anywhere, to be honest with you. I really wouldn't have. I would have done my spot and went home. I don't care if he's a friend of the show.
All right. Well, Dad's not gonna flick the lights today for his 81st birthday. He can make believe he's blowing on candles. Fucking make these things flick. See, it was nothing that day, Sam.
Does
it was
he
just a
sleep in?
coincidence. No, he probably gets up to listen to the show
Oh.
in heaven.
Yeah, but he's got replay in heaven.
He does?
Yeah, replays throughout the day.
Nice. Reverend Al Sharpton's an asshole.
Yeah.
He's playing that damn race card once again.
He loves playing the race card.
No surprise here. What does
Loves
he have his
it.
own show now?
Yeah.
Like every night?
Yeah.
Every day or whatever?
Is it?
Where's he on? CNN?
I think it's MSNBC.
I want to
MSNBC?
of course. Why wouldn't they put him on?
Wow, what did MSNBC do wrong that they had to hire Reverend Al? Because Reverend Al holds people hostage.
Yeah, that's how Reverend Al gets jobs.
He got a gig.
Extortion,
I
pretty
don't
much.
give a fuck anymore, so we can finally say it. Reverend Al was hired by XM because of a problem we had.
Yeah.
And that was the way to calm Reverend Al down, because he was rallying the troops against this radio show for a bit we did, the Homeless Charlie thing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they said, "Well, we want to give you a show, Reverend Al, but you can't really mess with our main guys here." So they made some backdoor deal. That's how Reverend Al gets fucking shows.
Of course.
So I wonder if MSNBC had a little problem with Reverend Al, and they had to smooth it over by getting his dumb face on TV.
Reverend Al.
So what did he do, Ant?
Well, there was a problem with Pat Buchanan. He was having a conversation with Pat Buchanan, and Pat said something about President Obama, and said, "Hey, your boy Obama caved in. You know, he caved to the Republicans for this debt bullshit thing." And he goes, "What?" I was like, "What the?" He goes, "My president? Is that who you're talking about? My president? Your president?" He goes, "What? Your boy caved." So that's what he's now demanding an apology from Pat Buchanan. Buchanan is saying there's no way he's apologizing.
He shouldn't.
He almost did. I mean, he did a retraction type of thing. He didn't.
Well, he
quite
said
apologize.
perhaps I could have used better words or something, but
He shouldn't have even said that.
he shouldn't have said that.
You could say boy without meaning anything past that.
Yeah.
I think he could. This is one of those weird things where I don't think you should be penalized at all, because I don't think he meant anything by it. But it's like one of those things where you go like, sometimes you phrase things and you go like, I could have phrased that a little better.
Yeah.
And it should end there without a penalty and without a groveling apology.
Well, they want him fired.
Who does?
Them. You know.
How does Sharpton ask anybody to change anything they say why was that indicative of Pat Buchanan? But when fucking Jesse Jackson said nigger on Fox, Sharpton goes, well, that's not the Jesse I know.
And they should
everybody
cut his
shut their
balls
fucking
off.
mouths.
It said cut his balls off.
Yeah, why didn't he say that? That's your future president. Was that before or after he was elected?
I think it was after.
So why didn't Sharpton say? I don't know if that was before or after. That's your president or that's your president elect.
Yeah,
when he goes, he's talking down to niggas. He didn't call him a nigger. I'm sorry. He said he's talking down to niggas.
Yeah.
We should cut his balls off. Someone should cut his balls off, or whatever. Why didn't he say that? That's your president.
Yeah, because he's black. Because they're both black. That's how that works.
And don't you use the term boy?
That's my boy.
I've said it before, like, see your boy over there.
Yeah, your boy over there.
I've said that a million fucking times, and it had nothing to do with color.
Yeah,
but it's
nothing.
so derogatory. I think we should just call it the B word. Yeah.
Oh wow! It's all over the place. This Pat Buchanan,
Oh, yeah,
he's got legs.
see?
Huh?
Right there.
Fuck this Reverend Al Sharpton.
Right
Enough
there.
already. Look at his scowl. Oh,
he's
are you
always
mad,
angry.
Al? Are you mad at something?
Al's very angry.
No, why? Because it's good for business.
Didn't you see Al in first class?
I sat literally right behind him.
First class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
believe
how
me,
Al travels.
He doesn't even have a
that American Airlines
He
flight
doesn't
that I
have a
was
real
on.
job.
Yeah.
That fucking, I know the network gets a deal, so maybe whoever flew him out there gets a deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's an extremely expensive flight if you're going on regular.
Oh, yeah.
I imagine the network pays a third of what he would have had to pay.
Yeah.
Here's Pat referring to Obama. This is how it went down.
And you got your senators fighting for their lives up there trying to raise taxes on everybody that's making more than $200,000 a year. I'll take that fight any day. And let me tell you, your boy, Barack Obama, caved in on it in 2010, and he'll cave in on it again.
My what? My president, Barack Obama? What did you say?
He's your boy in the ring.
No,
he's
he's
your fighter.
nobody's boy. He's your president, and he's our president, and that's what y'all are going to get through your head. And maybe there was a strategy when I was a younger man. I was never nobody's boy. But when I was a younger man...
All right, let me say this. Reverend Al has every right to say, correct him and say you're president, but that's where it should end. Stop making more of an issue of it.
Yeah. Sharpton is a twat. I wish it was somebody other than him. But Buchanan, it's almost like doing one of those things like... Yeah, again, there should be no penalty for it, but he knows why that's like one of those things that someone would go, huh? It's like,
Yeah, but that's where it should just fucking end.
Agreed. It's like if you're talking, literally.
You corrected Pat Buchanan. You said, look, he's your president.
Right.
And all that crap. He's basically saying give him a little respect because he is your president, but, I'm not. That's where that should have been the end.
Don't use a term that has typically been described as, in a racially derogatory. All right. But it should end there.
But now it should be dropped.
So if you're talking to a bunch of Jews and you say Holocaust, like in a context where you don't have to say it, like, oh my God, we killed all the flies. It was a fly Holocaust. And the Jews that you sit with would go like, all right, technically you can say that, but could you, you know what I mean? It's almost like, what? It was a Holocaust of flies. All right, but you understand why that's irritating.
Well, I'm sure Pat Buchanan would like to weigh in.
Okay, so then Pat Buchanan, I like that he doesn't back down, and he went on The Morning Jew to discuss this.
Well, I'm sure Pat Buchanan would like to weigh in. Pat, good morning.
Morning, Amika. First, before I weigh in on what Mark said, let me clarify something that happened last night on the Al Sharpton show, a very spirited discussion. I was asked who was the big losers in these battles and the big winners, and I said one of the big losers, using boxing terminology, was your boy, and I meant the President of the United States. Reverend Sharpton said, my boy is the President of the United States, and he's doing a rope-a-dope in the Ali fashion, and he's going to finish off your crowd. Now, this was taken, some folks took what I said as some kind of slur. None was meant, none was intended, none was delivered for the record. Now, let me talk to Mark's point very briefly.
Bravo. That's how you handle it, by the way.
Yeah.
And now, enough. Right. Just stop.
Yeah, because that soundbite is right there. Everything you need is in that.
You know what really does it, though? When you listen to the clip, the way he says boy isn't just boy.
Right.
Hey, boy, he goes... your boy.
Yeah.
He's got the accent. You know, your boy.
Yeah.
Hey, boy.
I could see where Reverend Al would be bothered by that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But, now what Reverend...
For some reason or another, you sounded a little taller on radio.
but now Reverend Al will ride this because it's good for Reverend Al's business to just keep going with this shit.
It's almost like, as dishonest as it is for Al Sharpton to continue with it, it would be dishonest to go, why would a black guy mind if you call him boy? Like, all right, everybody kind of knows why that's one that people would be fucking a little annoyed with.
Agreed.
And he did say something else that he caught flack for a few months ago. He said something like, we're going to nail the coonskin to the wall. Which I guess is it's kind of a country thing to say. It's not, again, not a racist thing to say, but
he's not stupid enough to not know why that would be misinterpreted. It's almost like when you were a kid, would you ever try to get away with cursing or say things that sounded like curse? It's almost like a Tourette syndrome thing. Like where I would say, if I wanted to say fuck when I was a kid, I would go, oh, shucks. Because it sounded like fuck. It's like, it was really weird.
Yeah.
Like it was the same thing, but it was slightly different.
So it's fulfilling a
certain a pleasurable verbal thing, or I don't know. That's
well, another politician called him called the president a tar baby, which is technically some sort of a quagmire. It's something where if you touch it, you can't get out of it.
Right.
It's very sticky situation. It's but again, it was used as a derogatory term back in the day.
And everybody knows what tar baby is.
Yeah, but fair enough. No, I'm not even back in the day. People still use that.
Yeah, of course. It's a great joke.
Yeah.
The jokes have had tar baby in it. It's like everybody knows that's
Everyone knows.
a racist slam.
But again, you have to say people that are upset with somebody will just go to the umpteenth level with it. I mean, with Bush, it was, how many signs did you see of Bush with the Hitler mustache on and, Hitler, baby killer, all that shit? When you're going for the throat, you're going to use the worst thing possible.
Yeah.
And you really got to watch, at least the worst president ever. It's Hitler, or George W. Bush as Hitler.
Yeah. And it's funny, Sharpton, I guarantee he criticized Bush, which is fine, but he probably, if somebody insulted Bush, wouldn't have jumped in and said, you mean you're President Bush?
Never.
Wouldn't that be worse?
Hitler?
Yeah, being compared to Hitler.
I think
and
so.
Maybe some racist slur.
And not even a real racist slur, one that's like, marginal at most, at best.
Basically, saying that someone's Hitler, that seems, that's a bad one, man.
Yeah, I don't think Hitler had any redeeming qualities as after,
well,
a certain point. He painted lovely.
Great speaker. Average painter.
And he invented some stuff.
Did he?
Well, he pretty much is the father of the highway system.
It's just unbelievable.
Like the interstates, it was pretty much just back roads and shit. And then they looked at the German engineering of highways and banked turns and a lot of lanes, exits, clover leaves, things like that.
And he invented all that?
Well, his people that he put in. He was good at delegating responsibility. Yeah, that's for sure. Was he. Jesus. And and our interstate system is pretty much based on that.
Well, we got a guy on the line, Ant. He's very upset. We lost a great actor overnight. Bob in Jersey. Yes. Bob, what do you got, sir?
Hey, it's Sergeant Hightower, also known as Bubba Smith, died this morning, 66 years old.
Natural causes, by the way.
Natural causes.
We lost Bubba Smith, Ant.
Lost Bubba.
What a great actor. A thespian, I dare say.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Hightower in the Police Academy movies is a thespian?
Yes, he was. Mm-hmm. Oh. Good old Bubba Smith.
How was Bubba when he played ball?
I don't know.
He was good, man. I think he was a big...
he was an animal on the field.
He did those Miller Lite commercials, right? Remember the funny ones? I think that was Miller Lite with Rodney and all those guys. I think Bubba was one of those guys.
Can we hear an old Bubba Smith commercial there, Sam? Please.
Big defensive end, I think, right?
This camping trip was a good idea. Yeah, it sure is relaxing. Peaceful. Really?
God, how many people are dead in this?
Kind of dark, though. Man, I'm getting thirsty. Yeah, let's have another light beer from Miller. Lights, let's Philly! Hey, Philly! Let's Philly! Hey, Philly! Let's Philly! What was that? The creature. What creature? Well, legend has it that a horrible thing stalked these woods.
Oh, Mickey!
And it comes out when the moon is full. What does this creature look like? It walks on two legs, but it isn't human. The big eyes that bulge out.
Bob Uecker.
It's the creature!
Rodney comes to the thing.
Hey, guys, where you going? Hey, guys, where are the marshmallows? Light beer from Miller.
They were great commercials, man.
Yeah.
We need one pin, Rodney.
Oh, remember that? Yeah.
Fuck, was that a good commercial?
One pin, Rodney. The bowling.
Can you find that one pin, Rodney, if that's...
Rodney was great.
Oh, God, they were funny commercials, man. Less filling, tastes great. These guys yelling at each other.
Everyone's dead in these commercials.
Yeah.
They were all like dead.
That's what happens.
What happened? I was just watching these.
Eat anymore, but I still pump iron. So after lifting a few hundred pounds, it's nice to lift one of these.
Some bodybuilder
Light beer from Miller.
don't know.
Light tastes
Lori
great,
Bowden
and it's
or
less
something?
filling with a third less calories
How
than
about
the
the
regular beer. Ain't no
bowling?
bodybuilding
Rodney
is
Dangerfield
hard
bowling
work,
commercial.
but having a great body has its advantages. Sure makes it easy to pick up
This is
guys.
Rodney mugging.
Hi, Rodney.
Oh, hi there. What's going on here? Hey, honey, how about a lift home, huh? Light beer from Miller.
She lifted Rodney up.
I'm watching those.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the bowling one?
I don't know.
Bubba Smith just knocks all the pins down.
In all of the alleys.
Come on, 3 strikes and you're out.
We just won another round of light beer from Miller.
Yeah, light sure tastes great.
Let's Philly! Taste great!
Wait a minute. There it is, down there. Take your time. 8 balls of pocket.
Bubba, this ball doesn't have any holes in it.
And Bubba pushed his fingers through.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah.
Glass frame. Who's up? Rodney.
Rodney! You gotta be a mistake. Hey, you kids, it's a piece of cake.
All we need is one pin, Rodney.
Straight down the middle.
Just makes a 90-degree turn.
No, it bounced off the fucking... Didn't it bounce off the pin? It bounced off the head pin
I'm gonna break this
and went into the gutter. And none of the pins fell.
Oh, Rodney.
It bounced off the fucking head pin.
Well, that guy, Bubba Smith, who's in a lot of those commercials as well.
Yes.
Fuck.
Died. 66 years old.
He's dead.
He's dead. Speaking of movies, yes, what do we got? We have a black... oh, we do?
Yep. New York played the Breakers.
Maybe. I remember that.
Just want to say that this Planet of the Apes movie is getting fucking rave reviews,
You know,
man.
you could have picked a better segue.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just...
It is, though. You're right.
Rave reviews.
Yeah?
What is Rotten Tomatoes giving it? Because maybe our paper's off.
It's Rotten Bananas you should go to.
And does the movie
The
open
Apes
up on Friday?
Bananas.
Yes. I believe it does.
88%.
88. How many reviews, though? 2?
One review.
1.5.
It would have to be 2, wouldn't it?
Yeah. 88. It would have.
34 reviews.
Damn. They said they got the monkeys right, man. They just look fucking great.
Yeah, they're CGI, which annoyed some people.
Right.
But
Why they were mad they couldn't teach the monkeys to really act?
Yeah, you see, takes a little much. It's a bit much. But I guess they're getting more of a emotional look on their face anyway. So
right,
can't do that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
No, boy, when they're all just running rampant, God, is that a nightmare? Imagine that.
Yep.
Scary.
Yeah.
What? I want to see the movie.
Yeah, I know.
Looks very frightening.
Fucking in a store and they just fucking running there like that.
Oh, it's crazy.
Oh, here's the guy again, finally. All right. Chris in Rhode Island has something that's going on up there. Chris, what do you got, buddy?
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Saw in the news earlier this morning, they got a guy out here in Cranston, and apparently he doesn't like his neighbor very much, and found out his neighbor has cancer. So he put up a sign, I don't know if it's in his yard or his window, and it says, "Glad you have cancer, now die, stupid." And they got people picketing back and forth in front of his house.
Is it on the news?
Cancer.
Yeah, if you go to turnto10.com, that's turn, T-O, and the number 10.com, they got a video of it.
You got turnto10.com?
Got another news site.
Yeah, he got it.
You got it?
Go to turnto10.
Exactly.
Right.
Is there a video, though?
Yeah.
Angry residents protest neighbor.
And he spelled cancer wrong.
Did he really?
How did he spell it?
Maybe he did that on
Spelled it with an
purpose.
S.
He spelled it with an S.
That's not on purpose.
Yeah, play the story.
Log on and become a fan of NBC 10 on...
Who's a fan of NBC 10?
Can't be a fan of news ever.
Well, the sign put up by the man who lives in this house
channel.
telling his neighbor with cancer to die really sent neighbors over the edge, saying they've been putting up with bizarre behavior for years, prompting the protest now. I talked to the man who's the subject of their ire. He says while he regrets that sign, he disputes their claims that he's an awful person. Neighbors protest outside the Cranston home of Edward Jimmis, who posted a sign directed at his neighbor reading, "Glad you have cancer, so die, stupid." Bob Gold was the target of the message.
And I had to go over to the fence and look at it several times, walk away, come back. I said, oh my God, he's really done this. He has so gone over the line.
Jimmis stayed inside his home during the protest, but spoke to me off camera after. Commenting on the demonstration outside his door, Jimmis said, let them do whatever they want to do. As for the now infamous sign, he told me he put it up because Gold had been pushing his buttons. Jimmis tells me, quote, "Sorry for the sign. It wasn't called for. It wasn't me. I wanted to hit a nerve. It was directed at him, not everyone who has cancer. It was very distasteful. I admit it. I'm not a vicious person. I did wrong. I admit it." But neighbors claim Jimmis engages in antagonistic behavior on a regular basis. Lynn Soprano says he gives her the middle finger.
He is so bad. He is so bad.
Jimmis claims he has arthritis, so the finger sticks up.
That old lady, she looks like the fucking...
He said he has arthritis, so the finger just sticks up.
To her. He allegedly shines a spotlight in one woman's window, and the neighbors can rattle off the stories.
Oh, this guy's an ass.
I've lost a lot of my eyesight. I can't drive a car or anything. He'd come out here calling me, "You're blind," blah, 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 and stuff. And I just don't like that.
Just a dick.
He's constantly antagonizing everybody.
When I asked Jimmis why so many neighbors have negative stories about him, he said, quote, "They all get together."
Show him in his doorway.
And his wife told me, quote, "They're all troublemakers." Jimmis told me how each neighbor started the problems with him. Both sides of the feud say Jimmis does have friends in the neighborhood, but the message was clear here.
Pack your bags, go find another town to live in.
Jimmis says he's willing to end the dispute, and when I asked him about leaving the neighborhood as people here want him to do, he says, "I ain't going nowhere. This is my house. They can stay out there for 3 years. It's not going to bother me." I'm Brian Crandall, NBC.
It bothered you. You wouldn't have apologized, stupid.
Yeah,
of course.
Nobody wants protesters in front of their house.
It's like Brewer with that neighbor.
Yeah. I wonder what's going on with that. All right, hey, Chris, thanks. I'm not going to be a fan of this site, though. They don't know how to do audio clips.
No, it stinks.
It does stink.
Turn it off.
We got those guys coming in today.
4 of them, yes.
We got the Book of Mormon cast.
We have Rich and Otto, and then we have fucking four members of the Book of Mormon cast, the leads.
That's very cool.
Josh again, Andrew, Nikki, who's fucking amazing, and the guy who we love, Rory O'Malley, I think his name is.
With the pink luggage? He's pink
I'm
luggage?
all better now. Yeah,
Are you?
Fucking made me laugh, man.
Are you all better now? Are you? Speaking of which, you're going to be in Utah there, Jimmy.
Yes, I am. I just talked about the Book of Mormon in an interview in Utah. I'm going there the 19th and 20th of this month.
Nice.
Wow.
Yes, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
When we get back, in California, they're teaching gay history in school.
Gay history?
In school.
What's that about?
I don't want to send my kid to school.
No?
No, and I don't want to homeschool him.
What are you going to do?
I don't know, man.
Just give him a computer?
Just maybe wander around New York and show him life.
Learn what you want.
You could Google anything these days. Why would you go to school? Have you learned more with Google than you did at school? Be honest. I think I have.
Yeah.
Every day I'm Googling something and learning a little something about something.
Then again, I wouldn't be able to do Google if I hadn't gone to school because I couldn't read.
All right.
Yeah, you'd be like, what?
Honestly, of course, the basics. Yeah. Reading, writing, arithmetic. But even the stupid math crap, after I would say math is a complete waste of time.
Really?
After 6th grade. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
So right there, why would I waste my kid's time with dumb math he's never going to use? I trigonometry and all that shit, I did all that. I've never had to use it.
What if he
I'm not
wants
going to be
to
a scientist.
What if he wants to be like a scientist?
Yeah. Well, you'll know what your kid is going to be at a very early age. So if he shows some talent in that field, then okay, maybe you know
some aptitude.
Then you push him toward the math. I'm not even fucking around. This is real shit. School's a waste of time for most kids.
That's a complete waste.
What math do you learn in 7th grade?
I was in sequential 2 math in 7th grade.
Sequential?
What the hell is that?
What?
In my school, they had sequential 1, sequential 2, and
what's that if you're thirsty?
3.
No, I want a regular kid. What does he learn in 7th grade math? Do you remember anything you learned in school, Ant?
Except remembers everything.
But that's why I'm asking him. Except for the basic shit. The basic shit is a given. That yes, kids should learn all that.
Yeah, I think like sentence structure, things like that.
Okay.
Grammar, things, nouns and verbs.
All that stuff, yes.
Pronouns
very
and
important.
adjectives.
Very important.
Multiplying and dividing integers.
You're never going to use an integer in your life. What is an integer?
Well, like
we all did it.
It's
I
what
don't
happens
remember.
when a juror's outside and it's outer and it starts raining. Keep going, Chip.
Explain an integer.
You have to learn how to divide and multiply and do things with negative numbers.
You would never use that.
You never had -5 oranges?
Thank you. So why the fuck are they teaching this shit?
And then have to divide those non-oranges?
Yes, by 6 potential apples, and X is a banana.
How about you teach kids in high school how to fucking buy a house?
I'll take dividing.
Because when I finally had to buy a house, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing because no one taught me this shit.
See, what's 67 minus 81?
Is -14.
But anyone should know that. Because that's not 7th grade math. You learn that before 7th grade.
Why would you go below 0 for what?
For what do you need to do?
Unless you got a bunch of degrees.
It's nothing there.
It was 67 degrees. It dropped 81. Now it's -14.
Although that's called debt.
All right. Let me say hi to Jim in Michigan.
Hey, buddy.
Jim?
Yeah.
Hey guys, good morning. I was just going to tell Opie, one of the things you can learn in school is the difference between profound and profane.
Oh, that had to hurt.
Wow, that really does hurt.
That will sting.
Touche, my friend, touche.
Hey, love you guys.
All right.
As you should.
That does hurt. So maybe I shouldn't be talking about school ever. You see, you don't even know what you learned.
I don't know. Just, sentence structure, basic math.
But all that other stuff, like if you want to learn about gay history, you could Google that.
Yeah, any of that social crap that they're teaching now, fuck that noise.
My biggest one was Russian history in high school. I'm like, what? We don't even have Russia anymore. So why the fuck do we have to learn that shit?
I did learn some history that I enjoyed.
Which one?
I liked American history.
Yeah, that was fun.
You know, the Louisiana Purchase.
But they're saying that's all bullshit now, too.
Oh, well, it's revisionist history now.
Because it's the white man's version.
Yeah, you got to make sure that black people are involved in every aspect of history making in the United States, or you're racist and you're a liar, and things like that.
7th grade is also when you start learning about algebraic expressions.
I hated algebra.
All right.
Like angry?
Algebraic expression is this. What the fuck is that X for? That's an algebraic expression.
What are we looking at here?
Well, how would you express the sum of a number and 5? Is it n minus 5, 5n, n plus 5?
5n equals get into another car on the train.
Or n over 5.
My answer would be, who gives a shit? When am I ever going to use this in real life? I wish I could have told my teachers this. Explain to me how I'm going to use this, the sum of a number and 5 in my everyday life after I get past this stupid school.
A lot of people do say that, and they tell them, you don't know what you're going to be doing and what you need this schooling for. So,
because people will call you stupid if you don't know.
Well, they don't know either. That's why they tell you that you don't know.
I will take It's going to take a while, but fuck it. I will take 1,000 phone calls right now, and I bet you we can't find one person that uses the sum of a number and 5 in their everyday life.
Yeah, probably.
Who wants to bet? Who wants to bet?
Some kind of actuary, I think, would do that. Yeah.
What?
What does it even mean?
I know. Why would a river and an ocean meeting do that?
I think I was being kind. I bet you don't even need math after the 4th grade.
Really?
5th grade math?
5th grade probably is
so
multiplication.
You're saying 5th grade math is all you need. Massafers.
You're kind of laughing, but prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Ant. Please do that.
Well, if you're going into accounting,
it depends on what you want to do.
Yeah, but you can look at those weirdos.
If you want to be a pilot, you got to know a lot of math,
and you also got to be comfortable standing in the oven.
All right, Ant. How about this? Very good. How about this? You want to be a pilot?
Yeah.
You start taking pilot fucking classes where they teach you all this shit.
They teach you all that shit.
Why do you need to know it going into it if they can reteach that shit?
Well,
and you're probably going to have to relearn this shit anyway if you go into any of those fields.
I think you need a basic understanding of it because they're not going to teach you the shit that you should have learned in high school and college. This is really advanced shit, and it's being applied to something. It's not just learning it. It's that you've learned and an application of that into the job that you want to get.
So you're saying
they can't sit
a
there
basic understanding?
Yes. Right. They can't just sit there and have you want to be a pilot and the guy starts teaching you 6th grade fucking math up till fucking, how do you
just
fly?
Take pilot classes.
Yeah.
Yes. Wait, did they give you a little hat with wings on it? Yes. And make the fly sound? Well, Anth's right, though. What's so funny about having a basic understanding?
We already said we hate Elvis Costello, you asshole. So you're pro school.
No, I didn't finish. I'm pro school if you have a definite goal that you want to attain and you're able to educate yourself to get yourself to that goal.
Remember how many hours was wasted on doing
I was wasted for hours. Oh, you mean
doing homework in your room and it was all nonsense shit.
I never did homework.
Smelling your own bed farts.
Smelling your own bed farts. You were that smart you didn't have to do the homework?
No, that's another reason I really had a hard time in school with my teachers and getting poor grades.
Well,
because I never did homework. I hated the idea that I was home and I would then have to fucking still do school shit.
Now now it's my turn because we're debating this. So now you're saying that if you want to be a pilot and all that, right?
Yeah.
So why is it that less than 1% of all the kids in high school, let's say, just throwing a number out there, but the percentage is very low, or even want to go into that field? So why do the masses have to go through this just so maybe they might want to be a pilot and need this basic knowledge? Why? Because the rest of us don't need the number 5 end thing that Sam was talking about.
But I think it opens up people to a whole new thinking.
Used to.
And you would be like, okay, I know this. I'm starting to learn it. I like this. This type of math excites me. And unless it's presented to you, you wouldn't know that you kind of like it.
Maybe it also helps you solve problems when your mind works that way,
I would say used to. Because now I'm going back to Google. Now that we live in this computer age, where else were we getting our knowledge and our info? But we had to get it at school.
Yeah.
And they were teaching the wrong shit in school when I was growing up, absolutely. But now we're in this computer world, so why are we going to school and wasting time with this crap?
Is that a good thing?
How about a class where they say, okay, you come in with some knowledge that you care about?
But it's exercising your mind, too.
But you force them to exercise their mind through a Google or something.
Yeah, but it can't, because let me tell you something. That, our phones, everything else. What was the last phone number you memorized? We're getting to the point with this shit where you really don't have to think. I remember torturing myself thinking for hours on end, who was that actor that was in a certain movie? And you'd have to just sit there and think until you fucking remembered it.
Right.
And that, I think, kind of exercised your mind a little bit. Now you just, you try to think of it for 3 seconds. You're like, fuck this, IMDb. Okay, it was that.
No, I think that this is better because back then you wasted 3 hours and you came up with Elliot Gould.
It is a waste of time.
That's not exercising your mind, trying to fucking remember who starred in a fucking bad movie.
I don't know. I think you get some of those synapses snapping in your head. Yeah, I think it It helps out.
Let me go to Mikey.
We're all dummies.
Mikey.
Hey, boy.
Mike, I didn't know it was going to be a hit.
My 16-year-old kid got kicked out of driver's ed because he was failing Spanish.
What? Why are they connected?
How does that work?
I have no idea.
Driver's ed?
So you make the kid suffer because he's bad at Spanish?
Is that driving for retards?
So now you got a shitty driver that doesn't speak Spanish?
Where did your boy go to school? Must be Spain or Mexico.
Yeah. We're talking to you, Mike.
Yes, sir. Please, Mike, you.
In the upper peninsula of Michigan, Spanish isn't spoken much around here.
Yeah.
You're looking at a guy that took 6 years of Spanish, and I passed in the end, and I couldn't fucking do a sentence.
Yeah.
Ay, Dios mío.
What? Yeah, but you had like Spanish help growing up, I think.
Yeah.
That's different. You got to learn the dirty Spanish, the real Spanish.
7th grade is also when you start measuring and classifying angles. Do you know what congruent angles are?
The angle shit used to drive me nuts.
I had trouble with the angles myself.
Congruent, yes, I do know what that is.
And in the end, it was a waste of time for me. I didn't need that stress as a 12, 13-year-old because I don't use angles in my life.
What are congruent angles, Jim?
The right angles that meet in your mother's cunt. No, I don't know what congruent angles are.
Elementary school. Everyone's saying elementary school. It becomes kind of a waste of time.
Oh, that's elementary.
Yes, it is. Wasn't algebra the name of one of the little rascals? Bill the Trucker wants to know.
Are congruent angles the opposite of acute? No,
those are ugly. Those are ugly.
Obtuse.
No, that's what Eric would be if he was a geometric figure. Obtuse.
Obtuse.
It sounds like obese.
You're being obtuse.
Sorry, Eric.
What? In the hole.
Obtuse.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
6th grade math, like, this is where it starts to get unnecessary, you said, is like learning about volume, mass, length, area, surface area, geometric figures.
E-Rock.
Geometry is a lot of 6th grade.
Excuse me.
Oh, geometry.
So you're learning shapes and measurements.
Line segments.
Segments.
You don't know
rays.
You don't know what a circle is?
Well, it's more than that.
No, it isn't.
There's a way to measure a circle.
Parallel lines never meet.
Why would you ever have to measure a circle?
What?
How else are you supposed to do a good satanic ritual? Your pentagram's all uneven. You're in a fucking box. The devil won't show up.
Your devil worshiper friends are laughing at you.
Yeah, the devil sends you a fax. Make a circle, dickhead. I'm not allowed out of hell. Excuse my language.
Do you guys know how to find the area of a square?
No.
You just find out where you're standing.
Square?
Yeah.
That's easy.
You times the two.
What do you times?
You
one side and the
multiply
other side.
The length and the width.
Exactly. Length times width equals area.
How about
that?
Cube? How about the volume of a cube?
Length times width squared minus 40.
That's right.
Divided by the square root of pi.
That's length times width times
depth.
That's very good.
Is that right?
Yes, it is.
I think it is. Yes.
It's incredible.
But you're on the radio. See, you never had to use that.
But I've used it many times. Length, width, depth. Yes. When I meet a girl, I do so I call it the pussy test, where I take putty and I fill her vagina and I see how much
of your penis you're going to be able to push in there.
Yeah, or how much extra space I'm going to have,
and how much air will be released if you're doing it right.
Pi times the radius squared
equals delicious.
Is the area of a circle.
How far can you go with pi?
I liked it, Jimmy.
What?
How far can you guys go?
It's never ending.
E-Rock, the whole thing.
Oh, come on. The poor kid's just in there looking like two people. Pie never ends, Sam.
But how far can you go? How far
I could eat a whole pie.
3.
I can go 3.14. And I know it's 22.7.
3.1427.
No.
859.
No, you make it up. No.
2.364.
You guys are wrong.
I know how far I can get. 3.14 is correct.
Yes.
I can go as far. I can go until I get a vagina in my face, and then I forget about that stupid number.
You know what I could Google and I
3.14159.265.
You Googled.
You're looking down.
Proving my point. That's Jenny's number from that song. God, am I bombing today?
I like the pie one, though.
I'm just tired.
Hey, let's say hi to Tony in Brooklyn. Tony!
Hey,
I think one of the problems I had with history was that you never got to the end because history keeps, moving on and moving forward. So these spend 3 weeks on the Articles of Confederation, which don't mean shit in the end, and you never get to World War I or World War II when, maybe you're interested in what Hitler did or whatever it was.
You're kind of right. They never really focused on the 1800s and the early 1900s when we were growing up. They really didn't. They loved the Revolutionary War. My God.
Yeah, they really
loved the
did dig on
1700s.
that. Yeah.
And then instead of teaching us the 1800s, they decided that we need to learn about, in my case, Russian history, European history.
Who wanted to get depressed after that whole, 1865 thing?
Jesus. I'm not missing the point about school. I feel bad that my kid's going to have to deal with this shit because the school system can't figure it out and reinvent itself.
Teach the boy chess at a young age.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
It's a very good mind exercise.
I don't think any kid should suffer through fucking homework. What?
Yeah,
they make it but they make it a chore. There's got to be a way to do it where it's fun for everybody.
They have to teach you unpleasant lessons because when you're say you become a lawyer, you have to do. There are certain lessons you learn which are bigger lessons. Like, homework stinks, but the guys that don't do homework are never going to be willing to do paralegal work for fucking no money for 16 hours a day to become lawyer. It's like prep work for really necessary.
That's what I think.
Why does it have to be so stressful and such a a bummer?
It does prepare you for life.
I agree. You got to do homework and things like that and try to learn something, but I just feel like they taught us a lot of shit that just doesn't mean anything.
I think school, the work itself, what you're getting is secondary to the experience of the whole thing. The taking responsibility, the social interaction, shit like that. I think it's more important with school than is the actual work itself. Because homeschooled kids, they end up very smart. They know a lot of things, but I think a lot of them I've seen, they're a little socially awkward.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I just
like that. And that's all I did in school, by the way, was social interaction. And
paid off well on the highway, didn't it?
The work really, you motherfucker.
All you do is scream at people, and yet you hoard guns. Boy, you're great lessons you learned in school. You're just a mean motherfucker.
I really am.
All right, listen, we got Otto standing by, so we should take a break.
Yes, and Voss will be here soon.
Voss should be here, I guess.
Oh, great.
And we got Book of Mormon guys coming in.
For 3 guys and a gal.
Oh. Which gal's coming in?
Nikki James.
The one that won the Tony?
Yeah, she's amazing.
No.
Yeah.
Can she sing some shit for us?
I don't know what they do in the morning because of...
that's got to be rough, man.
They have... what's today? Thursday? They have one show.
She probably has to rest her voice.
Wednesday they have matinees. But
this broad could sing.
She's tremendous.
Holy crap. I didn't know she was coming in, too. She won the Tony.
Yeah.
She's good to look at, too, man.
Yeah, she's very sexy. I want to see her close up because she's obviously great. She's probably banging some handsome dancer.
Ant's not going to think she's sexy.
Banging a dancer?
Yeah, you're right.
Turn it off. Ant's not going to like her.
He might.
I know who she is.
You're not going to like her.
I know who she is.
Just be nice.
I am always nice. I'm very cordial.
You got to go see this thing.
You really got to.
I'm telling you.
I asked Roland already.
Oh, you did?
I just got to get a date.
I'll go.
Look at she's meeting the fucking president.
What? What happened?
Jennifer Hudson, just like fucking meeting the president.
Why?
She was just some fucking because she's singing at at his birthday or something, and she was just.
Who's that guy? That Tracy
Morgan? Some American Idol fucking.
Oh no, that's Herbie Hancock.
It's Herbie Hancock. That video with the kicking feet. Mannequin thing.
I thought that was Heather Mills.
You know how I
Herbie?
had a crush on Jennifer Hudson until I saw her pancake tits.
Yeah.
So I'm not really into the Jennifer Hudson anymore. She wore the wrong dress for me, man. I'm out. I'm out.
At least you stuck with it.
Thank you, Jimmy. And last night, my son, no joke, we had to rewind a Jennifer Hudson commercial 30 fucking times because he was obsessing about it.
What do you mean?
We don't know. He likes this commercial.
Oh, shit.
The one where she sings about the Weight Watcher shit?
Yeah.
And then the commercial's done, and then he's like pointing to the remote, and he wants us to play it again and again. So we're sitting there going, why the fuck is he finding this fascinating?
Oh, boy.
And I know that's an open question, but that's okay.
Turn this off.
Oh.
You misread him and totally... that'll come out in therapy. And I didn't want to see the commercial anymore, and he just wouldn't stop showing it to me.
But why? Why that? Every once in a while, this kid will pick up on something and get into it.
It's a weird jingle. It's a sound.
It's not even the full version of the song. It's the one where she only sings it a little bit, just like the first.
Oh boy, you are gonna have your hands full there. Hey.
His father likes.
Hope he's not a chubby chaser.
Here comes
father
Shaniqua
meaning-
to Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, but I like the blacks, so
that's good.
Maybe he's got a little jungle fever in himself.
I gotta pee.
All right, we got this going in a break. I got it over here.
And then
And now here's 39 seconds of actor and Academy Award nominee Don Cheadle on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Cheadle!
It's not perfect.
What's up? Hey!
He's a good actor, that guy.
Nothing.
Good actor.
He is.
You talked to him?
He's like, I'm going in here, man. Yeah, he's booked up. How you doing, Don Cheadle?
I was on the plane with you yesterday.
It's good, everybody.
How you doing, man?
Don, we just want to say hi, that's all. I know you're busy.
Big fan, man.
We can't take you away from another show. That's not fair around here, but...
Yeah, look, get him in.
See, look.
Take it easy, man.
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle, ladies and gentlemen.
We could officially say we had Don Cheadle on
Add
the
him
show.
to the list of celebrities that have done the Opie and Anthony show.
That was fucking awesome.
That was 39 seconds of actor Don Cheadle on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Where's Otto? Otto's joining the show. I guess Rich Voss was supposed to join the show, but Roland forgot to call you, Rich, if you're listening. Or someone could get the word to Rich Voss. Roland just ran down here and went, oh my God, I forgot to call Rich Voss.
I forgot to call Rich Voss.
So,
what?
I forgot to call
someone get the word out to Rich.
There was no problem understanding.
You brought Big A with you?
Whoa.
Big A. What's up, Otto?
Otto.
What's up, Big A?
Opie, Anthony.
Hello.
Jimmy.
Hi.
Hello. Otto. Sit down, Otto.
Hi, fellas. How are you doing?
How are you?
Fuckers.
We're trying to fucking mic Big A so we can hear him.
Oh, yeah. Come on in.
Do you guys hang out now, Otto? You and Big A?
So what's going on?
Otto must have needed a ride.
Hanging out.
Did you need a ride? Big
No.
A picked you up?
Trish is in the green room.
Oh, okay.
Tell her I said hi.
Yeah. How you
It's been a
guys
while. I
doing?
haven't seen her in a couple of years.
Good,
We're doing
man.
good, Otto.
Cold?
We're hanging.
That's good.
Yeah.
I worked up in Cape Cod recently. I mean Martha's Vineyard recently with Lenny
the
Clark.
Vineyard.
Nice.
Flew in a
Vineyard.
private plane.
Wow.
From
How was
Boston.
that?
I could get used to that. It was
Yeah,
very
huh?
nice.
You're used to that.
Everybody
bet.
was rich that I met there. It was fucking.
Oh.
That yacht club gig, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it was with Lenny Clark, and the guy that flew me in his private plane knew John Kennedy Jr. and I was grilling him on why he got killed. He said that he was fighting with his wife and girlfriend right before they got on the plane. And he probably just said "fuck it" and crashed into the water. I'll show you. But seriously, he said that it was just a matter of making a call and saying I'm lost. I can't find the coast or whatever.
Yeah, the horizon.
The horizon.
Yeah.
You know, guys don't stop for directions. He just he didn't make the call. He didn't want to look stupid in front of the girls. You know,
What
it
an
would have
idiot.
just been push a button and say I'm fucking lost. Guide me in. You know?
Help me out here.
Completely
Help me out here,
unnecessary.
Henry.
Yeah.
Crash my fucking plane here.
I'm trying to bang at you, broad.
I'm trying to bang this broad.
And his foot was fucked up. He had a foot in a cast or something.
broken foot, fighting with his girlfriend, and lost at night.
And the haze, there was a haze, and it was dusk. He couldn't see the horizon. He lost track of which way his plane was actually
they
flying.
said you could actually be going upside down and not even be aware of it. Which
you get spatial
That's creepy, right?
disorientation
It's
if
very-
you can't look at,
yeah.
and that's when you're supposed to trust your instruments. You're supposed to look and go, okay, if the artificial horizon says that I'm flying straight and level, I'm flying straight and level. And sometimes it's the opposite, where your instruments show you flying straight and level, but it feels like you're turning. But
insane,
you gotta trust the fucking instrument.
Well, he wasn't instrument qualified.
No, but even not instrument qualified, you could look at your instruments and know if you're flying straight and level.
They might have pushed him through because he was a Kennedy.
Of course.
The way Elvis didn't really earn his black belt.
Or his sheriff's badge, his DEA
sheriff
badge.
badge,
I'm a DEA, I'll make a big bust. Oh, we're going to make a big bust today, a big bust. We're going to... He's singing.
He got a lot of perks, didn't he?
Oh, man. It was bad. And he actually used to... Didn't I hear stories where he used to pull people over?
Yeah.
And show his badge and be like, "Oh, caught you speeding over there. Why don't you slow it down a little bit?" And people like, "Fucking Elvis just
he
pulled
only
me
liked
over."
prescription drugs. He didn't like pot. He didn't dig pot or anything like that.
That's why Nixon thought he'd get in with the kids better.
Wow.
By appointing him a DEA agent. and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and doing laughing and then fucking murdering millions of people in Vietnam.
Soccer to me. Soccer to the Cambodians. Soccer to the Jew. fucking Nixon was a hilarious guy.
I went to the Statue of Liberty. Nixon was there. He was the president. I was about 12 or something, and I had a Danny O'Day dummy, and I wanted to get on camera the way people at ball games get on camera by making a sign. Like, I'll hold my dummy up and I'll be on TV. And I was wrestled. They wrestled the dummy out of my hand. Some Secret Service guy. I was choked, and they yanked the knuckleheaded Jerry Modi out of my head. Yeah.
How many audiences have wanted to do that since?
Just throw it in the garbage in front of you.
They tried to make me look like a dummy, that kid. Go get him.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a great story.
Nixon's a dummy too.
Quick, boy.
It's like Kissinger, a Jew.
Yeah.
Nixon hated the Jews.
And made sure you weren't a threat, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Wrestling Otto and his puppet to the ground.
Yeah. They just wanted to make sure something odd sticking up out of the crowd. I could add a scope in there. Who knows, right?
Yeah. It's like Liddy and Ehrlichman.
Yeah.
Big A.
Big A's here.
Big A.
What are you doing there, Big A?
Yes. You here to have your ankles measured? Jesus.
No. You do have some big ankles.
Your socks look like those things that you put on the end of a portable air conditioner.
Wait. What? I'm trying to...
You know the giant tubes that come off the air conditioner that blow into your window?
Okay.
Like fucking robot from Lost in Space arms.
He looks good, don't he, Jake?
Yeah. New suit.
Yeah. How much have you lost, Big A?
A little over 100.
Over 100.
Damn.
All right. It's great, man.
Wow, damn. And what's your goal?
To not die.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know yet.
You're almost there, I would say, right? You're on a good fight weight.
He's got to lose some more, but he's doing good.
You're doing great,
At least you're in the right track, you know?
Yeah.
The color came back to your face, which is good.
Yeah, it's going well.
You were looking scary there for a while.
Heart's not wrapped in bacon.
We were all whispering behind his back. Like,
Really?
oh, boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hope he doesn't die while I'm on vacation.
Yeah. Your rosy
No,
cheeks.
you look great, though. Seriously, Big A. Thank God.
It brings out the Exorcist vomit color of your shirt.
Yeah, we got to work on your shirt colors next.
Yeah. Wow.
Now that you lost the weight. You get that from Kenny's closet?
Yeah. I think fucking Gary Busey flipped his motorcycle in that shirt. Terrible.
How's Lenny Clark, Otto?
Very, very nice guy. Very cool. Very positive. You know. He's, I never really cared for the Boston guys too much. I don't know. They always had this. Like, I used to work up there, but I did the B circuit for this guy Mark Rossi, and then a couple of times that I met the A-list guys there, they kind of like shunned. They all shut up and stopped talking when we came in the room because I used to do the shittier. Yeah, it was a big fucking clique. I didn't care for that.
Definitely a fraternity.
Yeah, but I've become friends with Nick DiPaolo since then, and I mean, Jay Leno's from Boston. He's a great comic, but a lot of those guys suck. You know, I think. You know, I mean,
overrated.
Stephen Wright's probably the genius of all time up there.
We had Stephen Wright on for the first time. Finally,
yeah, he's funny, right?
He was great. Yeah, we had a great time.
You know, I couldn't stand.
Yeah,
fucking Jimmy Tingle.
That political guy?
Yeah.
Stop it.
I know the name. I don't know. Liberal fucking cunt rag.
Yeah.
And it's up there. He's up there. Because, and I had to go because Judy said he was hilarious. You gotta go. My ex-mother-in-law.
Oh, really?
You gotta go see Jimmy Tingle. We'll all go together. First we'll get some lobster and some drinks, some cocktails, and go see Jimmy Tingle. And I'm just sitting in the audience like... There are some comedians, believe me, that could spew out the most liberal shit, and I'm laughing my balls off. If it's funny, it's funny.
I hate that liberal built-in audience. All you got to do is take a shot at Bush and
and then it's
applause
great.
break because you have to be clever.
Or Sarah Palin.
Yeah.
What?
Do they really think they have any impact on anything? These political humorists.
I hate a humorist.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what he is too. He's a humorist. He's not a comedian. He's a humorist.
Humorist is a guy who wants to be a comedian but can't get belly laughs. he gets polite chuckles. Yeah. So he's considered a humorist.
You guys like a Victor Borger? That
Jimmy
kind of
Tingle,
thing?
Boston
Piano
comic
guy.
and social commentator.
You want
that guy, the piano guy.
All comics are social commentators.
Let's listen to some
little
Jimmy Tingle. Are we gonna just try this one right here?
Yeah.
All right. We just picked a random one.
Behind it.
Oh, that
the
guy.
bottled water. How many of us drink bottled water? I drink it all the time. Poland Springs, from deep in the woods of Maine. First time I saw that, I'm going, yeah, right. Picture some kid, Eddie Poland.
Oh, I got more
from Portland, Maine, down his cellar with a garden hose.
A garden hose.
Filming things. Yeah, we'll bring these down the Britain Circus. They love this stuff. When I was at 60 Minutes, I pointed this out to my boss. I said, Jeff, look at the Poland Springs from deep in the woods of Maine. He goes, bring a camera crew up to Maine. Go see if there really is a Poland Springs deep in the woods. And there is a Poland Springs. And it is deep in the woods. Well, it's near a gas station, but it's in Maine. When I start to pay attention to a lot of the bottled water,
Opie not laughing over there.
A lot of them have ingredients shot
But he's not, he's fine. I mean,
Oh, but when he starts getting into his social commentary.
Yeah.
Just talking about fucking water.
No sugar. No carbohydrates. You're kidding.
How you long-winded fuck? How long is this at?
I know.
You tell me that you have discovered water.
Enough about the water.
Without sugar,
Yeah.
fat, or carbohydrates.
All right.
That's worth $3. Because if it had sugar, fat, and carbohydrates,
about the
it would
water.
be beer.
Yeah.
Maybe he's thirsty. That only cost $2. Unless you were at my theater, $4. Because I gotta make $1 too.
How about a little more water?
But the bottled waters, every place you go.
Oh my God, that's the problem.
There's a picture of a polar bear on it. A polar bear, okay? Polar, all natural spring water. You figure polar bear, North Pole. It's from North, or it's from Alaska, or it's from Canada. You read it. Polar beverages bottled in Worcester, Massachusetts. Now we've all seen polar bears in Worcester. They come down every summer from Lowell. See them floating down the Merrimack. Past Lawrence. Past Haverhill.
Rupert Pupkin.
I'm going to start my own bottled water. Jimmy Tingle's Boston Harbor. 1% lead. 2% Southeast Expressway.
And then you have a tea party or something.
Yeah, Chip is much better than.
I mean,
that was the magic that is Jimmy Tingle.
I mean, the opening line with
stinks.
the hose in someone's basement, fine. Then move on.
Tighten it up. Throw some of that shit out, you know?
Right. The first line was all right.
Yeah. Oh, they kept promising me Bill Murray up there in Martha's Vineyard. Bill Murray's coming to the show, and I was really excited. And then they said Larry David might come. I was like fucking walking on air, you know. But neither of them came. But I was like all over town, and I was talking to people, and this fucking fat fuck at a hot dog stand was like, I was just in such a good mood. I go, I'm performing tonight with Lenny Clark. And he was like, I go, Bill Murray might come. And he's like, he's a drunk. I go, well, look at you fat fuck selling hot dogs in an alleyway. That's all he is a drunk? That's all Bill Murray is? Yeah. You know, how can you just blurt that out like that?
I said, yeah, I'm selling hot dogs, but during the week, I produced the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah, like jealous fat fuck he was.
That's an E-Rock joke.
Is he known as a drunk? I never heard that before.
No,
as far as Bill Murray goes.
He goes to barbecues on Martha's Vineyard and just shows up with like 2 bottles of wine and just goes, I'm sorry I'm late. And he just joins like barbecues.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Why
he's
not?
like America's guest. You know, who's going to kick Bill Murray out if he shows up?
Yeah, that's
you know?
true, yeah.
Isn't that great?
I do like the fact, though, that you were so eager you were running around telling people that you were doing a show with Lenny and that Bill Murray might come.
Yeah, I've
and
never
then he
liked
didn't.
that. I know.
That is bad.
Yeah, he probably went to bed early, but it was still a good show. Oh, I had dinner with Belichick.
Bill Belichick?
The guy from the Patriots.
Yeah.
And the owner of the Boston Celtics was there.
Shit.
How close were you to him as he was eating?
Belichick, I was right across the table from
Holy
him.
shit, how'd you get that done?
He was friends with Lenny Clark. Lenny knows all these people.
Lenny knows all
I'm a
those
huge
guys,
Jets fan, but that's still cool to be eating dinner with Belichick.
How was the gig?
He doesn't remember that.
The gig was all right. It was a very crowded, small nightclub. It was packed.
How's the Italian food here?
Try the hot dogs. Best in the alley.
We got a Jimmy.
Sorry, Mike.
We got a Jimmy
Cracked your
Tingle
face
fan
up.
on the phones here.
Oh, boy.
And I got one more question about Martha's Vineyard. I want to ask you after this call there, Otto. Cliff
This
in New
is
Hampshire.
Martha's
Cliff.
Vineyard.
Yeah.
You like the Jimmy Tingle, Cliff?
Yeah, he's all right if you're from here. You know, he's local. He's got the local jokes.
Say local
like
again.
New York, it's like every New York City comic's got to bitch about traffic and tourists and prices. And
Hold on. I'll take this. We're not. It's okay. He went local and he's got local humor. That's fine. But I mean, he went on and on about the stupid water. There's a million comics doing local humor,
and he's a racist.
And honestly, Steve Sweeney is from Boston, does the local shit, and it's beyond hilarious.
Yeah.
You will fucking hurt your ribs laughing at that guy. But Jimmy Tingle should know, he's been doing this forever, that maybe cut down the water shit a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the water's a little wrong. You're
Well,
right.
in all fairness, we did pick the clip. I'm sure there's better clips of him.
It's up on fucking YouTube.
Really? So he picked
Did he put it up there?
All right, now listen to Steve Sweeney, just for
I've never seen him perform.
Steve Sweeney? Fuck.
Wow, I want that.
It makes
kid.
me fuck.
Where is he? A library?
I want to explain something before you say another stupid fucking thing. Since we're going to be interactive here tonight. I got this cold, okay? And I haven't had a drink in almost 18 years, but I've been taking the NyQuil. You ever taken that? The green champagne? There is something in that shit, I'm telling you. You wake up in the same position you fell asleep in. And I look in the mirror, I got all this green shit right in the dreams, I'm dreaming I'm the last gumball in the gumball. So, alright, I didn't even know it was on. I'm so stoned from that fucking night. I'm shooting it. Shots of Robitussin. But listen, just because I don't drink, I want, this is great. You guys drink as much as you can, drink as fast as you can, get in those cars and gun it. We've got some nice slippery roads. Have some fun, Jesus Christ. Make these Andover cops work with their money. Jesus Christ, we got a crowd coming out of the line of blossom. Holy shit, look at them. All over the goddamn road. Yeah, milk, 2 sugars, and 1 jelly.
There you go. A little taste of Sweeney.
He is
I was laughing there.
I love Sweeney,
Well,
man.
that NyQuil shit's funny. You wake up in the same position you fall
Fucking
asleep.
love Sweeney.
Oh, you certainly do.
Did you see where Belushi was buried?
That's a good question. No, it was on the other side of the island, and I was without it. We parked our car in this airport in Boston and just flew there. But we stayed in this beautiful bread and breakfast right by the
bed
water.
and breakfast.
It was awesome.
You don't stay in a bread and breakfast. What are you sleeping in rolls or something?
Yeah,
I remember. You like that bed and breakfast thing?
No,
it was okay. There was a TV this big, like 30 feet away from
somebody's
me.
house.
I don't like that
shit.
Did Lenny stay in a hotel?
He's got a house there.
So he made you stay in a bed and breakfast while he was in his house?
room.
I wouldn't want to stay in his house.
You should have gave me an extra room.
I don't like staying at people's houses.
You did stay at someone's house.
You stayed in someone's house.
I don't like staying at people's house. I want a fine hotel.
Yeah, exactly.
You can get up in the middle of the night, scratch your balls, walk in, take a shit, come back out. Doesn't matter. You don't have to work. Like, I know their job is to take care of it like it's a hotel.
Yeah.
But you don't feel like you can just throw towels around and leave them there.
No, exactly.
Like, I don't care about the savages that gotta clean the fucking rooms at the hotels.
You missed what Otto said, though.
Oh, what happened?
He goes, you like staying in people's houses, and Jimmy goes, you were staying in someone's house.
Yeah, a bed and breakfast or bread and breakfast.
Breakfast is someone's house.
Well,
and they're usually swingers. Those are the only people that run a bed. Yes, they're looking for action.
No, this was a house where each room was a hotel room where the maid comes in. There's
It's
a
someone's
TV.
house.
I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
Did you have the owner cooking you breakfast in the morning? They love doing that.
Yeah, there was some croissants out and shit. But we left at like 5 in the morning. We had to leave the next day. I got a really weird call last night from, I'm going to be on this thing with Rita Rudner, of all fucking people.
Oh, man.
She's doing a Showtime special called Four future ex-husbands, and she wants me
That's
to
great.
be one of the stand-ups. That's
okay.
pretty
That's
unlikely call from Rita Rudner, you know?
Yeah,
But I'll take it.
That's
Showtime.
cool, yeah. Showtime?
Yeah, they don't pay
That's
much.
cool.
I've been on Showtime before. I'm getting the same money I got in 95 when I did Dom Irera full frontal comedy. Yeah.
I remember that. I remember when you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather just fucking hotel it. I leave the place a
Hotels are
disaster.
great.
And I never, like, if I
You
stay
ran
in a
out like
hotel...
Dominique Strauss-Kahn.
Yes.
Fucking crying
Just right
African.
to the airport.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to stay in a hotel for up to, like, maybe 3 days, I don't call for fucking...
Nothing.
For them to clean up. I lock the door, I put do not disturb.
I'm the same. I just need towels and a lot of coffees and
That's
stuff.
it.
A lot of creamers.
Oh, the room's
Lots
a
of
mess.
cream.
I can give a shit.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not. It's not my house. I'm gonna be gone in another couple of days. So, fuck it.
Yeah. Does it look like a serial killer's lair after 3 days? When you're
Yeah,
there?
it really
Or
does.
Pretty neat.
It looks pretty bad.
It does.
First thing I do is take my tongue and I clean out those little buttons on the remote.
Oh, the cum buttons. Because what's the first thing you do after you fucking? You got all cum and vag juice on you and
I
everything.
cover the girl's face with a sheet.
Didn't you have a thing about flip-flops in showers and condos? You never
I
took
wouldn't,
a shower without
Yeah.
flip-flops?
Or a
right?
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like
No,
flip-flops.
that's not like germaphobe. That makes sense. That's
Yeah.
not like, obsessive, right?
Right, no.
Yeah.
Not, in a hotel, I'll wear bare feet, of course, but like in comedy condos, they were gross.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. There's always that one jar of mayonnaise that somebody spewed in before they left town.
Oh, my God.
Immediately throw the mayo out the first. Those
Really?
those condos were fucking disgusting.
And you were forced to stay in them, obviously.
As soon as I got a little bit of power of any kind, I immediately said, I'm never staying in a condo, and it's got to be a Holiday Inn or better. No fucking Super 8. Not that Holiday Inns are great, but that's good enough for me. You
But it's
know?
it's
usually got a pool. It's a decent-sized room.
I like
you know?
hotels where you have to be in a hallway inside to get to your door.
You like that?
I don't like those where you pull your car up.
Oh, yeah,
and then
right.
the door is right there out to the
Yeah.
parking lot.
No, those are, that's
That's
more
like
a motel.
That's like on the lamb.
Yeah.
When you're on the lam.
Very
you-
true.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. yeah. Mr. Smith. Mr. Lundegaard.
Okay, 1 minute, please. Yeah. You're right there, then.
Going out the back window in his underpants.
Shit, he's trying to get out the window.
shitting and crying, yeah.
Screaming and crying. Okay. And the funny thing is,
The Lundegaard.
they first knock, and I guess he gave Mr. Smith as his alias. So they go, Mr. Smith, and you hear him go, who? He doesn't even get that right. He can't remember that he gave a fake name. It's Lundegaard.
The worst planned crime ever.
Oh,
that fucking
horrid.
Guy. Isn't that whole thing a true story?
It says it was true at the beginning, but they just put that in as like a kind of a little fuck around a little
Was
bit
the
drama
lead
thing.
investigator a 9-month pregnant woman?
Yeah, I don't think so.
On a fucking quadruple homicide.
She was great in Mississippi Burning, too, and Gene Hackman gave her a good fuck.
Oh,
And
yeah?
then fucking Billy...
Did he fuck her in that? Or
Yes,
just, like,
he did.
Flirted with her.
Oh, no, he fucked her.
He banged her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, because Willem Dafoe says, you weren't partial to sleeping with witnesses. And then, fucking, that was not a good Willem Dafoe, but everyone knew who it was.
Perfect Peter Lorre. What about when Gene Hackman grabs that hillbilly's testicles? On
Yeah,
the
that was
chair?
fucking
That was
Michael
great.
Rooker.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
And then he's holding on and he gives him a twist.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then he great.
What did he
I gotta
say?
see that one again.
Grabs him by the balls.
I love when he beats up Billy Bibbit in the fucking, when he beats him up in the,
In the barbershop.
Oh, it's
yeah,
great.
he beats the fuck out of him. It's great.
I'll cut your fucking head clear off and I'll give a shit how it reads in the report sheet. Great movie.
Yeah.
A lot of laughs.
I liked in Fargo where it's they're in that fucking shitty place watching Jose Feliciano. Hey, Jose Feliciano, you know, you could do a lot worse.
Yeah. Did he say you got no complaints?
What is this, waiter on
No
vacation?
complaints. Yeah.
She ignores him.
That's this waiter on vacation. Just the most impatient shithead.
Steve Buscemi's little fingers are not going to be heard across the road.
I got shot in the fucking face.
Yeah.
You should see the other guy.
How do you split a car with a chainsaw?
you fucking idiot.
Yeah, with the nice
He's got
sock
$1 million
sticking out of the wood chipper.
Oh, and he's arguing with a psychopath over fucking 10 grand.
Yeah, what was wrong with that guy? I want pancakes. Jesus.
Pancake House.
Traveling companion.
We go to Pancake House now.
Yeah. Fucking movie's
one of
great.
my favorites.
Yeah,
that
right
fucking
up
movie
there.
is one of my favorites.
Fuck
man.
yeah.
Hysterical.
I haven't seen that in a long.
It's time to see it again, Jimmy.
Long time.
Yeah. Those accents, it was like being in another planet. I never heard those fucking accents, man.
Yeah.
I love the old guy who was shoveling.
Oh yeah, he was good. And the story.
I said, well, what kind of place do you think this is? Well, what kind of a fella do you think I am? I says to him.
Oh, imagine hanging out. Imagine spending holidays with that guy.
Oh, God.
Terrible fucking stories.
Yeah, it looks like we got a front coming in.
Yeah.
Has to end with the weather.
They both look up all stiff because their jackets are so heavy and big.
Yeah.
Wants to live there. That looked so incredibly cold.
Yeah, very
that movie.
bleak, right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like,
Even
who
the
the
Chinese
fuck
guy
lives
had that accent. It's a Radisson. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's a Radisson.
So, you married old Norm, son of a Gunderson.
Son of a Gunderson.
You're such a super lady.
Yeah. Lots of yucks.
And then he's lying because he's fucking the chick they never married.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
stalked her.
Yeah.
She fought so hard, Margie.
She sits next to him. He
Yeah.
sits next to her.
A creepy, unnecessary, plot twist that guy
That was the weirdest thing to just throw in there.
It had nothing to do with the momentum of the story.
Funny, though.
It was good, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how they just threw that in there.
Creepy
but
Chinaman
Nothing
calling
to
her
do
in the
with the
middle of
story.
the night.
Yeah. So, Margie. All right. Something. Shut up.
Yeah.
Big A's getting ready to say something.
Yeah.
Oh, Big A?
Yeah, I saw
He's
you were
been
ready to
gearing
say
up since
something.
8:15.
You've been gearing up since- What were we going to say? You like Fargo, Big A?
Yeah.
Quickly.
You know any lines from the movie like these guys? Want him to do one line from Fargo?
Just one line with your inflatable ref shoes.
You got a line from Fargo for him, Sam?
We're not a bank, Jerry.
Which one you want him to do? Do that one?
Andrew doesn't stutter when he sings, we found out. When he sang Happy
Yes.
Birthday to Jimmy, he didn't stutter at all.
Yeah, in karaoke, he doesn't
Yeah.
stutter either.
Oh, sing something.
It's amazing.
Sing Happy Birthday to me again. Quickly.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
It's awesome.
Go through
Yeah.
life singing.
Just sing to
Why not?
everybody.
Life is
Can't
a
be any
musical
worse.
for you.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? By the way, we have 4 amazing singers coming in. Maybe maybe we could arrange for maybe you could do a little something with the Book of Mormon cast.
Yeah, I like that idea.
It's the hottest show in the country.
One line from Fargo.
Or 2.
As Bing Crosby as Gunderson. Sing it.
Want to see old Bill Deal up there, Northwest Federal. Bill Deal. You know, Bill Deal's just a fucking prick working at that bank.
Dick in the mud. Bill Deal is.
Bill Deal's an ass.
Bill Deal never gives a break.
Oh, you couldn't get $1 from Bill Deal.
The father-in-law was a scumbag.
Oh, what an ass he was.
To what's his name, though? Yeah, he was.
Jerry.
His awful 80 hairs daughter.
Yeah.
That fucking hairdo is terrible. Oh, yeah, just scraping in the carpet.
Oh, watching the Gophers? Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Prick.
Shitty TV in their hideout there.
Oh. Come on, you motherfucker.
We should break because we got to give away these Eastbound and Down things.
What?
Fuck. Got 3 of them today because we forgot to give them away this week. Here's one. It's signed by Danny McBride. Eastbound and Down DVD. When Kenny Powers comes back, he comes back hard on the hilarious and profane HBO series Eastbound and Down. The complete second season in DVD, Blu-ray, and digital download today. Experience Kenny Powers deep inside Mexico. Must be at least 18 years older and a listener or subscriber. Not open to residents of Alaska, Hawaii, or Canada. We'll give one away to a random caller right now. Signed by Danny McBride. Second season of Eastbound and Down. All right?
And Otto, let's plug Otto's.
Yeah,
gig.
where's Otto going to be?
This Saturday. This is actually a phenomenal show. 7 p.m. Starland Ballroom. It's in Saraville, in Jersey. It's John Velby and Otto.
Oh, man, that's great.
And Kenny Michaels and Chris Johnson. Now you go, who's Kenny Michaels?
Who's Kenny Michaels?
You guys have such a narrow specter of comedy. If it's not Voss or Patrice or me, you never fucking know.
We have no clue.
There's some really good acts out there that just need to fucking
Exactly,
break.
and we've just named none of them.
I know. We're like a fucking mafia family that we're not making any new people.
Yeah, but
we can't open the books
Yeah,
just yet.
sorry.
But even people that do wind up squeaking through don't treat other members of the family right.
Really?
Yeah. It's just the way it is.
That's why we have ice picks. That should be a good show.
How many shows have you done with Valby
But
so
he
far?
never shut the fuck up.
A few.
They're going
but
well?
He's like, He goes, I don't like to go fourth at a gangbang. I go, well, there's 3 acts before you, and you take it easy. You don't have to do 2 hours.
You're playing the piano.
Yeah.
I do love John Valby.
We love Valby, but he's a little
such
strange.
a lone wolf guy, I was trying to sell a show in Vegas with the 2 of us just so we can come off the road, but he wasn't buying it. He's just...
What is he doing? He's still driving around that shitty
And he wouldn't do
van?
our traveling virus tour.
Because he didn't want to cancel a gig in Fredonia or
That's
something.
insane.
Like,
And
what
he
are you
told
doing?
Fredonia.
I'm not even joking.
I know, that's exactly it. And he told them to go fuck themselves years ago.
HBO. I thought it was the songwrites. Did he really tell HBO to fuck off?
Well, it didn't happen. They wanted him to do a bunch of specials. Why didn't it happen? He must have done something fucked up,
What is he doing? I don't know. Maybe he's just one of those guys.
Too, man.
I think he's really funny, man.
Yeah, he's completely...
It's a no-brainer. You and Valby.
It's a great show.
That's a great
dirty show ever.
Yeah,
it's going to be really fun.
Filth-ridden.
Yeah.
So either way,
on it?
It's going to be cool. Chris Johnston. Did I say right?
See, you don't even know who he is.
You don't even know who he is, and you want us to know who he is.
I do know Chris. And then Kenny Michaels, awesome guy. He does a great Paulie Walnuts. He hates doing it, but I make him do it. Yeah. And he does Syl also.
I do both of those guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Skip.
Actually wasn't bad.
I'll do Paulie Walnuts.
Chip could do Paulie Walnuts.
See, I could do Silverstein too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Tony, bring me the guns. Or something like that. I do all of them. I do Paulie Walnuts. Good though.
Yeah.
Hey, give me the silver paint for my hair, Skip.
He puts the fingers out.
Oh, I didn't. I put my other 2, the pointer finger and the other one, like the scissors.
You didn't do the.
I could do Tony Soprano.
Fingers. Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah, sure.
Also, Big A's a big part of my pig roast, which is coming in September to an internet near you.
Nice.
I was interviewed for that show. I thought it went well.
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, I did enjoy
Oh,
it.
that's it?
What am I going to say? I didn't see the final cut. You might have cut my jokes.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was my best joke.
It's more than a talk show, though. You only saw that component of it. We're doing fucking animations, fucking...
Let me see that. Sam, turn that. I actually look pretty skinny there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Or no, I don't. I look pretty sickly, actually.
That is hilarious.
I look like Richard Mole if you had cancer.
You meant to have your seat that much higher there, Otto?
No, they just gave me that chair. All talk show guys are higher than the guests.
But that's hilarious because you're sitting in a chair.
You're much higher.
You have a TV tray that you would use to eat on in a living room if you're watching TV.
Well, we're obviously not going the Letterman route. It's supposed to be my apartment. I live there, and people come and go, and I have this band called the Abe Ruiz and the Squatters that also live there, and there's these great-looking girls called the Piglets who do dance around like Vegas showgirls.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And Otto was so... Could you copy that picture for me, Sam?
Yeah.
I want that picture.
It's Otto with Aces High.
I didn't know what Otto was talking about. He was like, well, I would like him to come on and debate me, but he won't.
But he won't.
Yeah.
The hell's he doing?
All right, very cool. Otto and George on Twitter. So
I hope you guys will come on once you see it up
It's
and
funny,
running.
man.
Yeah. When you asked me to go, I had something going on. I just couldn't get out of it.
Yeah, you had the Museum of Modern Art, and he had to go home and buy hollow point bullets.
I
by guns.
I did have a legitimate
Gold dot.
thing, but
No, I know.
Gold dot hollow points.
No, I was grateful that you guys even considered doing it.
I'd be honored.
Oh, well, no,
I would be honored.
Absolutely will do this.
I would be honored.
I love that set.
We're going to continue with Otto. Don't forget Otto and George, John Valby, this Saturday, 7 p.m., Starland Ballroom in Sayreville, New Jersey. I'm going to be out of town, or I would go to this thing in a fucking second. Where's Sayreville? Maybe I could get back. It's
probably Bon Jovi.
It's over by where Club Benet used to be, near like the outer bridge.
Club
No,
Benet.
it's not the same room.
I know the George Washington Bridge, and I know the Lincoln Tunnel. Where am I going?
It's, I would say, 25 minutes south of Newark Airport.
Oh, okay. Oh, I might be able to fucking do this then.
Around where Staten Island meets Jersey, the outer bridge, in that area.
All right, right on. I highly recommend you go see this show. It's going to be a great one. More with Otto and George and Big A. You're going to be singing I've Got the World on a String by Michael Bublé when we get back. Yes. He sings.
Yeah, and he doesn't stutter when he sings. It's amazing.
Acting lessons, singing lessons.
So try to find a version of I Got the World on a String for Big A. He does that next. And then the Book of Mormon guys. Stay there.
Yes.
No
something about opening windows and doors. I know how to move quietly, to creep across creaky wooden floors. I know where to find you sleeping, and I know that I can score. Slipping the clippers through the telephone wire. The sense of isolation inspires.
The Opie and Anthony Show on Sirius XM. The Virus.
Melody in my head that I can't keep out. Got me singing like na 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 every day. It's like my iPad stuck on replay. Remember the first time we met? You were at the mall with your friends. I was scared to approach you, then you came closer, hoping you would give me a chance. Who would have ever knew that we would ever be more than friends? Why breaking all the rules? Like a song played again and again. Yeah, girl, like something off a poster. Yeah, girl, there's a time they say. Yeah, girl, it's gun to my holster. You should try to through my mind all day. Shorty, it's like a melody in my head that I can't keep out. Got me singing like every day. It's like my iPad stuck on replay. Shorty, it's like a melody in my head that I can't keep out. Got me singing like every day. It's like my iPad stuck on replay.
Sirius XM. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Nice, Primus. Playing a lot of Big A stuff today because Big A's in studio with Otto from Otto and George. Of course. And Otto's going to be at the Starland Ballroom in Sayreville, New Jersey with John Valby this Saturday. This fucking show should be a sellout, Otto.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
it should sell out because this is it's amazing. You got you and
filth all in one night,
and John Valby, and then you got two comedians that we should be paying attention to, according to
yeah,
you. So
they're awesome.
So we'll get some feedback from the listeners about these two other guys, and maybe we get them on the show.
Okay.
And it's Otto and George on Twitter.
Okay.
We were gonna have Big A sing Michael Bublé. Then we had the Otto thing. Oh, I asked you about Belushi really quick, just to get back to that. It wasn't just a throwaway. I went. There's a cemetery in Martha's Vineyard, and you pull up, and you get out of your car, and you almost step on his fucking gravesite. He's got shitty placement in the cemetery. Yes,
that might be.
That's the reason I asked.
Decoy grave. I heard that.
Oh, really?
That he's buried somewhere else. I heard rumor of that.
Oh, because, I mean, I remember it's just a little fucking country road. You pull in, and then you get out, like, where is he? And then, boom, he's right there.
Fuck.
Like, really?
I don't know. I mean, going to a grave with somebody you didn't personally know,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Just weird.
I'd rather just watch the Blues Brothers again or something, you know?
Yeah.
I like some of that morbid shit.
You do?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, a little
I
bit.
went on a death tour in L.A. I saw the
too.
motel where Janis Joplin died.
Oh, yeah.
The Chateau Marmont where Belushi died. What else did I see? River Phoenix's dead spot.
I like the one where fucking Fred Mertz keeled over on the corner. That's a great one.
Hey, Rick!
Fred Mertz.
Just fucking drops dead.
They do it with a sense of humor. It used to be called Gray Line Tours, but the locals kicked them out, so now they're in buses, so you're not really sure which one. They used to go in a hearse. No, I went in a hearse.
My friend Stephen Pearl, who's a comedian, did this for me, and then he was doing a bit.
Thank God he's not a necklace.
He was fuck Jim.
Fuck Jim.
He was doing this bit about the last words of dead celebrities, and he had the dates and the way they died so accurate. Like one of them was, "I'm tired of hanging out with you, you fucking loser." take that enormous tripod and shove it up your ass. Bob Crane, October 11th, 1970. And he would have the exact death date, and he's like a real anal about that.
What a Crane.
And then what a great tired of hanging out with you loser. Take that enormous tripod and shove it up your. And then he goes, gee, those azalea trees are getting awful close. Stevie Ray Vaughan, April 11th. And he's like, fucking funny.
That's
he had like
great
50 of them.
bit.
He had like 50 of them. He had us dying. Stephen Pearl.
And you took the tour too. And what made it funny, they had it was cassettes.
Yeah.
And they would start the music. It'd be all nice. Like they would have the I Love Lucy theme, and all of a sudden they would say, oh yeah, he dropped dead right there as he was leaving a premiere.
Did Fred
William
Martin drop dead
Frawley.
on the sidewalk?
Right on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh, wow.
What year?
Dropped dead.
60s?
I don't know.
William Frawley, because he was
probably
just
in the
a
60s.
fucking fat drunk.
The best, I think it was the Roosevelt Hotel. You pull up and they start the Somewhere from The Wizard of Oz or
Who
whatever.
died there?
And
Judy
one of the
Garland?
witches, but her
It was
death.
the good witch, Glenn.
Her death was horrific. She finally had it with Life in Hollywood, so she got her best dress on. She did all her own makeup, and then she proceeded to put a bag over her head and tie it nice
Are you
and tight.
serious?
And that's how she killed herself.
How Glenda the Good Witch died?
In a dread.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how morbid that would be to find?
That's a very grim death to suffocate yourself.
There's not a lot of air in this bag.
Glinda.
It used to be the greatest thing to do in L.A., but the locals, they would give the hearse the finger, and they would try to run him off the road. He would tell me all the stories. So then they had to go underground and get just a basic who gives a fuck tour bus.
Oh, okay.
But this guy was hilarious.
Did you guys hear a ring?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I thought that was in my head. Nobody acknowledged
Whose
it.
phone? Was it yours, Otto?
Oh,
who knows?
I didn't hear
No,
the
I don't care.
headphones on.
That's why we do that. We don't acknowledge it.
What were some of the other ones?
I never do.
They did the Bewitched. They would have the nice Bewitched themes.
Oh,
music.
with for who? For all of them, probably.
the
I
main.
think they're all dead now.
The witch woman. What was her name?
Yeah, Elizabeth Montgomery.
Yeah,
Elizabeth Montgomery is bewitched.
Yeah.
They're all dead. Larry Tate.
They're all dead.
Both the Darrens, I think.
Hagman's
are dead.
alive?
Is this
who?
Larry Hagman.
He wasn't in Bewitched.
He was.
Oh, I'm sorry. He was in.
I Dream of Dreamy. I Dream of Dreamy.
I Dream of Dreamy.
There's a bird patient for you.
Yeah.
Is this the good witch?
Yeah.
Did they tell the story of
Who
her
is
death?
this bitch?
She died in Los Angeles of natural causes.
Putting a bag over your head is not natural causes.
Not breathing is, though.
85.
No.
85.
According to this guy.
70.
Aunt remembers too, man. She
You sure
put
it wasn't
on
another witch, Hope?
maybe.
Maybe the
This
bad
says
witch?
She died in
No,
Westchester.
the bad witch was fucking
Westchester.
one from
Then
the
this guy had it
Maxwell
all
House
wrong.
commercials.
No. Someone help me out.
Westchester.
I'm
She's
not
dead?
letting this one go.
Yeah. They're all dead.
There was an actress in the 30s called Lupe Valdez. Lupe Valdez took a bunch of sleeping pills and like spread herself out in her favorite gown, wanted to look beautiful, and she was found with her fucking head in the toilet because she was vomiting up these sleeping pills. So she was covered in puke with her head in there. Disgusting. Your head was in the toilet. Disgusting.
Not quite the way she wanted to be.
Oh, that's classic.
Yeah.
She must have felt pretty loopy.
Oh, shit.
I'm just ripping with Otto.
Is that a true story, Otto? That's a true one?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Getting info, Belushi bird in California. The grave in Martha's Vineyard is just a grave.
It's just
So
like
he's
a
not
marker.
buried in Martha's.
According to this guy,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
right. I heard it was a decoy. Yeah.
I absolutely saw a Belushi, gravestone.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have memorial markers just so you can go there and go, hey, I remember that guy.
Yeah.
He was a nice guy.
Yeah.
I remember that. Over here.
Did they ever steal any famous corpses? Like, didn't Chaplin get stolen or
Yeah,
something like that?
so one of those guys got stolen. Was it Charlie Chaplin?
Somebody like that.
Stole his fucking corpse.
Did someone have someone's skull and they had it under their bed for...
What, Sam?
Sam knows?
No, this was Auntie M that died in that way.
Oh, Auntie M? Oh, really?
Yes.
All right,
She
so
was
wasn't
such a nice lady.
All right, read about her death. Let's see.
Her health started to fail throughout the 1950s.
Yeah.
Auntie M.
Right, so she was in her house in L.A. She began rearranging her room, placing her favorite photos and memorabilia in prominent places.
Yeah.
She laid out her resume and a collection of press clippings from her lengthy career. She dressed immaculately in an elegant royal blue dressing gown. Then, with her hair properly styled, she took an overdose of sleeping pills. She lay down on the couch, covered herself with a gold blanket over her shoulders, and tied a plastic bag over her head.
Then she shoved hay in her twat and asshole.
After all that beautifying, just shoves hay in her twat asshole.
Yeah, maybe grass too.
Annie M. Read the note she left behind.
Yeah.
Read the note.
She left a note behind that said,
I love that, man.
I am now about to make the great adventure. I cannot endure this agonizing pain any longer. It is all over my body. Neither can I face the impending blindness. I pray the Lord my soul to take. Amen.
Wow.
And then her landlady found her.
Oh, that's great. She died.
Hay is such an unpleasant thing to shove in your twat and asshole.
And asshole,
like
yes.
mulch would be okay because it's soft grass.
No, that's hard.
But hay would hurt your cunt.
No, it's
grass.
gonna perforate things.
Was she sick or just not getting work?
Just not getting work. No one wanted Annie M. in
Nobody's hiring me. I got to shove hay in my mouth, cunt, and asshole. Give it a fucking dry cleaning bag. Well, 206, more hay, and a fucking run down to the dry cleaner. Be a dear. Run down to the dry cleaner. Give me some Twistix.
Fuck.
From 206, more hay.
Sorry.
No, sorry. That's fucking hilarious. Wow.
Yeah,
she was losing her health.
She was sick and going blind, but she was also 81 years old.
She was born in 18 what? She was born in
81. Stop hanging on.
1880 she was born?
Yeah. She looks like a Caligula bust.
That's great. Yeah, she really doesn't look real.
1880.
That's when she was a young, fetching beauty.
I bet that fucking plastic bag with the drugs she took, I bet she puked in the bag.
Oh, yeah.
And just her head is coated in vomit.
Wow.
Who found her?
Be a deer.
The landlady. The landlady found her.
Yeah. That must have been a horrific sight. Dressed nice with puke in a bag.
God, I'm never going to watch that movie again without thinking of her horrible death. And laugh.
Yeah. Yeah, she probably thought she was in Kansas.
There's been
no
some
sense, Chip.
There's been some great deaths in Hollywood.
Oh my God!
What did they say about William Frawley? Did they have a William Frawley so we could get it back to exactly? See, because some of these facts
he was
we
old
have a little
in the 40s when
he was doing I Love
And
Lucy.
look up the Dragnet guy because they show you his garage because the garage is right off the road where he died.
Frawley.
I'm not sure if he was killed in his garage or maybe the cart thing. He might have went with the cart thing.
On March 6, 1966, Frawley collapsed of a heart attack while walking down Hollywood Boulevard after seeing a movie, Inside Daisy Clover.
God, the movie was that bad.
Wow.
He was dragged to the nearby Knickerbocker Hotel, where he had previously lived for many years. But his male nurse, a constant companion since his prostate cancer operation, he was then rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead.
Wow, hey, what's going on with that? Is male nurse constant companion?
Oh, he had prostate surgery.
Hey, well, was Bill... Wow.
Did he
Bill
leave behind
Frawley?
any kids? Or a wife?
A wife? Anything like that?
Yeah, come on. Personal life.
Yes, he married fellow vaudevillian Edna Louise Bordeaux. Whatever.
Lousy name that is.
They developed an act, Frawley and Louise.
Frawley and Louise. Gotta go see that, Rick. Maybe we can play at the Tropicana.
The couple separated.
Why, sure, Fred.
After 7 years, and they did not have any children.
No.
What was their vaudeville act consist of?
Light comedy with singing, dancing, and patter.
And then collapsing of a heart attack.
Yeah, he would pinch her nose and fart in her mouth.
Oh, that vaudeville. An old vaudevillian. Look at his belt up to his nipples. That was hilarious. He'd come in the fucking into Desi's and Lucy's apartment there. Ricky and Lucy.
Someone did jump off the Hollywood sign. I don't know who that was.
Oh, yeah?
Look up the Dragnet guy. I think his was a good death.
Wasn't there a comedian that splattered himself in front of the
Steve something? His name was
Comedy Store.
Comedy store during that strike.
He jumped off the Hyatt.
Yep.
Yeah.
He jumped off the fucking Hyatt.
Have you ever seen the two buildings?
He splattered himself.
He wanted to land on the front door of the Comedy Store because he was that fucking pissed off.
I heard he couldn't get on stage, and then
after the strike,
then during the strike, well, they would take anybody, and then the strike was resolved like the next day, and he was like hated by all the comedians, so he just took his life.
Wow,
it was terrible.
Couldn't take it.
Yeah.
So that was no, not Harry Morgan. No,
he's alive.
From Dragnet.
That was Joe Friday.
Harry Morgan's still
Jack Webb.
alive.
Yeah.
Jack Webb.
Jack Webb.
Jack Webb.
Look at Jack Webb.
Oh, okay.
How did he die? I know.
Yeah,
they found him in a garage.
He died of a heart attack in 1982 at the age of 62. He's giving a
That's
funeral.
young. Those guys smoked 5 packs of cigarettes a day.
Cigarettes they would smoke.
They would eat those things.
Yeah.
They do the commercials for him too?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I smoke Philip Morris cigarettes. And they just 9 out of 10 doctors surveyed say it's got a smooth draw. Yeah, does it?
Smooth around the throat.
As the fucking doctor's hacking your chest open.
Yeah.
Damn.
They didn't mention the garage. All right.
What happened to the in the garage?
I guess that's where he had the heart attack.
Yeah, the days of a hearty handshake and a non-filtered Chesterfield. You die at 55.
Fucking asshole doctors.
Yeah.
This says that around 3 a.m. on December 23rd, Jack awoke complaining of stomach pains.
The Surgeon General warning didn't even come out till sometime in the 60s, right?
Yeah.
Before that,
And before that, they would warn you to avoid blacks.
Yeah. At first, all it said was caution.
Yeah.
It's not warning. It was caution. Cigarette smoking may be hazardous to your health.
Yeah.
And then it turned into warning. And now I guess they're going to start
this
putting
product
fucking...
kills you.
Yeah, this will kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but they loved their cigarettes back then.
Yeah.
I mean, I Love Lucy is a prime example. Every scene, when they're in the house, they're lighting up fucking cigarette. It was sponsored by Philip Morris, so they would actually be like, Philip Morris? Philip Morris? Why would I light up a Philip Morris, Lucy? As he's riddled with
cancer. They didn't give a fuck, those old guys.
No.
He's fucking everything that walks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he was quite the playboy.
Desi did?
Desi.
Yeah.
Got Book of Mormon guys
Quite
here.
the playboy.
Should we take a quick break then?
Yeah,
Get them in?
Get them in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Set the studio up.
All right, we're going to set it up for Book of Mormon. We should give away another Eastbound and Down. Is this the final one? I think it might be, hopefully.
That show's probably sold out for the next year and a half, right?
Book of Mormon?
crazy, yeah.
I think
Possible to get tickets?
Yeah.
we can get you in,
But
Otto.
you have to wait. There's lines, cancel lines every night.
Yeah.
It's fucking, people. It's
We'll
amazing.
get Otto in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get
You'd
him
love
in.
it, dude.
Really?
Eastbound and Down, second season. They talk about the show, blah, blah, blah. But it's available on, DVD, Blu-ray, digital download. Kenny Powers Deep Inside Mexico. Second season of Eastbound and Down. Danny McBride actually signed this copy, so call us now if you want it. Must be at least 18 years older and a listener or subscriber not open to residents of Alaska, Hawaii, or Canada.
The Opie and Anthony Show on Sirius XM. The Virus.
Otto and George Killing.
We're like, fuck it. I'm
On the show and off the show.
Yes.
He's going to be with John Valby this Saturday, 7 o'clock, Starland Ballroom in Sayreville, New Jersey. Great show, man. Holy shit. StarlandBallroom.com. Or I'm sure you'll tweet the fucking date too, right?
Tickets still available, as far as I know.
Otto and George on Twitter. We got the Book of Mormon guys outside the studio.
Yeah, I'd say the four of the main.
Oh, and the girl. Yeah, that's right. I didn't realize she was coming today.
4 out of the 5 main leads, I think, are here.
Wow. Hey, guys. Welcome to the show.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Come on in.
How you doing? Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Josh, good to see you again, brother.
How you doing?
Someone could sit in the fun chair and the couch and just make yourself at home.
And in the studio, it's Andrew Rannells, is how you say it? That's
right.
Okay, Rannells and Rory O'Malley, Josh Gad, and Nikki M. James, who I'd say you are 4 of the 5 most important people in... Without Michael Potts, I mean, I'd say that.
Well, you guys have always been obsessed with Michael Potts, though.
Yeah, I know. When I found out he was
we got him in.
Did you get him in?
Oh yeah. He came in after
you came in. We're like, you know what? After Josh left, we booked him.
He said he told me they got me on the guise that they wanted to talk a Book of Mormon, but they really only wanted to talk about the why.
It really was. We were like, hey, Book of Mormon's great. All right, now to the business at hand. But I'm a complete fan of all of you. It's amazing how good. I've never seen a musical before. I don't like musicals. Right. Yours is fucking incredible.
Thank you. Maybe they're all incredible. Musicals. Maybe if you've never gone before.
No, I never thought of that.
This is a pretty, like, I don't know, this is a very
Mamma Mia is
musical.
just like our show.
Mamma Mia. Literally exactly
Like
the
us,
same.
Mamma Mia, Cats, Book of Mormon are the three most traditional musicals on my
Do you know how disappointing another musical is going to be if I go to see it and they're just fucking using like proper language and no one's being fucking
edgy?
Oh, it's going to stink.
Only come and see our show then.
Yeah.
Nikki, you got the Emmy, right?
That's all he's doing.
Tony.
I
mean the Tony. I'm sorry.
She won an Emmy.
Are they giving those away too?
TV movie.
Last night I got congratulated on winning an Oscar, and I was like, I've never even been in a movie. Thank you.
Well, congratulations on the Tony, of
Thank
course.
you,
That's
yeah.
amazing. Anybody else get?
Weren't you all nominated?
No, we were all nominated, but it doesn't count as much.
Oh, that must be awkward.
Yeah,
although
it is.
people still
we were nominated.
And what's really awkward is she always holds it up when we walk into the theater.
She's literally got it with her right now.
I carried it around with me. I had them build up a special pocket in my costume so I could wear it on stage.
Yeah, they could all look like when they're all standing behind you, they can see it.
Sure. Exactly.
So we don't forget.
How did you guys not win? I can't comprehend. And again, I don't know what else is out there, but I can't comprehend how somebody got more votes. You were great, by the way. Well, I don't watch the Tonys. I saw your. I saw your performance was fucking. It was brilliant.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, who knows? Who knows how those things.
How annoyed were you when you didn't win? I mean, I love this.
I was actually relieved because you were sitting there for like 3.5 hours and really hungry and like hot and like kind of.
And they wouldn't
just
give us any
getting like
water.
Josh
upset. You could take water to the seat. It was very strange.
Josh brought in a plastic bag with goodies in it, candy, and we were all like, "Oh, that's so trashy, Josh." And by hour 3, I was like, "Josh, you got any more of that stuff? What you got in that bag? What do you got? Give me some of them Slim Jims."
Did you really bring Slim Jims in a bag?
That would have been amazing.
I brought pretty disgusting food in there. But you know what? It was very smart of me because by the end of it, everybody really was paying with sexual favors for goods, and so it was really good for me. It worked out well.
Why would there no? How come you can't bring water to the seat at the Tonys?
Because I don't think they want people, like when the camera sort of pans the crowd, you got a bunch of people like drinking. Well, I don't know.
If someone's drinking water.
That's why things like the Golden Globes are like. You watch this, they're all just like liquored up as hell.
Just hanging out at a table.
Yeah, they just sit at a table drinking booze. They're all fucked up, trying to get up, stumbling over each other.
Well, that happened. There was the Drama Desk Awards. They tried to do like that, and they had like booze for everybody. And by the time our categories came around, I was wasted. Like they didn't really give you food, but like I think I drank like whatever they would put in front. We did shots.
Did we do a shot of tequila?
Yeah,
I think we did.
and then I was like, and then there was a moment where I was like, oh fuck, if my name gets called, I'm screwed because it's gonna
You can have like a Guns N' Roses MTV Music Awards moment.
Down, knocking shit over. It would not be good.
Nobody would be surprised though. That's the advantage of doing the show you do is if you probably curse, nobody would be surprised because the show is definitely.
I guess although we're
supposed
get called
to be
out.
filthy people.
Yeah.
We weirdly get called out for it though. Yeah, well, Josh is just.
I'm just disgusting.
It's true.
Discussing.
I would think you want work, after this at some point also, so you can't just be a complete slob in real life.
Josh has built a career on that. So.
By the way, Rory, we're obsessed on this show with your moment in Turn It Off.
Oh.
We do it out of context.
No one in the audience knows why we do it, but there's nothing better to me than I'm going to turn it off. There's nothing that makes me happier than that little hand across the neck, turn it off.
Good.
Oh my God, is that great?
After we saw it, we're in a cab just doing it over and over again.
All we were doing with each other in a cab, which was really...
Not that the rest of you weren't great, but... That one moment that really got us. It was hilarious.
We're both idiots. We're going to take one moment and just talk about it. That was the moment. Rather play with a man, turn it off.
She sung her ass off. Holy
you and Nick, people get kind of choked up watching you because the songs are really brilliant and funny, and they're some of the stuff that is so, I'm not going to say harsh in a nasty way, but language-wise, it takes you off guard.
Absolutely.
And then your stuff is just like, it kind of, that is what's happening over there.
It is. I mean, I get to be the sweeter side, right? Of the flip side of the coin, which is fun, which is great and fun, and I'm appreciative of it. But I sometimes wish I got to say like some body jokes and stuff, and really outlandish. It's not that easy to be the straight man when you're working with like these hilarious.
Yes, but that's why you won the Oscar, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And Emmy too.
It had nothing to do with the cleavage either. I'm like, why does this girl have such low-cut dresses?
She is a sexy villager.
She's fantastic.
Absolutely.
But this is what a delusional ass I am. When Josh came in, I'm like, was she single? Like, even if you were, like, let's be honest, you're around people who are in shape. This is not the route she'd go. Is it?
I don't know. I'd have to see your wallet, too, right? Is that
shit. You're talking my language.
An honest girl.
She's direct.
Oh, God, I love
she's
that.
really acting up there when she's playing that sweetheart.
We did an interview the other day, and the first question the woman asked me was, so how difficult is it to be nice, or something like that? And I was like, are you implying that I'm not nice?
Yes.
Yes,
that's what she's
As a matter of fact.
But you are really sweet in that. You come off as very innocent, and there's a very funny moment where certain naive thoughts are revealed by other. I can't say enough about the
really
show. So you don't want to give away the jokes. That's why we don't play the songs on the show, because every song kind of catches you off guard.
And the problem is you can't get a ticket for this thing.
No.
Yeah.
What's going on with that? Are you guys going to extend?
That's a big problem. How to get one, because we have trouble too. Yeah.
No, it's a problem where we sit because we're trying to tell everyone how great this show is, and then they're trying to get tickets and they're having a tough time. That's why I say it's a problem.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a good problem to have.
It's a great problem. I mean, we were lucky that we sold for, I don't know technically until when, but they do
now
some,
and forever.
They do some tricky things where like every once in a while like a new block of tickets will be like discovered and released if you have like an American Express
it's like
card.
the Dead Sea Scrolls.
There you go.
Every once in a while
they discover new.
That's so corporate, man.
But there are tickets available for 2013 if you're really interested. So.
It's probably you're probably not far off because you can't get tickets. The wait line for this. I was so happy to walk past all the scum because I had a ticket.
You're
so nice.
I mean, I walked past the theater on my way here, and there was probably like 10 people outside waiting for tickets for tonight. Yeah, for standing room. Because if you get to the theater early, you can wait for the standing room.
It's first come, first serve. Yeah.
Wow. And they do a lottery for the front row, and then there's also a cancellation line. I mean, there's people who
there are ways, and if you can see it by yourself, there's that's the best way. Go online and get a single ticket.
Hopefully, you don't have friends.
I love when a show like that just really just becomes very popular, and it's pretty much by word of mouth.
Totally.
And some of these other shows that they just hype bomb.
Some of these other shows.
But it's been
some of these other shows.
It's kind of been the brilliance of the marketing team too, because as far as I know, it hasn't been done before. That the less is more approach, where people don't see anything from our show, they don't see any numbers, they don't hear any music generally, and so there is this almost mystery surrounding it.
The last show that was like that, Starlight Express.
That's right.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes. Skaters.
Roller skating. It's a musical about trains.
Oh fuck! Are you kidding me?
I remember as a kid watching that commercial. Even as a kid, I'm just like, what? Trains? Really?
Well, what's so great about our show is that people who have never come to see musicals are coming to see it and loving it, and that's not just good for those people. It's good for our industry to say, hey, if we try to do something different and completely original, maybe a whole new audience will show up.
That's to me what was amazing. Just as a stand-up, watching people in their 50s and people that would find me repulsive on stage, and to see what they had constructed to get these people to laugh at. Like, if you said any of those things out of context, they would hate you.
Yeah.
But the fact is, you've almost cornered them and now they can't do anything but laugh at it. It's fucking amazing the things that you guys say that these people go with.
It's pretty crazy. Like it's super confrontational actually, and I have of the 4 people in this room who do the show, I have the unique pleasure of being part of 2 of the most sort of in your face numbers. There's the one where it's like expletive you God, right? And then
the Welcome to Uganda.
Welcome to Uganda here in Africa. And these are the and I remember the first night doing that in front of an audience because we didn't do an out of town run. We only had done invited rehearsals. I remember being totally nervous about how the audience would react. And you can feel them sort of like fall back in their seats a little bit and then look around at each other. And when they realize that it's okay, and then they go for it. Yeah. And it takes a minute. And they catch up with you, right? So at first they're like a little shocked, and then by the end of the number they're on board. But it is really confrontational, and a lot of those stuff is like direct address. So we're looking right at you and saying like, this is what we're doing. Like either get on this train or you're going to be pretty disappointed by the end of the show.
That's exactly. You know what? Yeah. It's almost like it's so completely not apologetic, and it hits you so hard so fast. It's almost like, well, if this is exactly what it's going to be, so if you don't like it, fucking leave because it's going to get ugly.
Because there's a line outside waiting for your seat.
Yeah.
That's why you do it.
We should have a line for walkouts. Two people walked out. You 2 can come in now.
Have you guys had any? I'm sure you've had, like, you probably don't notice if 1 or 2 people leave, but have you
literally
had
a handful? I mean, no more than a handful.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, it is. I mean, I think we were all geared up for like it's
protests,
super shocking, and it wasn't. Although it is nice. Like, even yesterday we had 2 women sort of like in the 3rd row, right in the center, who could not wait to get out of the theater.
Oh, really?
They were so pissed and so...
They left while we were bowing.
They left while we were bowing. And I was sort of pleased to see that, actually, because I was like, well, it turns out it is, like, people were like, it's not that offensive.
We thought it was.
It's not that. So we feel like, I think I'm sort of...
But I love that. I love, like, the first act where the most offensive stuff takes place. They're like, this is disgusting. We'll just stay through the second act. Yeah, we'll come back after intermission, but then we have to leave at the very end. What's the point of that?
Statement in the last 10 seconds.
When they're bowing, that's when we'll get them.
We'll make our statement and exit during the standing ovation. That's smart.
That's what happened.
You know what's been really uncomfortable is lately there's been like little children in the front. But not only little children who sing every fucking lyric in the show along with us. And it's so disturbing because you see like a 6-year-old mouthing these disgusting words
adorable.
with you. You're like, God, this is terrible.
But speaking of that, who's obsessed with toddlers and tiaras?
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. I have not missed an episode.
The craziest,
despicable moms and children that I cannot get it. I laugh my ass off when they start crying, when they take headers.
Oh my God! I know when they fall off the stage, that's always best. When
It's
they just
hilarious.
Have like
that one girl that fell off the chair she just face planted.
Yeah,
like this is great.
My favorite is the mother of the 15-month-old child who's like, she's really gonna have to step up her game. I'm like, she doesn't walk.
It's a blob. They're just bouncing in their arms.
She can barely control her head.
With whore makeup on. The whore makeup.
And press on nails. 15 months old.
But what about the male contestants?
This is a glitz pageant, so we're gonna have to really go all out and get her the fake eyelashes and everything. Oh, please. I'm a huge fan.
By the way, I think you guys watch it for a lot different reasons than he does.
Thank you, Jimmy. That has to be said. Thank you.
I like when they really have to shake it up at the glitz portion.
But what about the male contestant Brock? He was like he won everything because he was the only boy.
The only boy
there. The contestant. Yeah. And actually, his mom, I was like, she's a hero because she was like, you know what? This is when he feels the most happiest and when he's the most himself. When he's dancing on that stage.
When he's on stage.
But so depressing that when they pan to that audience and it's just like an empty Holiday Inn ballroom.
It really is.
Just like full light and folding chairs.
One creep in the back.
There is a creep just sitting there.
Bathrobe. And it's the saddest, and you're like, why? It's not even like a full. Like
no, because the only people in the audience are the parents of the other contestants.
Angry fathers.
Where is this? I have to watch
Angry Fathers
and some perv.
What is it?
It's on TLC.
Yeah, TLC.
Yeah.
You see the one with that that Mackenzie girl.
She's
hilarious.
She's my favorite. Which
I want a crayon. Mom, stop. Hey, yo.
Oh, that's the one that was crying and misbehaving? I
She's
hate
crying.
Mackenzie.
I need my Nene. She's screaming.
Nene is a hard-working lady.
She's hilarious. Yeah, she sounds like she's 90 years old.
She's
I don't know. There is something about that show that is both horrific and so entertaining at the same time.
I love all things reality TV, though.
Hoarders,
so.
we also really enjoy.
Hoarders is
huge
great.
fans of
The
Hoarders.
rat hoarder. Did you see that rat hoarder? I'll never.
We were a little bummed out by that episode because we were wishing it was going to be like city rats. Not the pet store rats.
Yeah.
But besides that, it was a sick episode.
I like the disgusting. I like disgusting shit more than just clutter.
Yeah.
Like I like that when they open up the fridge and there's a piece of pork in there from the 70s.
What about the woman who was storing her urine in jars?
Yeah, in jars.
That was disgusting
or the
enough for me.
staircase full of shit.
Yeah,
in bags.
It's just in
adult
bags,
diapers.
adult diapers. And all I can say, we've had some of the counselors on the show, and we say, why don't you just smack them in the face?
Seriously.
You give them 10 minutes to grab their shit and then burn the house down. and she actually had a reasonable answer. She said, you know what? Everyone in their life is telling them that that's what they want to do and that's what they should do. She goes, we're just taking another approach because that never works.
Tough shit.
But I'd be like, all right, look, we're going to let the crew set up. Let's go out to, lunch. And take them out to lunch and come back to just a smoldering pile.
See, I say you set the place on fire and make them get out.
Crawling over their own shit.
It could be a new game show.
Get out. Like, our old fat ass couldn't make it out. That's a shame.
Sorry, Mary.
You guys aren't sympathetic to those people, are you? You're not sympathetic to them, right?
No.
To the people who hoard?
Yeah.
No, I actually, I think being a New Yorker, and when you have such a limited amount of space where you live, you take that space to be so precious, and to see people have these houses and just fill it up like a landfill.
Giant houses with just
ridiculous.
shit everywhere.
For plastic spoons.
I mean,
really?
I could move in the middle of the night.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah. I'm like, I guess I'm too empathetic. I'm just like, what happened in her life that makes her feel like she needs, I get like that.
Well, I can't stand when they're trying to clean the house out. They know that, like, either the kids are being taken away or the house is going to be taken away, and they're looking at one little thing going, I have to make a decision. and it amounts to 1/1 of what's in this house, and they're taking much too much time to decide on it.
State will take your
throw it away.
You watch Obsessed? Obsessed?
Oh, yeah.
They've only done
How
it.
do you have time to watch all that? I'm really
DVR.
man.
We got DVR
We don't have a
everything.
child.
I know.
That Intervention's another one.
I love
where-
that.
I love it.
watching that.
TV shows.
Although at this point, it's like, who the hell is walking into that hotel room not knowing what's going on?
Exactly.
I believe they're making a documentary about addiction.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
That doesn't end that way.
Yeah.
Well,
That's not like, here's some more drugs.
Yeah, maybe they're giving him
They must be on some great
Or
drugs.
maybe they just like don't
Still
pay their
believe that
cable
shit.
bill.
Oh, so they can't watch. Yeah. Obviously, they wouldn't have cable because they're spending all the money on drugs.
Yeah.
You know,
that intervention show?
someone's thinking.
Yeah, we're assuming a dope shooter is up on all the local programs.
Hello, finals. Could you come?
We just learned something today. We learned why
we did.
that
We
show
did learn.
exists.
What time do you have to get up? Because I watch you guys and I'm like, what time do you go to? I'm an insomniac. Like, I literally haven't slept in probably I just can't sleep. What time do you go to bed to get up in the morning?
I mean, if we don't have we were just talking about this. If we don't have a matinee, like yesterday we did a matinee. I mean,
Even if we do have matinee.
we'll sleep until, what were we saying? Like
10.
I got up in
10,
time to
11,
watch The View.
What time do you
11.
guys go to bed?
2.
Yeah. You can't shut down. After you do, especially after you do 2 shows, you're exhausted in between shows, but then there's like the sick cosmic joke where after the second show when you should be able to sleep, it's like, all right, now I'm ready to start a third show. Like there's no reason for it.
That's when we
You're all
drink.
wound up.
That's how you wind down.
That's
Pills.
Too soon.
Last time you were in, I said we were talking about Chevy Chase. I sat right behind him at one of the shows.
Oh yeah,
wow.
And so I was at Comic-Con doing, this is what a self-centered phony ass I am. I was at Comic-Con interviewing Joel McHale, and the whole cast of Community was in the room. So Chevy walks by, and I grab him, and I go, hey, we interviewed Josh Gad from the Book of Mormon, and those guys were so happy you were there, and he didn't want to stop and talk to me because he goes, "Oh, I love that show," and he's talking about how great it was. He goes, "Yeah, I went back," and I was like, "Oh, good. Can I take a picture with you?" And he just deflated because he realized the whole discussion had been a ruse to get a photo.
Great.
So I used your success to get a photo with a man who wanted to blow me off.
That he absolutely did not want to take a photo.
And you saw it on his face. He was like, "Oh, you fuck!" Like I thought this was a real moment, but you roped me in. Oh, of course I did.
Nice.
Of course I did. He wanted to throw his coffee in my face.
Well, he should have.
People, I've heard tell that a few Mormon missionaries are using us to get into people's doors.
Is that true?
Yes.
Wow.
Someone, a cast member said a cousin of theirs called and said, these boys knocked and rang my doorbell and said, we're from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You may have heard of us from our musical on Broadway, The Book of Mormon.
Well, I found it very interesting that the day after we won the Tony, they launched that Mormon.org campaign. I was like, wow, this is good.
They're opportunists. That's smart.
Have you guys gotten flack?
Romney.
Oh, right. Have you got any shit from the church? Or no?
No, they've been like kind of vaguely supportive. I don't want to say supportive, but they've sort of given us a pass, I think. They're not going to... I don't think they're going to like stage any protests or anything.
Even though it's making fun of a lot of stuff, it really does make at least the Mormons. To me, it makes them look slightly naive about certain things, but it makes them look compassionate. It doesn't make them look like nasty or evil people.
No, we're not. No one was like setting out to make fun of Mormons for. I mean, it's not like a 2.5 hour Mormon bashing, but no, I think at best we make them look naive, but. Still good people.
But your character is terrific too, because you start off one way, like you're just this idealistic guy, and then you just kind of realize, he's a bit of a self-centered ass. He's a bit of a guy who's kind of wrapped up in doing things so he looks good. It was just really, I didn't know you could do so much character development in a musical.
You oftentimes cannot. We're very fortunate with this one.
You guys all have a lot of experience in Broadway. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Or on Broadway.
Yeah.
Did I sound like a guy who doesn't know Broadway when I said in Broadway?
In Broadway.
Well, yeah, we've all been fortunate to be like, kind of kicking around for a while, and this is obviously the sort of biggest opportunity I think we've all had professionally. But yeah, it's nice that we've all sort of been like, working and kind of, crawling.
We all know how lucky we are to be a part of something like this. Everyone is so grateful to show up to work every day, and that's great no matter where you work. But we're really lucky.
Well, you guys also, it's like the cast member of the Wire. Like they have the respect of their peers. I did a shoot with one of the guys from the Wire, and every other actor on the set, all they wanted to do was talk to this guy who had been in The Wire. I mean, Ted Danson was there. All these, they wanted nothing to do with me. They just wanted to talk to Dominic because he had been in that. And you guys are going to have that for the rest of your careers. You're going to be...
We do. A lot of people compare us to The Wire, actually.
Except there's a few more murders in your...
Yes.
show.
This is more violent.
At least one murder. No, it is true. We do get... I think our community, the theater community in New York is both in awe of sort of what we're doing with this ticket selling business is crazy, and that's not something that happens a lot. And then that we're doing it and doing a show that is both great and we all think is really innovative and new, and we had some leeway. We created these characters. We're really lucky to have been created these characters from the ground up, and we put our stamp on them. So we're not doing anyone else's, show in that way, which is really a lucky thing.
But as a comic, you watch that and you go like, it is encouraging because you see this stuff that you don't think people can get away with.
In the mainstream.
In the mainstream. Right. And they're getting away with it on Broadway. And it's fucking murdering. I mean, I've seen the show twice. Not that I would love another ticket. Despite my effort to promote. It's really encouraging to see, like, there is a way to do anything you want to do on stage. Any content you want to get over, there's a way to sell it.
Well, especially when you're telling a story. They earn every single moment, I think, and these characters are rich. And, like when you're telling that story and all of a sudden you get to the end, which is one of our most offensive, quote unquote, songs, the audience knows exactly what is being said up on that stage. They've gone with us on that whole journey. So they aren't like, oh, this is, completely gratuitous or anything. They're with us on that journey. So
there's a sarcasm in some of the stuff too, like where they're talking about just the conditions in Africa. It's about, what would you say, missionaries that go to Africa, Mormon missionaries. And you can't deny the truth in what's being said. It's like, oh yeah, it really is a miserable environment.
Yeah, and also I think like it's funny because people say like, do you feel offended? You know, as a black actress, do you feel offended about the way
you're a
the
black
African-
actress?
I am.
I just thought you played one. That's amazing.
I spent a lot of time in the tanning bed.
That would be a funny revelation that you're actually Irish and you're just really fucking good.
Don't tell anyone.
Now we understand why you won the Tony. That's amazing.
Was that movie from the 80s? When the guy takes the pills to go to Harvard?
Yeah, I saw that.
That's what
Oh, God, was
no,
that
but
the
people
worst
are like,
play?
are you offended? And I said, well,
So offensive.
what it really is illuminating, which if you can get there, is the first world's idea of what the third world is like. This sort of arrogance that we can have as developed nations about the ways in which we can help these, poor, unfortunate, sort of hungry Africans, and the naivete of like what the reality of what these people's existence is, and so I think the joke is actually flipped around on the audience, and I hope they get it. But even if they don't get it, that's the thing that's really great. Even if they don't get that second layer, they'll still think it's pretty funny anyway. You don't have to be like...
If you don't get the deeper meaning, hey, the song's catchy.
Well, what's amazing is what you were saying also about the fact that it is, you get away with murder and you get away with some of the funniest material ever. And Rory talking about the story, but along the 4 years of workshopping this thing, I think some really funny stuff was left on the table.
Oh, yeah.
Really funny stuff. Even songs that were perfect and hysterical. And it's a testament to their craft that they knew that the story was the most important thing.
Right.
And anything that serviced the story stayed, and anything that didn't went. And at the expense of, I think, some pretty hysterical stuff along the way, too.
We'll do Book of Mormon 2.
Oh, yeah. Book of Mormon deleted tracks one night after the bows.
Is there ever going to be like
heretic?
Is there ever going to be like a DVD of it once it's done? Are you guys going to go on the road with it, or they'll get a different cast on the road? How many questions am I going to ask at once? Jesus Christ!
Yes, no, maybe.
I'm an asshole.
Yes, no, and maybe.
No, I mean, yes, they've announced a tour, so there will be a tour next July.
Probably with a different cast.
So I mean, and then in terms of filming it,
you can go to Lincoln Center and watch it.
They recorded
Lincoln
it
Center records every Broadway show, and they already did ours.
Yeah.
So you can just go there and watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
You have to schedule it. You have to schedule it.
That's kind
They
of cool.
make you jump through some hoops, but yeah.
Yeah.
So now that you've seen a Broadway show, you can go there and watch all the Broadway shows.
Yeah.
You know?
I see what else fits.
None of them are going to... Because I couldn't... Like, I heard... The person I talked to right before I went, I already had tickets. I talked to Colin. And you've destroyed other musicals for me. I know you have. I'm not going to enjoy other musicals.
Trey and Matt will just have to write another musical specifically for you to come
Bobby
again.
Love that.
Because it's like, I don't think I could have more fun watching a Broadway play.
Well, then you've never seen Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor.
Yes. What's the other one?
Beauty and the Beast? You want to go see that?
Beauty and the Beast.
Me and you? Well, Beauty and the Beast?
Little
Mermaid?
Yeah, I mean, I would
What do you want?
Why not? I would go just to spend
I love
time.
naming every Disney show that's closed. None of the
I
ones
know,
are.
none of them are actually open. Just closed ones. Lion King, okay. I'm trying to be nice today. Lion King. Yeah.
Lion King.
You can go see Bobby Lopez's other show, Avenue Q.
I heard that was good.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, you'll like that.
And I saw The Motherfucker in the Hat. That was a non-musical with Chris Rock. I thought was very good.
As long as there are curse words, you're in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just like salty language. It makes me feel cool.
We'll make you a list.
And dangerous.
I also love when Rory, when you get up and you go, I'm all better now. It fucking makes me so happy. Because you're obviously not all better.
Yes.
That's the fucking, it's such a great role.
Yeah.
And by the way, me just like singing one of your lines at you is like me as someone coming up and doing one of my jokes to me. And if you want to spit in my face, nobody would fault you for it. I really am an asshole.
Please, I'm
I'm
honored.
doing everything I hate as an audience member. I'm a fucking audience member. I hate myself.
Fanboy.
And so you were all on the ground floor of this? Like you said, like all of you guys kind of were there from the beginning?
In different, we joined at different sort of levels in the different stages in the game. Josh and Andrew have been doing the show for as long as
Rory.
Josh and Rory.
Nice to meet you.
Sorry. What's your name again? Which one are you? So many white people, I can't give them track.
Yeah, Josh and I have been for like 4 years when it was half a show.
It was half a show. It ended with, the first act ended with Man Up and no chorus whatsoever supporting me. So it was just my tepid voice going, Man Up, over and over. And then it ended with, Man Up, That was the end of it.
That was the end
and
of
then,
the whole
the
show.
lights came up on the theater, and we were like, all right, well, hopefully this will be a Broadway musical. It's so weird. And then they found Nikki for the second workshop.
Just on the street.
On the street. She was hooking. And they determined, you know what, we want to get you out of this sad existence. And so she just suddenly changed the game completely because it became so honest. And then over the next few years, it started to become a struggle. They kept recasting Price, and it just never fit. It never worked out the way I think that they had imagined it, and everybody was great. But then, literally, right a year before we were going to open, they were like, we need to find the right guy, and they had auditions, and they found Andrew.
I was also hooking.
Different kind.
And
you completed us, Andrew.
Yeah,
I did.
And then the rest is history.
Were you in anybody else in any shows of note on Broadway?
I was in Jersey Boys.
Oh, sure, okay.
And you would like that. There's a lot of cursing in that, too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
This is Joe Pesci character.
And,
yeah.
And Hairspray. I did Hairspray. You would probably not like that.
Probably
No,
not.
Yeah.
I heard Rent was great. I never saw that, but that was one I would have seen. I would see. There's another one out now. I would see.
Wicked.
No, Wicked.
Jerusalem?
Yeah, Jerusalem I heard is good.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, he's
apparently. Mark Rylance, who won the Tony, is like
was he
one of
really
the best
great though?
actors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's unbelievable.
I haven't seen him. I'd love to shit all over him, but I can't because he's apparently good. But I kind of in defense of you guys. It annoys
really
me.
good.
That's my favorite
He
show.
won in the other categories, so it's okay.
And then gave away his Tony, which I love.
Did he really?
Yeah, you know you're good when you can give away your awards. When you're like, you know what, I don't need this. I'm going to win 5.
But is that a spur of the moment thing though? Like, I mean, you're on your way out, like, why the fuck did I do that? You felt in the moment.
Can I have that back?
I'm an idiot. I shouldn't have done that. So I guess the show's over.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Shit.
Let's get the plugs out for everybody. Otto, of course. This is Otto, a brilliant comedian who is just enjoying the. Otto and George.
Otto.
Will be this Saturday, 7 o'clock, Starland Ballroom in Saraville with the great John Velby. You can go and follow Otto on Twitter. It's Otto and George. Myself, ironically, will be in Utah the 19th and 20th at Wise Guys Comedy
Mormon
Club.
country.
Yeah. And although when I think of Mormon country, I think more of Belladonna. Great porn star who was spent some time in Utah. And of course, the Book of Mormon is just brilliant. I mean, it really is a fucking.
Awesome.
It's the first thing I've seen that really lived up to the hype. Because whenever you hear so much hype, it's never as good as they say it's going to be. And I fucking loved it.
Absolutely.
Can I ask you one thing? I would never. Could you just turn it off, please? We just get.
Turn it off.
That's exactly that's it.
Now we got that for our
You are a fanboy.
I really am. If we had another hour, I'd ask them all to do a couple things. Look, could you just do that one scene where he's baptized?
Don't forget the pink luggage, too.
Oh,
This is just
fuck it.
classic.
I'm all better now.
He's walking around stage with his pink luggage.
Oh,
It is just a great show. Are you guys promoting anything else? Because obviously Book of Mormon doesn't need to be promoted. Any little side thing or nothing?
Well, I mean, I'll plug my web series as always. I have a web series on mydamnchannel.com called GG, and it's pretty funny. Check it out.
GG is hilarious.
Thank you.
What's your web channel?
Huh?
What's your web channel? Like, how do you get to it?
It's you go to mydamnchannel.com or you go to YouTube and type in GG All American.
All right, thank you, Josh, Rory, Nikki, Andrew.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, you're in a real work of art.
I got to see this thing.
It's fucking brilliant, man.
Yeah, we need to take it for Otto. That's why he was
2013, January 2013. We'll set you up. We'll hook you up.
Take that, Otto.
What are you doing a year from next year?
You're making an impression, obviously. Wait in line. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're out. We'll see you tomorrow.
The Virus, Sirius XM. And now, the Opie and Anthony Show continues. This is After O&A Live. Here's your host, Sam Roberts.
What are you guys talking about? It's After Opie and Anthony Live.
Yep, Book of Mormon. We just had. I have an audition for something. Not the Book of Mormon.
You're auditioning for the Book of Mormon?
I am. Yes, for.
What are you auditioning for?
Nikki James's part.
Oh, wow. Well,
Yes.
I mean, now she's got the Tony. She's going to be moving on to other things.
I feel inspired.
Yeah, this is great.
How great were they? They were fun to talk to. They're all nice down there. It's almost like they're they don't. It's almost like they don't know what a great masterpiece they're in. Do you know what I mean?
Or that they don't like. This is the biggest play in the world right now.
Yeah,
and they're just oh yeah, we're just doing our job. We're just in the play.
Yeah, if it's like talking to like cast members of like Goodfellas or The Godfather before the movie came out. Before, or The Exorcist. You know what I mean? It's
before
like
they realize they're in something iconic, and it is what it is because like Josh Gad said the first time he was in here, all the celebrities.
Yeah.
That go. This is one of those things that, like, even people who are in show business admit, this is the best.
It is, and they're all nice people, and they're fun to talk to, man. I enjoyed them.
Did you see it twice or once?
Twice, but I'm going to go again. I would absolutely see it a third time.
Wow.
I mean, because again, the first time the jokes catch you off guard, the second time you know it's coming, but it doesn't matter. It's still funny, and the music is still good.
Travis was looking at the website, and he said that there are no tickets to that thing.
January is the first available tickets. But again, American Express occasionally will open some. That happens sometimes. They buy the tickets and then release them somehow,
I walk by the Book of Mormon Theater every morning because my parking lot is past there, and every single morning, before 5 o'clock, there are people lined up, sleeping outside that theater, trying to get the cancellation tickets. They're there at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Nikki James is really hot. Like, I'm really attracted to her. She's absolutely not
attracted to you.
No, not at all.
It's not mutual.
No,
whatsoever.
No.
There was
no, thank you. All right, guys, I got to go because I have to be.
Good luck on your audition.
Well, Jim, as they say in the business, break a leg.
Well, that's my big comeback.
It's okay. Your mind is on the audition right now.
No, it's not. I'm just I haven't slept at all. I was up playing chess with friends.
Is it a good audition or is it a whatever audition?
It's a very, very... it's a good one. It's for a film, so...
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I'll see you guys.
All this talk of plays and movies, it's all so exciting to be around this.
Sam.
Yeah, Eric?
When you're leaving, do you ever see... It's not even the people with tickets, that huge crowd of people waiting for anything that the cops have to... kind of regulate traffic on 49th Street.
Yeah, every day.
They have barriers up, and the cops are just waving cars through. And
they start lining up before 4 a.m.
And then I think across the street from that is Chicago.
Yes.
Where there's hardly anybody waiting online.
Well, Chicago's been there forever, and it's like every other month they have a different celebrity just trying to drum up some kind of interest. Although I will say this, ever since they moved the Saturday show special delivery to 8 to 10 p.m., we get out earlier, so I get out of here the same time on Saturday that the Broadway plays are getting out.
Yeah.
Chicago is always packed. Like, when they let people out, they always crowd that street. So you can't say anything about Chicago.
No, I'm not saying that they don't get a crowd, but I'm saying earlier in the day...
Yeah, Book of Mormon is ridiculous.
Book of Mormon is actually blocking traffic with people waiting.
There's no other play on Broadway that has people lined up outside the theater. I almost said movie theater. Outside the theater at 4 o'clock in the morning. Before, like, they sleep there. Yesterday, I was walking by, and now, first of all, there's always a couple people that I see there, like, every day. They're obviously scalpers. But there was one guy who obviously didn't exactly know how to rough it, because everybody sits on, like, whatever, little fold-out chairs waiting for the ticket window to open. And the ticket window doesn't open until the afternoon, so they're there for a long time. One guy actually brought an air mattress and had his bed sheets on it and was like sleeping on the sidewalk on his giant air mattress with bed sheets and a pillow and a pillowcase as if it was his room.
How do the police not do anything about that? Like,
Well,
I understand
I mean, people
it's
line
not
up-
like a homeless guy that's bothering people or something, but how do they just allow you to live right there on the sidewalk?
Because as long as you, like, people line up for stuff like that all the time, whether it's, Gaga doing the Today Show or whatever. It's like, it happens all the time. It just happens to be that at Book of Mormon, it happens every day. Here comes Roland. I would like to talk to Roland. Let's see if he's... Are you coming in? Is he coming in? I hope he doesn't go around. He's coming in. Roland! What's wrong?
Yeah, the tickets for
Yeah?
well, since some people want them.
Yeah. It's going to be a rough one, huh?
Somebody got pushed back.
Well, it is what it is.
No, it's happening.
What can you do?
Complain.
Are you going to?
I'm just too tired today.
Well, right now you would be tired. Yesterday, the A-listers of Hollywood, Ryan Reynolds, Jason Bateman,
and Guy Fieri Steaks,
and well, that's the A-listers of Roland. Today, the A-listers of Broadway, the Book of Mormon. You have the hottest celebrities in the country stopping by the Opie and Anthony show on a regular basis at this point, Roland.
Joe McHale's coming up soon.
Oh my God! I was about to say, how do you top yourself? But you do it by bringing the hottest guy in TV here.
And he's doing no radio, only the show.
And the guys from the movie yesterday, from the Change Up, they did a little bit scattered out throughout the rest of the platform, but like the other channels got like 5 minutes maybe with them.
Yes.
What about these Book of Mormon guys?
They're on their way to a meeting, and then they take a nap, then do a show tonight.
So they just did our show.
They did our show, then.
How do you convince these people? Because it's not a good idea for some people. I mean, people assume that it's a bad idea to do this show. It's a very toxic show. I mean, the interviews are always fine.
Yeah, nothing ever happens.
How do you convince them to do the Opie and Anthony show?
I'm like David Copperfield. I can reveal my tricks.
Yeah, I like it because you never know who's going to be listening.
That's right.
So you can't reveal your tricks because then they'd realize.
I think Chris Angel just look weird.
That's just Roland bullshitting again. Are you pleased with yourself this week? Was this a good Roland week?
Yeah, I forgot to call Rich Voss. I apologize for that.
I wanted to talk to you about that.
Well, he texted me. He goes, I would even forget to call myself.
Roland came in here because Opie and Anthony go to break and they say, oh, coming up next, Otto and George and Rich Voss are going to be joining the show. And everybody goes, yay, 2 great comedians. This is going to be fantastic. We go to commercial break. And Roland, the Ron and Fez interns are setting up the studio right now, and one of them is having a little trouble with the sign. It's okay. It's a difficult thing.
Where it says pull in, pull out. There you go.
He got it. He got it up. So Roland comes in during the commercial break, and he says, hey, guys, so how about that fishbowl event yesterday? Hey, wasn't Guy Fieri great? And he just starts listing all of his accomplishments from yesterday. And we're all looking at him like, yeah, good job, Roland. And Roland goes, yeah, well, just think about that because I forgot to call Rich.
Yeah. Well,
he forgot to call Voss. We were supposed to have Otto and George, obviously, and Rich Voss on the show today. We plugged them. We announced them. We had prep sheets ready. And as it turns out, Roland, 30 seconds before Voss was supposed to come on the air, remembered that he hadn't called Voss.
I have to say, though, Voss was a classy enough gentleman to say, tell them I overslept so they won't bash on you.
Was he... So, but now you know that... Now you just announced on the air that he didn't oversleep.
No, I already told him the truth what happened.
Oh, okay.
I thought Voss was kind enough to say, hey, if you want to get in trouble.
Right, I gotcha.
Yeah, no, but he'll be here Monday.
Voss will.
Voss will be here Monday.
Are you going to call him? Or maybe you'll forget.
I already talked to him and said, this is it. There'll be, if I forget again.
That's so. Is it a humiliating feeling when you realize that you've forgotten to do that? I mean, luckily, your week was strong enough that you could afford to lose a Voss. Oh my gosh, why is Jim Norton still walking around here? Oh, he's going out the other way.
Probably to the boneyard.
But I thought he was auditioning for his big Hollywood movie. I wonder if he's acting with George Clooney.
Probably not, because Clooney's somewhere else already filming.
Well, he's only auditioning. George Clooney doesn't have to go to the auditions, I don't think, for everybody.
What movie is it?
He didn't say.
Audio on a Wyndham.
What's going on in there, Eric?
Rob Cross walked in. I didn't know he was in here. He starts talking.
Do you leave the mics on?
Well, we were in the conversation, and I was looking at something with my mic on, and all of a sudden I turn around, and he's there, starts talking.
As far as I'm concerned, you should always leave that mic on. It's just funny, and then if somebody comes in and wants a private conversation, you could just do that. Just turn it off in the middle of it.
Okay.
Or, if it's not somebody as important as Rob Cross, just leave the mic on the whole time. Don't even tell him.
Okay.
Sorry, Sam.
Did Rob just say sorry?
Yeah.
Sorry, Sam.
You don't ever have to apologize, Rob.
I didn't know you were. I didn't know Eric was part of the conversation. I walked down the hallway and I missed the part where Eric was saying something.
Well, he's always part of the conversation. Roland?
Is this show going to be part of Tuesday's meeting with Gary? Yo.
Rob, maybe you should have your meeting. Did today's show go okay for you?
It was fine. We got an XMU plug-in, right? It was awesome.
Okay, good. That's the way you see it. Any mention is a good mention. I tried to sell the channel. I mentioned some of the bands and everything.
Sell it. You sold Channel 35 better than anyone else possibly could. And you didn't, well, I mean, in that context, I should say, you did not make mention of the fact that Pat Carney from the Black Keys would be co-hosting afternoons every day next week from 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Or the fact that...
Wow.
Bjork will be soon making a week-long co-host appearance on the channel.
There's a lot of stuff going on. Now, tell me this. Are there any on-air positions available at XMU?
Well, yeah, I just need to know when you're not on another channel, and we'll put you in.
Okay, I'll actually have to look at a schedule for that. You can have your conversation with. Actually, you know what?
Like all shows you do here, it will be without compensation.
Well, thank you for letting me know that, so I don't have to ask any embarrassing questions later.
And the safe trip for Liam. He's going to Chicago for Lollapalooza.
He is.
Yeah.
Who's
Coldplay. Eminem.
Coldplay and Eminem. Didn't it used to be like an alternative music festival?
But they needed to sell tickets.
Oh, I see.
That's the
and
problem.
since nobody listens to alternative, like XMU could probably set up a good festival, but it's
Coldplay.
It's a niche audience.
Yeah, you need Coldplay and Eminem for people to go, oh, I'll go.
How come you're not going to Lollapalooza?
I love Coldplay. Because I'm moving.
Oh, so you got no cash.
Dude, no.
I'll tell you this. I'm glad you're moving. And you want to know why?
Why?
Because yesterday you had Guy Fieri's grill here.
I did.
And you said you can't take it because you're moving.
That's correct.
So I picked that thing up and carted it up 3 flights of steps in Westchester, New York, and it's proudly placed in my kitchen.
Randy got you a security pass to get it out of the building.
You and Eric were a big help. I took Guy Fieri's grill, and I'm going to be grilling chicken on it. Spencer came in, the other talent guy, and he goes, "What are you going to do with that? Why would you keep?" I said, "Chicken. You can put chicken on this thing."
And you can grill your vegetables too.
I like raw vegetables.
Really?
Yeah. You looked at me like, what?
It's grilled vegetables so delicious.
I like. Well, I'm not going to describe them because it could be used in reference to a penis. What I did want to do though was go back to something that was talked about today on the show. They didn't get to play this. I felt like they kind of wanted to. But they didn't get to because it was long. We shortened it, and I'll tell you why. Because I know Ant says that when he's listening to After Opie and Anthony Live, Anthony hates that the bits are so long. He goes, "Why are these bits so long, Sam? I'm listening in the car saying, when does Sam come back to talking?" So since he's one of the hosts of the show...
Wait.
What?
That's what he said?
I think so. I mean, I was sitting right in...
That's what he said.
That's what he said, right,
In
Roland?
context, yes.
In context?
Yes.
Yes. Eric, you gotta get the cake out of your ears.
Yeah, I have all my notes are wrong then.
He's gotta get the cake out of his
Get
ears.
the lard.
I love when Roland makes fat jokes about E-Rock. It's my favorite. People need to realize that Roland and E-Rock, ever since Roland started working here, he shares an office, and they're brothers. Like they laugh, they hang out, and they pick on each other. They're brothers. Like that's accurate, isn't it?
I have a fat brother.
Eric, you heard?
Yeah, I heard. Ask him how many people walked in on him sleeping in the recliner yesterday.
When were you sleeping in the recliner?
Most of the afternoon.
That's not...
Meat coma?
Oh, yes, those assholes. Yes. There were people who knocked on the door.
Guys, girls from the programming floor coming in saying how great the food was, and Roland's just kind of like leaning over the side of the recliner, almost drooling on himself.
Bunch of assholes talking to me.
You're in a meat coma, plus you'd boozed yourself up nicely, so you needed a little nap.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, so what's it like to shut up? I'm tired.
I'm going to sleep."
And then, well, never mind. We won't say that.
What won't you say?
No, having an argument over a piece of equipment that was in our office.
Oh yeah, no. Why bring that up? Water under the bridge, as far as I'm concerned, or water in my kitchen. Now, the beginning of the show today, the very top of it. Replay starts at 3 p.m. Eastern. We talked about Steve the Whistler. Steve the Whistler is a guy who did the show years ago, and this is probably our most infamous Bad Guest Day. It's my favorite Bad Guest Day, and a favorite of most of yours, I would hope. We looked at his website. We saw what he's doing now. Roland, what do you think the odds are that we'll be able to get Steve the Whistler back in here for a reunion?
Really?
Really? Look.
Pretty high.
You got Ryan Reynolds. You got Book of Mormons. You got Jason Bateman.
I bet you this guy's going to be a dick to me. It'll be tough.
Yeah, he's like, well, I don't know if I can do mornings. I generally don't do that. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Sunday
How many?
car.
Yeah, do you have any ratings? Do you have it? This is Steve the Whistler.
I'm sure he'll be back soon before we break.
Oh, before the little summer break we're going to have? Can't wait for that. Steve the Whistler.
Well,
yeah?
Do you want to explain where this starts off at?
You know what, Eric?
Because that whole thing was 32 minutes long.
Why don't you explain where
This starts off after going, just like back then, going through his website, talking about his car and his license plate.
You know, the thing about the Opie and Anthony show is the longer you listen, the less you have to listen, because eventually we just start doing the same breaks over and over and over again. So he's at the website.
So he's at the website. We're reviewing the license plate, talking about his CD, the competitions, which at this point was the first time they heard that there was a world whistling competition. So they're discussing that. But this starts right when we're going to play his instrumental tracks, and he's going to perform live for us in studio.
This is the greatest. The guy we talked about first thing on the show this morning. I don't even remember how he came up.
You play any clips?
Steve the Whistler. Yeah, I don't know. Just in case there's still some bad blood or whatever. Only right here on After Opie and Anthony Live.
After O&A Live.
What happened?
What happened?
What happened to the CD? It didn't skip.
Oh my God!
Who happened?
Put it in the. Steve, I'm sorry.
You put in the wrong one, dude.
No, something happened to CD4. All right,
Yeah,
it's
that's
Steve
the
the
one that
Whistler.
wasn't working last time. I'm sorry.
SteveTheWhistler.com. Maria, which one is this?
Maria from West Side
from West
Story.
Side Story.
All right, here we go again.
Listening. Steve the Whistler.
What?
Oh, what the hell is going on with the CD
Dude, you got
player?
that's the third time you had a problem with that one.
Clean it. This is the same one that was skipping earlier when we
Put it in the other one. But take the CD and rub it on
Your helmet.
I'll try CD2. Steve the Whistler. I'll look because I think. Here we go. From West Side Story. Steve, I'm embarrassed. What the hell's wrong with this? Turn it off and turn it on. And can you turn it off from the back there?
I'm doing it. I'm holding the button down. I'm holding the button.
Track 4, right?
Steve, I'm sorry.
Track 9.
It'll work now, though, guaranteed, because I saw the light on here and I pressed the breaker.
Yeah, 9.
I'm sorry, Steve.
It's okay.
Here we go. Steve the Whistler.
I'm holding it down. It popped.
And maybe it's a CD.
It popped.
Steve, you got
Not the CD, dude, because it was fine before. You played other stuff on the CD. It was fine.
Steve, you got another copy of the CD?
Damn it.
Did you burn this one yourself, Steve? Yeah, Steve's getting another copy. Oh, Steve, I see the problem. Look at the back of this thing. It's all smudged and stuff. You got some cleaner? I'm back. Steve, you got some cleaner?
I don't have any.
You got any clear stuff to rub on that?
No, here, give it to me. No, give it to me. I'll try to clean it with my shirt.
This happens. Make sure you're putting it in the one that I was pressing the button on in the back.
All right, let's try this.
Oh God,
Track
A, not B.
This is embarrassing, and this is not the way to run a goddamn a radio station. I'm sorry, Steve.
Steve the Whistler.
Where did?
Yeah, I'm embarrassed now. Do you want to try one more time? We don't have to.
It's always hitting at the same
Acting lessons, whistling lessons.
I can't believe this. Do you have another copy? I see you looking. Do you have another?
Well, not of that particular one, but we can try a different CD
Is that
with a
the
different
one?
kind of thing.
All right, let me
try this song. I want to hear this song. It sounds beautiful, and
okay.
There seems to be a problem with the CD player.
Steve,
Not all dollars and cents.
what's wrong, Steve?
No, I was saying you were playing the Broadway and Beyond CD before, weren't you? I thought I heard.
Oh yeah.
No,
Yep.
But it was skipping. It was skipping. The first track was skipping a little.
Is it our equipment? Because then I would really be
Flabbergasted.
mortified.
Let's try.
Mortified.
Let's try it again here.
All right, one more time.
No, it's not going. Stuck.
Oh Jesus.
Dude.
Nice tone,
Rick.
though, right?
Yeah, that was. I apologize.
All right.
Well, Steve, I think we're going to have to just take your word for it.
Well, either that or do something a cappella.
What do you have? Do you have another CD of music?
Yeah.
Maybe you could do another tune. Rick, get that one.
Can I have this CD?
Try 9.
No. Look, I'm gonna. I'll check the button in the back.
We solved that problem. Where'd everyone go? What's wrong with you, Ben? Steve, I work with a bunch of lunatics. I'm sorry. I don't know where Anthony went. I don't know where Ben went. Garrett, you all right? Jim, why won't you look at Steve?
I have no problem looking at Steve. It's you I don't want to look at.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, well, if this works, we'll be doing Music of the Night from Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, we're doing... Oh, ready? Track 9 there, Steve?
Say goodbye to your T-cells, everyone.
Oh, Steve the Whistler. All right. Sounds like it's working. He's got a website, stevethewhistler.com. Yeah. International Grand Champion. Here comes.
Whoops. We got farther that time.
Nah, yeah, but this CD player is just ridiculous. Yes, Jim.
I would it be possible, could you whistle Singing in the Rain while I'm raping a girl?
After O&A Live.
It's After Opie and Anthony Live. I mean, we just give you a taste here. We just give you a little bit of it. We played it recently, the whole thing, on a Worst Of special, and I'm sure that someone as special as Steve the Whistler will be played again. Roland, are you going to try to book him back in here?
Yeah.
You are?
Yes.
I mean, if you could pull off what you pulled off this week, I don't see...
I'll try again for next week.
Why that should be so difficult. For next week?
Next week.
That's pretty good. While that segment was going on, and I don't know if Roland, you caught it or Eric caught it, because it just like... It was kind of just a fleeting moment, and then we went on to something else. I think we ended up talking about Green Day next. But just as we were talking about Steve the Whistler and starting to get out of that, Norton said that when he was a kid, his friend jacked his dog off onto Norton's arm.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, we didn't have a big conversation about this.
I don't think they wanted to.
Because what type of situation is it? Because, I mean, it wasn't like... It jacked off the dog, which means what? You just leave your arm there? Waiting for the dog to climax?
Well, it turned into then Norton, when he was drunk, would go to this motel or hotel something and would just eat food off the carts and trays left outside. But they focused more on that than the dog being jerked off on him.
This sounds like a script for 20 Days Later.
I could understand people getting drunk and eating off room service trays. Roland, I'm sure you could relate.
I have been almost blacked out drunk, and that never crossed my mind.
Eating.
In back of my mind, like, don't do it.
What about?
I spent $200 at McDonald's wasted in Vegas before.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you spend $200 at McDonald's?
When you say 6 and 10 of this, 10 of that in your head,
because it just all sounds so good.
I was retarded.
That was like,
day.
oh, I wish we had it. That was like the time. It was a few years ago. It was when Steve C was still the executive producer here. He goes, it was my birthday. And he goes, Sam, what kind of food do you want for your birthday?
I remember
We
this.
can finally, like, really tell this story. He goes, because he used to get breakfast for everybody's birthday, but he knew...
To make it look like he was really doing a good job so that everybody would appreciate him.
You don't have to take shots.
I'm not taking shots. We're just explaining.
Well... He knew that I don't eat eggs, so I don't eat omelets, so it's not like I don't eat tradition. You know, I eat waffles and pancakes and stuff. You can always find something for me, but what happened was he said, all right, Sam, well, where do you want breakfast from? And so I said, I guess we could get McDonald's breakfast. And of course, Eric and Travis and Danny were all helping me with this, saying it was a great idea. So he goes, okay, we can get a McDonald's breakfast. What do you get at McDonald's? And I go, for breakfast? Yeah, chicken biscuits. I mean, you got to go for chicken biscuits. And Steve goes, okay, so we'll get chicken biscuits for your birthday tomorrow. I go, yeah. He goes, okay.
Hold on. This just goes to show it's a classic example of Steve listening but not listening.
Steve was, yeah, you're right, because he was at times, not all the time, but many times easy to manipulate because
he'd know what you said to him.
He just took whatever you say as fact. Like he goes, okay, like there's no processing. It's just you tell him something and then he goes and does it without thinking about it. That was a good point. Because he goes, okay, so you want chicken biscuits for your birthday? I said, yeah. And I go, and maybe a couple hash browns and some drinks for the guys. And he goes, okay, so we'll get like, 8 drinks? And I go, yeah, just get like 8 Cokes. And he goes, okay. And I go, yeah, just get like whatever. Just like one order of hash browns per person. And he goes, okay. And then he goes, how many chicken biscuits do you think we should get? And I go, I don't know, 50 ought to do it, I guess.
Never even questioned what you said. Like, wait, what, 50?
Right.
And he goes, okay, wrote it down, pulled out a card, gave it to an intern, and just sent him on his way.
He goes, okay, 50 chicken biscuits. He goes, should we call McDonald's in advance to make sure they have the 50 ready? And I just go send the intern. And lo and behold.
Well, you know what Steve's main concern was?
What?
Well, make sure I get a receipt.
Yeah, just make sure I get a receipt. The next morning, an intern comes to the studio with a paper bag from McDonald's containing 50 chicken biscuits.
Remember that big table we had? Oh, we had 2 huge, like picnic style tables in the K-Rock studio in the far back wall there. Mm-hmm. Whose idea was it to tell them to come in and just dump them out of the bag onto the table?
Well, I'm sure that sounds like something I would have suggested because I wanted Opie and Anthony to see my birthday celebration and the 50 chicken biscuits. I don't know if anybody's around from that era, Danny, Travis, or whatever. If you want to add on to this story, feel free. Because do you know, were you?
I wasn't there for that one.
You weren't?
Yeah, you were.
It was K-Rock.
Yeah, you were there with us. You had to.
Maybe you just don't remember. Because we got 50 chicken biscuits, dumped them all over the table. Do you know how many chicken biscuits I ate that day?
1.
Exactly. I had 1 chicken biscuit, some of my Coke, and no hash browns.
I don't even think 5 were eaten.
Yeah, because
people had the hash browns and the Cokes, but I don't think anyone really ate the chicken biscuits.
We dumped out the chicken biscuits, and then people were like, no, I don't really eat, like, Opie, Anthony, and Jim, you all hear them. They eat healthy stuff. They go, no, I don't want any chicken biscuits. Half the staff doesn't want any chicken biscuits. They went down and got regular food from somewhere else, and Steve was stuck with 45 chicken biscuits. I don't know. Who brought them home? Somebody brought the entire bag home.
Probably Steve.
Who was interning for us at that time? Do you have any recollection?
Nah, I don't even remember what year that was. Had to have been probably 2007, 2008, one of those two.
It was towards the end of the K-Rock years, I think. But yeah, so I think an intern ended up bringing home 40 chicken biscuits in a bag because he just would buy whatever we told him. I mean, it was...
Yes, Sam.
That was one of the great things about Steve, because after Steve took a brutal beating on the air for something that wasn't done, or a guest that wasn't booked, or something wasn't planned right, Steve's idea was, I'll make it up to the staff by doing something. Be it getting a cake, getting breakfast, buying lunch.
Buying 50 chicken biscuits.
Exactly. But he'd never really think it through. Like, I did this, everyone should be happy with me. No, Steve, you bought 50 chicken biscuits that no one's going to eat.
Somewhere, someone must have a picture of the 50 chicken biscuits.
I think I might.
Look around.
I have to. I'll take a look.
Because that'd be great if we could tweet out that picture later today. Because that was, I mean, one of my favorite moments of all time.
It was for your birthday?
Yeah. Okay. It was definitely September 6th of some year. I don't know what year it was. But, I mean, it was one of those things. We didn't do much with it on the air. I mean, I think Opie and Anthony might have mentioned it, maybe. Do you remember?
I think they interrupted going, why the fuck is there chicken biscuits? And then they would talk about how they smelled great, but nobody would eat this and how bad they were for you.
You remember when Steve booked the Palm? Because I told him, I go, hey, Sacha Baron Cohen is requesting the palm if he can book it. It's just a joke.
But he booked them. That's the expensive steakhouse.
Yeah, remember they got the chef for the palm in to cook for us,
and then that was just something you kind of wanted, so you lied.
I was hungry.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that was the other point too. That like, I told him that I needed 50 chicken biscuits. And Steve or me, nobody ever told Opie and Anthony that all these biscuits were going to show up in their studio. So we just poured them out on the table in the middle of the show, and they don't know what's going on. The inmates are running the asylum now, but it was a great time. Eric, I wanted to play a tribute while we have time. We talked about it on the show today. We lost a great actor yesterday. Great football player. What are you going to say, Roland?
Oh, Bubba Smith?
Bubba Smith, yes. We looked at some of the stuff that he's done into Miller Lite commercials we played on the air today. You want to hear that, check out the replay. But what we didn't play was how we have paid tribute to him in the past. He was a part... What year was this? Do you remember, Eric?
That we did this thing? 2000. This had to have been 2009.
It was 2009, in the month of February, Black History Month, and we were celebrating with some of the black icons of entertainment. And Hightower from Police Academy was one of those icons, of course, played by the late, great Bubba Smith. So I thought it was only fitting that on today's After Opie and Anthony Live, even though technically it's no longer Black History Month, I celebrate that month all throughout the year. And today we can too, as we remember Bubba Smith and this, our tribute to him for Black History Month.
To celebrate Black History Month, the Opie and Anthony Show is recognizing those historic African Americans without whom this country would not be the melting pot it is today. Today, we honor Officer Moses Hightower from the Police Academy film series. After years spent organizing orchids, Hightower felt it was time for a change and left the flower shop to pursue a career in criminal justice.
I got bored with my chosen profession. What was that? I was a florist. A florist? You know, flowers and shit.
In spite of his massive stature, he was a gentle giant. But there was that one time where he posed as a voodoo-crazed serial killer to tease new recruits.
Yumma, 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 yumma. Yumma, 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 yumma.
Those movies just get funnier and funnier with every sequel they crank out. Stay tuned for more icons of Black history on the Opie and Anthony Show.
And there it is, a fitting tribute to the man Bubba Smith. I mean, we celebrated him in life, as that promo states, and now we celebrate him in death. The late, great Bubba Smith. Roland, how are you coping with the loss?
What happened? Who died?
Bubba Smith, Roland. We were just talking about it.
Yeah.
You're still tired. It's been a long week.
He's gone.
You're okay with it?
I'm fine now. I was sad, but now I'm okay.
You're all right. You never booked him for the show.
After I did my steak dump, I'm happy. Nothing like you said.
That's a great question.
Yes.
You ate so much meat yesterday.
Correctamundo.
You had a little bit of alcohol to go with it.
Oh, yes, I did.
You laid down. You had a little nap.
Oh, yes.
When did the steak dump finally come?
I went home. I passed out around 8 o'clock. Around 12 o'clock, I woke up. And I jumped out of bed, ran to the bathroom.
Really? So midnight last night.
Around there.
It was steak dump time.
It was bad. I just heard the voice downstairs, my roommate going, "Are you okay?"
I was about to say, I know you're moving to a solo place, but you're still with the roommate.
Yeah.
And that's a female or a male?
A female.
Oh my God. So
I didn't care. I was like, oh.
You guys share a bathroom?
No, I have my own upstairs.
Thank God for her.
Yeah, but she goes, spray. It fucking smells like death down here.
Oh, but she smelled it from downstairs at midnight? Woke her up. Oh, because she heard upstairs the thud, 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 you running to the bathroom.
No, she just heard a bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh. And I just heard, can you fucking spray? It smells like death here.
And you're very loud when you're in the bathroom?
Last night, I was like gripping on things.
Eric, you You had your fair share of red meat yesterday. Any steak dump action yet?
No, I wasn't that. I actually didn't have as much as some people.
I saw you have
I had a as Danny called it, a pint of steak.
Yeah,
a pint of sausage. Sorry,
Yeah, and
I had
a part sandwich. That's about it.
No, you had a sandwich.
Not too much.
I saw you eating a cup of sausage.
Yeah.
I saw you eating a cup of steak as well.
It was like 2 little pieces off that plate.
I was videoing you.
Yes.
It was a full cup of steak.
It was not a full cup of steak.
You had
Don't spin it.
There was a lot more than 2 bites.
No, it was the rosemary garlic steak that they were handing out to everybody, and I had a couple of those what were those drinks with the cream? It tastes like a creamsicle with champagne.
Delicious alcohol drinks.
Oh, fantastic.
But you had the non-alcoholic, didn't you, Eric?
The first one was non-alcoholic. I didn't realize, but the other 2 were.
And Guy Fieri.
His son called me a hound. I'm like, what? He goes like, he's reminding me of his dog that just eats everything. I'm like,
Jesus Christ, his son had a smart mouth on him, didn't he?
He was hilarious.
He was a funny kid. But let me tell you this. Guy Fieri sprayed vodka into my mouth instead of water. How does he know that I'm not either A, allergic to alcohol, or B, that I didn't go through, like, the program?
That's what was so funny.
You thought that, you like that part, because it could be,
Either
like,
or.
I could have a horrible problem, either physically or mentally.
You're recovering.
And you like that
I loved it.
It could do terrible
I
things
thought
to
it'd
me.
be funny if you did that to Jimmy by accident.
You thought you liked that idea?
I love that's
Because
a pretty smart idea.
Jim didn't even wouldn't even drink the non-alcoholic version because he didn't wash the blender.
Yeah, but he just,
I mean,
yeah.
Jim, he's recovering alcoholic. You can't.
That's funny because the clock goes back now to day 1.
You like that?
Like 10 years and goes back to day 1.
That's not how. One day you. Hopefully, one day, Roland, you'll either be dead or you'll be sober, and you won't. And you won't think that that's so funny anymore.
I still think it's funny.
You will.
Yeah.
But you will also seek venomous revenge.
Oh, of course.
On whoever does this to you.
Yeah, but it's like that's why I love Guy when he signed a picture because I had taco sauce on my shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I love Guy.
Yeah, tell him. Roland was showing everybody this photo that guy signed for him.
No,
He's
that's-
repeating the phrase.
No, what phrase was it?
It says to Roland, peace and love, thank you. Oh, peace and love and taco sauce. And he circled all those spots on my t-shirts. God. That the sauce stains.
Because in the picture you took with him, you could see the taco sauce stains on your shirt.
Oh yeah.
Is it a soup shirt?
Yes.
You wear that soup shirt a lot.
Of course.
I mean, it's a great shirt. Great show.
Great show.
But that shirt has gone through the war a few times. It's been.
It has.
It's your uniform.
I need a little bit more money to upgrade.
Upgrade the wardrobe?
Yeah.
And by upgrade the wardrobe, do you mean buy a few more Bruce t-shirts?
They're coming soon too.
How many Bruce shirts do you own?
Probably 50, 60.
60 t-shirts?
Yeah, 50, 60.
And these are all, or most of them, are all these special edition shirts that you can only buy at that exact concert.
Yeah.
And they go for like $100.
The only thing that's more insane than that is Eric has 50 or 60 shirts as well.
Of John Cena?
No, all Triple H. They're all Triple H t-shirts.
I have 2.
Eric, one time.
Was that his size? Oh, I'm just kidding.
One time, we went down to the Hard Rock Cafe for a WrestleMania press conference, and I interviewed Triple H while Eric held the video camera. Guess what Eric was wearing while I interviewed Triple H?
Triple H-er.
Yes.
I can't shit on him because I do that all the time.
My King of King shirt.
What do you mean you do that all the time?
No, like
but you do it on purpose. That's right. Even from the time when you were young, weren't you? Who was the Modern Family woman that you had a
Julie
crush
Bowen,
on?
Ed.
Yeah, Julie Bowen, and you were wearing your Ed shirt then,
Yeah.
right? So you were a big Ed fan?
Loved Ed.
So Michael Ian Black was big for you then? He wasn't your character
No.
on Ed?
No.
Who was?
Just Ed and Julie Bowen.
Did you ever meet? What happened to the guy who played Ed?
He plays basketball on the Upper West Side all the time.
Really?
Tom Captain, yeah.
Does he act anymore? Or what does he do?
He was on Scrubs for a little while,
Yeah.
but that was it.
You watch his Scrubs.
You see him at the park play basketball all the time. Like, oh, there's Ed.
Is Scrubs still on? Didn't they
No.
try to revamp the series?
When most of the major cast left, they just continued it as a, like now the doctors that were left were now going to a hospital to train other kids to be doctors, and they didn't even complete that season. They got canceled.
Do we have to get out of here? Or do we have a minute?
You have 4 minutes.
Oh, okay. Where's Troy? I would like to get an update.
But Michael Emerson's new show's awesome.
Michael Emerson?
Oh, that one does look good.
What show is that?
Point of Interest. He's coming in for that one.
Oh, good.
It's all about cameras around
It's
New York
J.J.
City that
Abrams' new
follow
show.
people.
Are we going to get Michael K. Williams back
He's
in?
coming back in next month.
Because he's doing Community now.
Yeah, he's coming
That's
in
the
next
big news.
month. As so is Michael Emerson.
So, Troy.
Troy Cohen.
Well, we have a couple minutes.
He's sick.
Are you sick?
Yeah, I don't feel well.
What's wrong,
I have
buddy?
a sinus infection.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's things going, your relationship with the Ron and Fez intern, Pips, the guy who was in here? Because was it last week, maybe?
Yeah.
Last week, you and Pips, as it turns out, have very similar philosophies when it comes to using... I was going to say using and objectifying women, but you say courting women. Okay.
Yeah. Because I don't have hatred towards women.
No, I said
At
using
all.
and
I love women.
I said using and objectifying, not hating.
Right.
You view them... I mean, you yourself said that you view them as orifices.
No, I have that's all I really need at this point from a woman.
Okay. So objectification is not something you'll disagree with necessarily.
Well,
not wholeheartedly.
Right.
Okay. How are things going with the Ron and Fez intern? Are you kind of taking him under your wing? Have you shown him the town a little bit?
No. I mean, just the conversation here and there.
Yeah.
It hasn't gone too far from
Why
that.
don't you take him to one of your DJ parties?
I mean, I could, sure.
Or the 675 bar.
Well, that's not the right plug. It's Friday's coming up. That's a different plug. And how are things with you and Eric after yesterday's blow up? Because yesterday, Sterniolo, he came in here licking his chops at the chance to pounce on Eric. But you and Eric were going at each other hard.
Yeah.
But is it a thing where you've known each other for so long that you can get what you have to get out there and you're cool? Or are you so disgusted with him that you're done?
Well, I mean, he knows that I think that he needs to make some lifestyle changes, and I don't mind that he rags on me, and I want him to rag on me. I don't want him to sit there and just take it. You know what I mean? So,
but you guys are cool now.
I mean, I have no problems with him as a person.
Eric, are you cool with Troy? Because yesterday it got ugly.
I have no problems with Troy.
I hope he changes his lifestyle too.
But I do want to say also, after all that Eric ate yesterday, when I was leaving, he was eating a Subway sandwich.
This is true.
You had to add it in.
Well, I mean,
Eric, did you really need a Subway sandwich
it says
after
eat
all
fresh,
that?
not eat more.
Roland.
He laughs, but who kept trying to steal the other half?
It was me.
Did you need the Subway sandwich?
I didn't need it, but I didn't have.
But it hit the spot.
And then what'd you have for dinner,
It was
buddy?
3 o'clock. Nothing. That was it.
That's bullshit.
No, that ain't bullshit.
Do you
That was
think
my
it's true?
day.
Do you think it's-
Fuck no.
All right, here's what I want. I want this show to go out with niceness. Troy.
Yeah.
Tell me something you like about Eric.
He has a good heart.
Eric, well, you mean like you don't mean physically?
No, physically, if he's heading down the path he's heading down, he's gonna have a heart attack by 40. I said that yesterday. But as a human being, he has a good heart.
Well, Ron and Fez are coming up next, but before then, let's end on a good note. Eric, what is your favorite thing about Troy?
Well, Troy has.
The Opie and Anthony show is now over. For real this time. Check out the O&A show on Facebook at facebook.com/Opie and Anthony. And catch Opie and Anthony live Monday through Friday from 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern. Ron and Fez are next.
Hey!
On The Virus.